massive for him because his backline is so incredibly bulky. He has a Pokemon that is rather fragile, the Malama, but the rest of the team is insanely bulky. So he says, hey, Dunsparce is maybe a little bit more fragile than the others. I'm going to put shields on this one and guarantee alignment and see that my bulky Pokemon can output my opponent. However, now there is shield advantage Shadow for Alligator in the back.
Yeah, well timed by Patoman, getting some extra farm while he can. He doesn't mind the poison stings. They thought, oh, you know what, let's get a bit of extra energy. Whatever comes in, we'll then have to take another Rock Slide or a Drill Run, and there's very few things that can withstand another Drill Run here. And so Shadow for Alligator actually is not going to be able to farm this down. We'll have to commit to Hydro Cannon too.
Yeah, now he gets the shield back immediately, got the alignment that he wanted, and Shadow for Alligator, as you said it earlier, it is going to take a little bit more damage from those rollouts as well.
Yes, and so Azumarill is not going to have any issues dealing with this for Alligator here because the Hydro Cannons are resisted, the Ice Beams are resisted. It's only the Shadow Claws that are doing damage.
And they are doing a lot of damage, and Azumarill also can't answer with a lot of damage with those bubbles as they are resisted as well. Playrough is the only big threat in that matchup. However, the rollout damage put it in a more comfortable position.
Yes, it means that Playrough might be able to knock out after a few more bubbles. So we're going to see the Playrough launched immediately, no hesitation by Patoman, and a immediate shield.
The thing is that Patoman, I think, only has one shield left remaining as well, and you don't really want to use it on resisted Hydro Cannons, but that puts the Shadow for Alligator in such a good spot here because it can just overfarm like crazy. This is already Hydro Cannon range, and it's going to throw just right before the Playrough is reached. So if you shield this here, there's just going to be another Hydro Cannon.
I think so. His Dunsparce is one off.
With 50% HP.
Dunsparce ko khali ek hi rollout chhe.
And his XXL Cactus puts Patoman in a corner, saying that you have no choice but to not shield this. And now you have to shield the Dunsparce. Whether Dunsparce is going to get to another charge attack is going to be key in order to weaken this for Alligator. One rollout away, and there's a catch as well. Incredible. But
he's smart. He threw the rock slide.
Rock slide has been launched. Is Pato expecting that catch and went for the rock slide as well? Incredible foresight.
This was such a genius play, knowing there might be a potential catch, and if that is the case, I'm going to still make this a win con for myself. Goes into the Clodsire, knows this. Moltres is super chipped. I can just go to
I think so. He just need 2 sludge. I think so. Patoman will win the match. Yep.
And XXL Cactus knows that. It doesn't matter if you Brave Birds now because he's going to get knocked out regardless. Might as well go for the harder damaging move. Patoman farming
sludge
up to
will
2
kill the.
So he has one for this Pokemon and he has one for the next Pokemon as well.
How much energy
sludge kill kar dega.
Shadow for Alligator? There is a lot, but it's not enough. Patoman takes this game back with the Sludge Bomb here onto that Shadow for Alligator. Sometimes bulk is still the way.
Yes, it absolutely is. You can hear the shouts in the crowd as Pato has been able to claw one back there. That was another closely fought battle between 2 fabulous, fantastic trainers. We are seeing a masterclass in the art of battle right now.
I love the catch on the Galarian Moltres. It was such a nice play for
catch was
Cactus, but this is a heads-up Dunsparce play if you have an idea what your opponent has in the back. If
it catch nahi karta, I guess use jata, right?
Or the Galarian Moltres, if that is your team read, because Galarian Moltres is kind of strong into Patoman's team,
yes,
then you want to throw a Rock Slide when you know it can knock out, because there is such a big difference in Ground type and Rock Slide charged attacks, because you know we call this the Edge Quake coverage because it is basically everything for effective damage.
Yes.
Flying types are double resisted for ground.
Yes, that's very true, and I think it was sensible because if you look at how low that for Alligator was when Dunsparce launched the Rock Slide, Patoman had the wisdom to calculate that I can risk the Rock Slide, which does less damage compared to the Drill Run, because it will still knock out, and that way I cover the risk of the catch, and that is exactly how he was able to turn the tide on battle. So now Malamar goes up against Shadow for Alligator. We have seen this in Game 1. How does Pato play this differently?
He has to use shields here. He can't just let the first Hydro Cannon go, or does he have another? Oh, that is very smart. Going to throw before, perhaps maybe switching out after that immediately because he knows he's going to be debuffed.
Yes, is he going to try and swap out immediately? Is he going to be catch? No, and an XXL Cactus is wise to it and decides to react and brings in the Sludge Bomb Godsire, which is going to be so useful here, but it does have to take a charge attack first. But Godsire's got bulk, he'll handle one.
Dunsparce.
Godsire is going to be super fine because the pacing of Sludge Bomb is also so good. Patoman is not too happy with that situation, but luring in the background is Galarian Moltres versus Dunsparce, so there is still light.
I think so. पहुंच जाएगा double sludge. Okay, उसको shield मिलेगा.
Is going to throw a Sludge Bomb into a shield. We're shielding Azumarill now.
Yes, this is trying to stall out that time. We're trying to allow more Ice Beams to come through. The thing is, Patoman feels a little bit safe because he's just like, oh right, if I shield this, I can at least get an Ice Beam off, but there's no shield from XXL. It survives on 1 HP!
Oh, is
One
huge.
HP and a dream for the Clodslayer is going to be huge here, because that puts the Azumarill into a such difficult position against the Shadow Feraligatr. Shadow Feraligatr, yes, resisted Hydro Cannons, but you can see how much
क्यों नहीं करेगा, but I think so फिर he can farm down.
Going to Shadow Claw down.
I'm interested that
Shadow
how
Claw down हो जाएगा.
Cactus didn't
Okay, he swaps.
do straight away rather than having to farm down a bit more, but I think he wanted to avoid exactly this situation. So now Dunsparce comes in, XXL Cactus can launch another Hydro Cannon here, which goes shielded, and now what is going to be in the back? He needs to eliminate this. That Galarian Moltres wants Dunsparce gone.
Yeah, but XXL Cactus knows that there's a Malamar luring in the back. Patoman does not love this situation. The Shadow Feraligatr is just so good, so spammy.
I think so. You can't shield this, right?
More than fine to play versus a Malamar in the back, because Psywaves do
okay, he shield, he can get to the Hydro Cannon.
Catch available here.
Yeah, this is going to be tricky.
But he can catch, right? No, he can't catch.
We know Dunsparce is a charge attack priority event that Pato needed to win, but he can't.
Right, Azu is dry.
Phenomenal attack power is able to
dominate
over this Dunsparce.
Cactus win this.
That is a key clearance. Key clearance.
Malamar is going in immediately, answered by the Galarian Moltres and XXL Cactus. Look at the damage he's taking from Psywaves. There's absolutely nothing. Nothing is happening here.
I think so. Cactus win this. Cactus is जाएंगे.
He does not have a switch timer.
Yeah, if he catches, I think he wins, right?
He can go for a potential catch. Goes in for the Azumarill. Azumarill just gets farmed down. Galarian Moltres. Pataman is waving goodbye, and the Brave Bird is going to connect on that Malamar.
Malamar is going to be absolutely wiped out. XXL Cactus.
Oh man, GG's.
Pato realizing that he could not win this, and this was an incredible game from two fabulous battlers. You can hear the applause in the crowd because they know how close this was. These two trainers took each other.
Moltres OP, guys. Moltres OP.
This was worthy of a grand final. That's how good that was.
XXL Cactus.
Grind करना पड़ेगा Galarian Moltres के लिए.
Patoman brought in the Dunsparce against my Shadow
मजा आ गया.
I don't need to swap. This is maybe not the greatest matchup for me, but I know that there is Malamar in the back, and you know what doesn't care about the squid Pokemon Malamar? It is a legendary bird from the Galar region. It is Moltres. Double resisting those Psywaves. Not resisting superpower, but if you throw superpower, you have to swap out immediately. You can't just throw your charge.
Yes, okay.
Your opponent is going to have to try and catch. Patoman went for the one win condition.
Catch was the win con, right? I think so. Yeah, catch was the win con.
5% win condition that he had.
Yeah, it would have been very tricky. Bear in mind, for those of you that are familiar, or you enjoyed the first generation where Moltres was a fire and flying type, and you're familiar with that, the Galarian Moltres is a dark and flying type from the Galar region, and as a result, Superpower will do neutral damage, but new Superpower does about, I'd say, maybe 50% or so, give or take, onto a Galarian Moltres. That Galarian Moltres on XXL Cactus' side was so healthy, especially because the Psywave chip was minimal, that it was fine and absolutely happy to take a Superpower.
Yep, and the thing is, double resisted Psywaves still add up a little bit because they happen once every 0.5 seconds. So even if it only does 1 damage, it is still going to be adding up. Here we can see
okay, it's a loser final, so I think so Pato is out of the tournament, right?
Of course, not throwing a Sludge Bomb, that would be the worst thing you could do.
This was beautiful. I must admit that just seeing this was so clever, because that took me by complete surprise. I did not expect XXL
Skarmory आए बहुत बढ़िया
do that, because it was just so
कितने सालों बाद Skarmory को देखा.
Look at the timer. This was a fabulous catch as well, but then Pato wise to it, reading each other's tactics so well to throw that rock slide. That is what won him that game on. Otherwise, this would have been a 2-0 easy, I reckon.
Yeah, but XXL Cactus wasn't thrown off guard by this. This was Galarian Moltres Masterclass. I have just recently gotten one, and I love to play it already. However, I couldn't get my hands on how to play it properly.
Right, next corner.
Poor alignment.
Who is next?
It never felt like it was doing everything that I wanted to, because I'm watching so many of these tournaments. I see the top trainers playing Galarian Moltres, and when Galarian Corsola enters the meta, it's just going to get better. But watching this, I think I need to rewatch XXL Cactus matches and learn.
Yeah, and I think another thing is, when you get a new Pokemon that we know is going to have some relevance in meta, certainly I would class Galarian Moltres as meta now, but when you have a Pokemon like that and you're getting used to using it, try running it in the Go Battle League. You set up a few teams. It doesn't matter if you win or lose with them. Practice makes perfect, and this is very much the case.
It's Pablo versus Snorek. Alright.
Dragon
Knight, guys. Shadow Dragon Knight Gaming.
The final
Dragon Knight Gaming.
matchup of Group D, the final lose final. This is the last.
I think so. Pablo will bring the Alolan Senseless every game because he has a superior Dragon Knight and Clodsire.
So we're going to see that later because Gaifia versus
And वो non-shadow भी है, Senseless.
Yes, that's absolutely.
Look at the
right.
team here.
Oh right, okay. So it's grudge match between Pablo Dinas and Snorlax. Was they? If I recall, did they battle before?
Yeah, I think this is winners semis if I'm not
It's a
completely
non-shadow.
mistaken. And
Alolan
Snorlax
Senseless.
won that one.
भाई सबके पास Galarian Moltres भाई. Inadequates versus Callings in finals maybe. I hope so. मजा आएगा.
We can see another Galarian Moltres here. We can see the Sandslash, and I know that a particular trainer, Kaifia, in
Poison
fact,
Sting, Earthquake and Stone Age.
Something that he's very much afraid of is Moltres Sandslash core.
Standard moveset.
And I think this is something that Pablo Dinas has been demonstrating with a masterclass of skill so far to get this far into the tournament. I think looking at the team, again, it's an example of a very safe and meta team. Probably the most unusual Pokemon out of the 6 is that Sandslash, but I don't think it's all that unusual, but it is very good.
I think I've built the exact same
हाँ यहाँ पे देखो Shadow Dragon Knight. Clodsire with Sludge.
Versus car situation. Here we can see the team of Snorlax with that Shadow Dragonite, the only Shadow Dragonite that made it into Day 2. We basically haven't seen this
मजा आएगा Shadow Dragon Knight.
ages.
I think so. He bring every game.
Not
every game. एक game I guess last.
Evolution before that Shadow Dragonair.
Last time.
Popular. One EUIC back then with Tauntaun.
Yes, and he was very much.
अभी लाएगा कि नहीं देखना पड़ेगा.
The Dragonite, I think, is actually a good idea because one advantage that Dragonite has.
Teams थोड़ी बहुत same ही है I guess, right?
Annihilate. It can resist a few more things. Also, there's so many so-called mud boys.
Hezu वहाँ पे भी है, Clodsire वहाँ पे भी है, Dunsparce भी वहाँ पे, Shadow Gator भी है.
Ground type attacker, all the mud slappers. Dragonite doesn't mind that at all because I'm just going to float my way over all of that.
And nobody is playing Shadow Dragonite. Did you actually know that? I don't know how the defensive Shadow Dragonairs play, but if you have a really high attack Shadow Dragonair, you farm down with exactly 12 Dragon Breath against Shadow Dragonite, and then you leave with 1 HP and a charge attack.
Yeah, so you just have to make sure that when you have that,
perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. Except as long as your opponent.
Moltres and Alolan Senseless.
That's the main thing, because that was what we were.
यहाँ पे Dragonite है और Dunsparce. That's it. बाकी सब same है, right?
But we have no Malamar in sight here. That Shadow Dragonite is going to be very free. The only thing is you have to keep it away from that Alolan Sandslash and the Azumarill. Otherwise, rest of it, it's not too bad. Maybe actually that Galarian Moltres' Sucker Punch does chip away.
Galarian Moltres is also bad for the Dragonite.
Bulkier. I think that can be a potential farm down for the Galarian Moltres.
Sucker Punch starts setting up.
That, I mean, you still have the option to go for a superpower.
I think so. ये बंदा elite में है. Snorlax.
You're probably going to get a shield anyways. Snorlax versus Pablon Dinas is going to happen now. The losers finals of
Okay, good lead for the Snorlax.
For Alligator versus the Clodsire. Shadow Claws are going to start happening. This is a very favorable matchup for the Shadow for Alligator. Immediate swap out. Now Snorlax will have to be able. He has to be deciding what he throws here.
Okay, he got the shield.
Hydro Cannon because
I think so. We need to swap now.
Pablo Dinas has to respect that. He doesn't want to lose his Galarian Moltres so quickly, and now he's done
no,
that.
no,
now
no.
He can swap out with a shield advantage into the Dragonite, which I think is lovely. That chip damage has helped, and now the Ancient Powers can be shielded once, and if not twice.
double shield करना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे.
Really like this play. Dragonite, oppressive damage coming in thick and fast.
Yep, and I think he's going to outpace through a Dragon Claw before.
ये Dragon Claw KO करेगा नहीं. Problem वो है.
But maybe if there's a very defensive Galarian Moltres, it might.
Oh wait, he shields. Hello.
Because
all right.
Shielded Sucker Punches do add up. Are we going to see a shield immediately?
Alright, this is fine, right?
Very wise to throw that Ancient Power.
Is it fine? But he think he can swap now, right?
It might not shield.
Or maybe he can. Oh my God!
Oh
भाई खत्म भाई खत्म भाई खत्म भाई.
Wow, and you can see Snorlax going, that boost has completely ruined my game plan. He's shaking his head here. He does have some additional energy on his Shadow for Alligator, so he does throw, and he does throw. He actually tries to throw on charge attack priority. Does not get it because Pablo Dinas recognizes he
भाई boost मिल गया भाई.
and will tank Hydro Cannon
टाटा bye bye.
Pablon Dinas now can farm up to a little bit more. There is a catch on the side.
Catch, it doesn't matter though.
Really a catch?
I don't
because
think
you're
so,
catching Hydro Cannons. Super effective. You're not going to be able to reach anything with this
My respect for Dragonite.
Pablondinas decides to, it's his game now, and Snorlax is just playing with him, overfarms a little bit, giving less energy to the
Or maybe, wait, can he farm this thing down? With his own...
with a sludge bomb perhaps?
Yes, because Clodsire is able to tank one.
Oh, he can. Ouch. Oh, no, he can't.
Just a double KO,
Simon,
and
GG's.
there's one full health Clodsire in the back, and that is going to be big.
भाई
That
एक
boost
boost
is
आपको
what
पूरा
changed
game
the
हरा सकता है.
dynamics of this battle.
पूरा game.
There is Clodsire in the back, but you know, Snorlax doesn't
Someone
know
had
it's
Sludge
Clodsire
Bomb,
in the back.
Stone
He
Edge. Yeah, I
hasn't
know.
seen the
मैं
full
भूल गया
chat.
कौन था
No
वो.
information revealed. Didn't
Stone
swap
Edge
in
and
the
Sludge Bomb
Clodsire
Cloud.
to
He could chat.
sting it down, but went for the double farm down here. Very, very
Okay,
heads
Pablo
up, not
won.
revealing the entire line and asserting
So 1-0
dominance
score.
here after losing the lead. The ancient power boost led to a full farm down of the Galarian Moltres, leaving the Moltres with 1 HP basically. It only gave one Shadow Claw to Shadow Fruit.
Yeah, that went as good as it could be for Pablondinas.
I think so. Clodsire ज़्यादा तो अच्छा रहता, right? Maybe.
Thinking that, you know what, my
But
game plan
Stone
was
Edge था
actually
नहीं, I
fine,
guess.
and Pablondinas had to rely on a little bit of luck, which is always a factor in these battles. Your alignment and what you get is a bit of luck, but also these boosts, these certain attacks. We have to bear in mind that an inch power isn't a hard-hitting damage.
Now it's
type
all
move,
mind
but
game,
you
guys.
just have
Now
something
it's all mind
extra
game.
to give it that oomph, and sometimes you just get lucky.
Take
and
on
you
क्या lead
deserve it
लाता
because
है.
you're running that-
They might
that
go with
attack
the
in
same
first place.
team.
The thing is, versus a Shadow Dragonite, everything has
They
oomph.
both
You could just
same team के साथ भी जा
and it
सकते हैं.
has oomph. Infestation has oomph. Infestation beat Rill versus Shadow Dragonite probably farms down in the twos as well.
So are you saying that? If I run Infestation Ariados and against Dragonite, that will work? Yeah.
Yes, Adalian, you should definitely try to do that.
I'll do that in the next battle that I have with you in the Play Pokemon Regional.
Yes.
Okay, I will.
Go ahead.
I will bear that in mind. That's Coaching 101 by Leonard Koenig, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that.
Honestly, I will have to try and get Shadow Dragonite on it then, because I have no idea about infestation counts.
Oh yeah,
12 energy?
I'm just going to nod cluelessly at you. How's
Alright,
that?
yeah, sure, perfectly. Okay, that is perfectly
Which is funnily enough what I do with most of my battles, but that's beside the point. Let's see then. If for Snorlax, if I was in Snorlax's position, I would actually just run the same team.
Yeah, the thing is that he lost this
Alright,
game
they're locked
despite
in.
having a very, very strong lead. So that is going to be a little bit tough. The ABA to the
Oh
Shadow
baby,
Feraligatr
Dragonite, no
from
sense.
Test.
Oh, he won the league again.
Wow, Shadow Dragonite into the Superior.
Okay, this is good.
Huge for Snorlax. Can he keep the switch though? Swapping in the Clodsire. And now Snorlax is going to go for... he's staying in that matchup for a little
Okay,
bit.
he has a
I love
Stone
just
Edge,
throwing it
alright.
Yes, I think so as well, because think about it, if you use Dragon Claw, you can
I
soften
think
up
Snorlax can win
this
this.
Clodsire, and just you go for that chip and dip strategy, bring in the Dunsparce maybe afterwards. No, he's trying to go for a catch,
man.
doesn't manage it, but this is fine, because now one drill run will be able to threaten.
That is a perfect decision of Snorlax. I figured bring in the Shadow Feraligatr after some Dragon Claws, but then the Clodsire has too much energy. You don't really care too much about the energy that Clodsire has with the Dunsparce.
ये क्यों नहीं
Yes, it's
करेगा?
not the best matchup, but the Dragon Claws and the Dragon Breath did so much damage.
वो sludge पहुंच जाएगा I guess for Stone
Definitely
Edge.
did. This is going to bring Clodsire really,
आराम से
really
पहुंच
low,
जाएगा.
but yeah, I think this is a farm down opportunity because Stone Edge isn't going to be enough to knock out.
भाई अगर वो
Plus
Gator
the
से farm
bait as
करेगा
well.
Yeah,
तो भाई
I'm
मजे
not
हो
su-
जाएंगे
I'm not
उसके
surprised 'cause I don't
पाब्लो
think-
के.
Did Clodsire even have the
But
energy
होगा
for
कि नहीं वो
a
पता
poke?
नहीं.
I don't think it did, so I think it was calculated. As long as Snorlax was managing the
Alright, nice
counts,
farm.
then he should be fine here. And now
Ah.
this Superior comes in. Snorlax is just going to chip away at this Superior. That's all he can do.
And he's actually, I think, going to get to 2 of those rock slides, which is going to put it in almost farm down range for the Shadow Dragonite. Or are we going to get to 2?
Dre.
Dunsparce hangs on, has a lot of HP, is going to throw a rock slide into the Superior, putting it into the yellow at least for Shadow Dragonite to try and farm it down. And also, what is Pablondinas going to bring in here? Yes, of course, you have the aerial ace. I don't even think you need to shield that because there is no fast attack pressure whatsoever.
Yes, that's right. You don't need to shield that. However, there is a thought process of whether you choose to anyway, because Dragonite does benefit from having all that energy. Having all that health. Because otherwise, this is what happens.
Oh,
But
nahi.
luckily, Snorlax was just able to get a Dragon Claw off.
This
and
is
that
bad.
decisive, because now he can safely swap out.
He
if
get the
needed.
shield but Dragonite मर गया उसका.
Can do that or no, the Shadow Dragonite falls to the damage here. I'm not sure about that decision because now there's only the Shadow Feraligatr left.
And I don't think so
Shadow
he can farm
Feraligatr
down.
is going to need a lot of energy to go through that one shield. And then there's also Superior
To
in the
even
back.
CMP,
The
this is
Charge Attack
huge.
priority event is won by Snorek, and that is absolutely big for him because Palontinas now has to shield.
Alright,
If the
fast move pressure game now.
Around, goes into the Superior. How much damage is he going to do? He's actually, I think, going to outpace to aerial aces here. Both trainers have one shield. Can he actually reach to aerial ace, or is he going to fall after that next Shadow Claw?
This is going to be so close. One more Shadow Claw.
Aerial ace मार देगा भाई. I think so Snorek हार गए.
Superior needs to get to another aerial ace. Is he going to pull it off? He is one away and just
dude.
doesn't even have to throw an attack.
Close one.
One Shadow Claw is enough, and Snorek claws back a win here under close circumstances.
He made this so close because I think that it was maybe a little bit of a brave call to take so much damage from the Shadow Feraligator.
Yeah.
Fast attacks. If you're in with your Dragonite, you can chip a little bit and then go into your own Feraligator and perhaps later after you dealt some damage with your own Shadow Claws and your Hydro Cannons, you can swap out again to the Shadow Dragonite and deal some damage with Dragon Breath, farm that one down, and then perhaps you still have more HP to handle that Superior.
One thing that comes to my mind is in that matchup, we had the Shadow Feraligator, we had the Superior, and we had the Pod side. We didn't actually.
So Pablo ने सोचा he might come with the same team, like Feraligator. फिर क्या था Shadow Dragonite and
which surprises me because I
और
would
क्या था
have
back
thought
में?
he would have at least brought one of those.
First game.
The only rationale I can think of is that because Snorek lost with his Shadow Dragonite against that Galarian Moltres in game 1.
So he thought he might come with the same team.
I wonder if therefore
But
Pablo
same
Diaz
team
was
से आया नहीं.
banking on Snorek not to bring Shadow Dragonite in game 2 and therefore ran that risk of not bringing a counter to it, and of course got punished for that.
I mean, he would have won that game heavily if it wasn't for the attack and defense boost of the Galarian Moltres. Actually, attack and defense boost mattered because he he hung on with 1 HP.
So Snorek ने सोचा रहेगा कि वो सोचेगा कि मैं same team से जाऊँगा.
The lead save swap through the Shadow Dragonite because there wasn't a clear answer so far. And if Pablo Dinas has
Alright, let's see the last game.
or Azumarill in the back to answer a save swap Shadow Dragonite, I wonder if that is what this game 3.
Alright, they're locked in.
Yes, I wonder, like, if I was Snorek, I'd take a risk and not actually bring Shadow Dragonite anymore, because I think if I was in his head, I would be thinking Pablo Dinas doesn't want to get dominated by the Shadow Dragonite anymore. Has to bring a counter, so the Azumarill, the Alolan Sandslash are the way forward. And so, what do I bring to deal with that is the question.
The thing is, Pablo Dinas can handle that Shadow Dragonite somehow, because the last game it came down to a charge attack priority event.
Yeah.
Though I don't recall if we have seen the charge attack
Dunsparce
priority
lead?
in
I
game
think so,
one,
maybe.
maybe
Let's see.
just knew about this. Okay, let's see. Galarian Moltres
Oh
is
baby!
the Azumarill.
Let's go. Alright.
Snorek keeps getting those leads. He keeps getting away with this. Look at
back
the
में
Shadow
Dragonite है.
in the back.
I think so Brave Bird मार के भाग जाएगा.
Doesn't know, or neither trainer knows that how important alignment is going to be. Brings in his own Azumarill, which Snorek is going to be happy to deal with because it's like, great, my Shadow Dragonite is going to avoid this Pokemon. Concerns though. What if Snorek is thinking there's an Alolan Sandslash in the back rather than a Feraligator? This is one thing that he's going to have to think about. But the first play rough is coming through now, well, has come through, and this is now just going to be an even exchange of damage on each other.
I love how Pablo Dinas played this because he actually dealt a lot
अभी यहाँ पे Snorek क्या कर सकता है?
Sucker punches.
Okay,
chipping
swap.
The Azumarill. Okay, we're going into the Shadow Feraligator now.
Okay, he let the
also
first
like
one
that
go.
play.
He
Letting
shield the
his
next
skill
one. He
keep
farm it
into
down.
shields for the Shadow Dragonite, perhaps, knowing that
Azu
the
Brave
Azumarill
Bird
is going
range
to be
में
out of
नहीं
the
है.
picture.
Yep.
Yeah, it may be after a few more Hydro Cannons. They are getting to a next
his
charge
shield
attack.
here,
Actually,
only
Azumarill
one shield
able to
Dragonite.
get the play rough off first, which I think will be.
He
make
can
Pablo
snipe.
Diaz very happy because he now teases a shield away from Snorek.
I don't hate this. Oh, we're going to go into the Galarian Moltres here as well. Goes to
Oh,
two
no,
Hydro Cannons, and Pablo
dude.
Dinas counts perfectly. Throws an Ancient Power on the charge attack priority.
भाई अगर वो no shield किया तो लग जाएंगे.
Yes, and it's
Oh dude,
he
खत्म
makes a
भाई.
brave call, thinking this might not be an ice beam. Goes for it, and
He can't shield
this
this.
is very clever. Now is able to get that Ancient Power off. What's also very handy.
He can come with Azu, but
on the Galarian
he
Moltres
switch
for
lock,
Snorek
right?
to capitalize on.
Not a brave bird, but a
Nah, वो
brave
Brave
call
Bird
by
पहुंच
the
जाएगा.
Spaniard.
Problem वो है.
Galarian Moltres is sitting on low HP, as you just said. That is going to be little fun. Are you even going in with the Azumarill, not repeating?
Oh, नहीं. Okay, Ancient Power है.
Taking perfect counting here as well, knowing hey, might get to a charge attack. I'm rather going to sponge this with Azumarill. You
could Gator के साथ आ सकता है Gator के साथ oh नहीं भाई ये बेकार है I think so one shield farm down possible तो है but I think so वो swap करेगा अभी Azu में and now he can farm down the Azu though yep she yaar
taking that shield can bring in the Azumarill, but the Azumarill is so low. There is so much dominating damage that can Dragonite actually farm this down or at least threaten with a Dragon Claw. Is this enough to KO? This is one of the bulkiest fairy types.
Okay, wait, what? He shield. He can CMP you next.
Switch time on Snorlax. He has so much to wait.
Okay, it's a CMP tie.
Another Dragon Claw on the charge attack priority event. Is he going to get 2 shields from Dragon Claws?
Oh, he does.
He is, but Pablo Andinas wants
wait,
to
what?
This Dragonite out of the picture.
I think so. Pablo loses now.
His switch timer is also not up, so I think
Undercharge
can go for a big juicy farm down against the Azumarill. Can he land a play rough into the Feraligatr? I don't think that he has the
play rough मार देगा Gator को.
This is going to come down to the wire. He has to farm down the Azumarill. Azumarill hangs on. It is going to get to that play rough. How much energy is on the Shadow Feraligatr?
And Snorlax is able to get charge attack priority as well.
Oh भाई इसको पता है भाई इसके Pokemon CM पे जीतते हैं भाई. क्या बात है भाई.
It's a race. It's trying to get to it first. Who's going to get to that charge attack? Play rough is there.
Cheese, let's go. Shadow Dragonite to the victory, baby.
And this will knock out.
Azumarill takes it versus Shadow Feraligatr. Pablo Andinas having to shield up 2 Dragon Claws on the Azumarill to not get knocked out. There
Shadow Dragonite, guys. Shadow Dragonite.
Sure of if it would have at that range of HP. It is double resisted.
I think it just about would have. It would have done. It was so low that I think the shield was necessary, but it was a wasted shield in a way because I'm sure there were better occasions earlier in the matchup that Pablo Andinas could have shielded that may have changed the dynamics of the game, but it would have been so tricky to predict that far that these shields are valuable now, not later.
When he swapped in the Azumarill into the Shadow Dragonite, he realized, oh wow, I don't have energy on this and I'm kind of low, so this is going to be a difficult scenario for me to play with.
यार आज viewers ही नहीं है कोई. No one is no one भाई किसी को अच्छा नहीं लगता पता नहीं क्यों. Originals watch party.
I could just throw my energy here. It's going to be fine. It doesn't matter if it's a Shadow Feraligatr or a very low Azumarill. Shadow Dragonite will knock out. And again, Dragon Breath is a 1-turn fast attack. So even if it is resisted, if it's double resisted, it will add up over time because there is more of it.
Yes, and bear in mind that with Pokemon Go, you do not have immunities compared to, say, the video game, for example, where if you use Dragon Breath on a Fairy type, it would take no damage at all. But here it is a double resistance, which means even though you are in a very harsh matchup, you are still going to do a little bit of damage. And you can see the dominance here, surviving on 1 HP to throw a Dragon Claw. And this Dragonite put in work in this matchup.
Yeah, but Pablo Andinas has to shield here as well in game 3. Look at this, the shields on the Azumarill. Charge attack priority event. Snorlax with the perfect energy management. Pablo Andinas a little bit unfortunate. It was 1 turn of energy that he was behind there for this, and Snorlax is celebrating because this was an extremely clutch matchup. He wasn't... I mean, Pablo Andinas brought the answer to the Dragonite. Eventually, he brought Azumarill in game 3. Do you reckon if it was a Alolan Sandslash?
Oh, that's it. Game over.
Been different, yeah. I think
game
so. Because
over.
I mean, your matchup versus the Azumarill is a little bit worse. It's difficult, right? You can't really safe swap it as well.
No, you can't. One thing though, I will give credit as well to Snorlax for is when in game 3 when Azumarill was quite low. Well, sorry, when Pablo Andinas' Azumarill was quite low, literally on 1 HP, and was about to launch that play rough. Snorlax made the brave call to throw Ice Beam to eliminate it, because I think if he had taken that play rough damage and got the farm down instead, whether Shadow Feraligatr would have been able to threaten with those Shadow Claws would have been interesting. I also bear in mind though, think that Azumarill would have had a play rough ready to go, so maybe that would have been enough. But I think it was the relatively riskier play that Snorlax avoided by just going, you know what, I'm just going to Ice Beam, just in case.
Yep, because he knew the energy count perfectly, and I think that it is enough of us, but we're rather going to hear instead of Snorlax. Let's take it to the winner's interview.
Thank you so much, Leo and Adelian.
All right,
joined by the winner of that last match, Snorlax. How are you feeling? That was a pretty sensational match.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I wasn't this far for a very long time, so I'm glad to be again in the top 8. Hopefully I can beat my best, which was losing the first round in the top 8. So one more win and I will be happy. Can lose after.
Awesome. So first top 8 of this season,
Can
which
lose
is really,
after.
really exciting. Now, you obviously had last night to prepare. What was it like looking at the teams in advance, and how comfortable were you feeling coming this morning?
To be honest, I did like 2 best of 3s of scrims. I had a plan in my head. I saw in the last battles that he didn't like to play Slash, so Slash and Moltres were, yeah, there was a small chance for them to appear together. So for the first game I thought, okay, I can bait out Slash with Clodsire and then Dragonite should be free. And in the second game I just played Dragonite lead, the best safe swap in the game. And
so I like that. So you identified cores that you felt were strong or weak for your opponent, what was most likely to be seen, and you played into those. And I also, we just spoke earlier, you were building Pokemon with slightly higher attack to guarantee charge attack priority there. Talk me through that strategy.
Yep.
yeah, basically last season
भाई
I
इसका
was
secret reveal हो
playing,
गया भाई.
yeah, the best ranks on most of my months. So yeah, and I lost a lot of games because of that, because of losing CMP. So now I took, now I thought otherwise about it and built high attack ones. Yeah, for example, my Feraligatr never lost CMP against anyone, so I just know I can throw it. I'm pretty safe.
भाई
There's
कितना
basically
confident है भाई.
zero chance that someone will win CMP against me.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, the
भाई
problem
अभी
with many of
टॉमॉक
these
जब भी इसके
Pokemon
सामने
is
खेलेंगे
that
ना
losing charge
भाई वो
attack
CMP
priority
टाई नहीं
in a
करेंगे
mirror
भाई.
match can be really, really costly. So
No one is
I
going to
really like
CMP
that
tie the
strategy.
Snorlax now.
Are you comfortable going through to the next round? Have you already looked at your opponents? How are you feeling going on?
I thought only
भाई
about
बंदा
this match.
बिंदास बोल रहा है
I
यार.
will figure something
ऐसा नहीं
out.
बोलना चाहिए था.
Well, congratulations. You played really, really well. Those were some very enjoyable matches. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Casters, back to you.
भाई टॉमॉक ने भाई उसका secret
Very
जान लिया
exciting
भाई.
to hear from Snorlax, and as I suspected, he got Pokemon that would win charge attack priority. Having a little bit of additional attack
भाई
on
Twitch
his
पे क्या हो रहा है सब
Feraligatr,
लोग.
on his Azumarill was key to winning key charge attack priority matchups in that last match, and I think that's what decisively got him deal. This is now the last
Aye.
losers finals.
Yep, it is going to be
Mind joke,
Kaifia
let's go.
versus a mind joke. Kaifia, a name that is really hard to pronounce for non-Dutch people. I'm trying my best. It's definitely not Kupchi.
And I'm so proud of you because you said it first, which means now I can try and imitate you badly.
Try it.
Kufje.
Oh no, okay.
No, terrible. No, you say the name.
Okay, so Kaifia's team
Kaifia,
is something
got it.
that I have used for practice as well. It is a very well put together team, but you have to know how to play it, especially against certain matchups. So Gastrodon works as a safe swap against multiple teams if there is not a Galarian Moltres or a Serperior on the team. Unfortunately, in this Top Gun, those are everywhere. So Malama also has quite the
यहाँ
trouble
पे भी
against it. He's
Moltres
one of the
भाई
few
सबके
Ariados
पास
players that we still
Moltres
have
है
in the
guys.
tournament.
सबके
Yeah,
पास
you
Moltres
know,
है.
I don't mind because Ariana says I love how quick
हमारे
he
पास
gets
ही
to his
Moltres
charge
नहीं.
attacks. Lunge and Trailblaze, and also I talked about this yesterday. The variety in how
See,
you
Mind
can go
Joke
for the
also
lunge
using
and punish
Moltres.
with lowering attack or boost your own attack with Trailblaze. And here we saw that
No
there is that
Alolan
Galarian
Senseless this
Moltres as
time.
Well, the Galarian Moltres and Ariados isn't too bad because the lunges are doing neutral damage, as are the poison stings.
That is true, and the ancient power is not the most threatening attack. If
ये
especially
Mind
if
Joke की
it's
एक
deep
team
off
थी,
the
I think
field,
so last
just
to
to
last
boost
season
back,
Ultra
that
League
is,
में.
Of course, then a whole different story.
I think so
as
team
Snorlax
थी
found
Alolan
out.
Senseless.
That was
गिरी
huge
थी ना
there.
and Goli
Now,
Super.
Superior
भाई
in
बहुत
the
famous
back
थी वो
as
team बहुत.
well is going to
सब लोग
threaten
वही
it.
use
I mean,
कर रहे थे
Superior
Ultra League में.
Moltres together is going to make
और Mind
Gastrodon
Joke team.
almost unplayable.
Yeah, so maybe it's not relevant in
Day
this
to use
particular
in
matchup,
Moltres
but
is
certain
50%.
Pokemon are not necessarily going to be as
बहुत
useful, but you can still use them as surprise.
Okay.
Going now, oh, Dunsparce
bad lead for
into
Mind
Clodsire.
Joke,
Now,
kind
this
of.
is interesting because normally you'd think, yeah, this would be fine, but it's only the drill runs that are threatening. You'll need 3 drill
Gator
runs
needs
to
shield, so
get
he
to
can't
a
shield here,
knockout
but
on
he
this
can
Clodsire.
farm down
Clodsire
the.
can easily go for earthquakes here.
Yeah, that is true. Dunsparce's
Clodsire.
damage is
China's the
minimal on
advantage
the
रहेगा.
rollouts, therefore the energy generation is really strong. Kaifia is going to be fine with winning alignment here because Azumarill on the Galarian Moltres is a fine matchup, and of course having your Galarian Moltres on the Shadow Feraligatr is good as well. However, you need shields in those matchups.
Yeah, you definitely do, and so there's going to be just a continual exchange of charge attacks here. Perfect timing. by a Mind Joker. I mean, I'm not surprised it's him going for the drill.
See guys, we know if we throw the Stone Age here, वो क्यों नहीं करता Dunsparce को, उसको Earthquake ही जाना पड़ेगा. Okay, yep.
He does. He wants to get a shield.
भाई ये बहुत अच्छा farm down है for the Gator.
You know what? You've done your job, Dunsparce. This is a farm down opportunity for me.
Mind Joke भी वही करेंगे, देख लेना. He knows as well. Okay.
Immediate swap out into the Azumarill, and Mind Joke goes.
This is not bad though.
Get the energy advantage, but I'm very fine with this. And Kaifir is going to have a little bit of an uphill battle here now.
Yeah, he will. I think the key thing is Mind Joke needs to stay in on this matchup.
Yep.
Weaken or eliminate the Azumarill so that his Galarian Moltres can then fly freely in the backline. But that is going to be a tricky thing because he will need to. Mind Joke will have to invest shields here in order to make that happen.
Question is, can Kaifir get the energy back after this matchup, because Feraligatr almost always comes out on top in those, but goes down a shield and then leaves it relatively
to shield trainer,
low.
I guess. Get the second shield, then swap. Alright.
In the back as well.
Yeah, there is. So let's see how this plays out. There is one more Shadow Claw, and then you can get another Hydro Cannon off, and this is going to be a knockout situation. Kaifir recognizing that.
I don't think so. Mind Joke will shield now though.
This Azumarill going, maybe get another play rough off ideally, and he does.
Yep.
Fires off the player.
Wait, he's shielding.
Two shields down here. Kaifir now has the Galarian.
Now he can swap into Moltres.
Very healthy. Does he go to it immediately? Yes. Wants to get this energy advantage. Doesn't want to give the Shadow Feraligatr too much energy. You know you're going to have to shield an Ice Beam. Is probably going to shield this one up here. It is maybe a win condition to call a Hydro Cannon here. Does Kaifir realize that? No, he
Hydro
does
hurts
go for
crazy.
It. He shakes his head. Didn't want to see that one, but now he's going to be in that.
Brave Bird क्यों नहीं करता, right guys?
Tough one if you have no
But he can throw the double ancient power.
There's no
Okay.
opportunity. Kaifir to going for the Brave Bird here. This is going to be close because whether Mind Joke's Galarian Moltres can withstand the Brave Bird, that is going to be key.
Oh, he does. Oh, baby, he gets to the Brave Bird as well.
To retaliate with his own Brave Bird. Doesn't matter if you debuff.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
1 HP. It is going to knock out Kaifir's Galarian Moltres, but is there still a
हमारा
window of
Moltres ज़्यादा
opportunity for
powerful है.
Kaifir to win this game somehow?
He
Gets
can catch,
one
right?
Poison Sting in. One Poison Sting to a Stone Edge. Is it going to be enough? The Hydro Cannon is already reached by a
wait a
Mind Joke.
turn.
It's going to outpace
Okay, Mind Joke
here, and
wins.
the damage is going to be
GG's.
important on the Azumarill as well.
There was a lot of danger that Mind
यार वो
Joke
Brave
was
Bird
going
क्यों
to
नहीं
get
किया?
caught as
क्यों
Kaifir
कर देता
had
I
that
guess.
opportunity, but Mind Joke
Goofy.
waiting patiently, and now
Goof.
going for the Shadow Claw down. This is going to be so close, coming to the wire, but another Hydro Cannon.
Gator did
seals
1v3
the
guys.
deal for a Mind Joke. You can see his reaction.
1v3.
He knew how close that was. Very well played by both these trainers. They're excellent. For nothing you didn't expect from
मजा आ
the
गया.
losers final.
This was more than just great. It came down to a bait call essentially from Kaifir versus a Mind Joke because he shielded up that potential Ice Beam. I was shocked as well to see a Hydro Cannon there, to be completely honest, because if it went unshielded, I think that was a proper lose con for a Mind Joke.
Yeah, and I think that often it comes down to the wire about these kinds of decisions. It takes one key decision at some point in the game.
ये भी loser finals है I guess. जो हारेगा वो बाहर जाएगा, right?
You could lose and be you could end yourself up in a corner where you can't wiggle out of in the end game as a result. The problem is you don't know you're going into that corner until
Group
you're there,
C, I think
and
so.
that is
Group
the big
D,
difficulty.
या
Is
फिर
that
E last है.
foresight, that wisdom of knowing where am I going to end up. This is what separates good trainers from the best.
And this is what I mean with loose con. It's short for loose condition,
Yes.
which is when you're in the driver's seat. Basically, you have the right alignment.
His
or
Castro
energy
has a lot
advantage,
of play.
and then sometimes
I
it
think
comes
so.
down to base turn.
Claude,
Hey, I'll
Gator,
bait this, and if your
Ayazu,
opponent calls it,
Dunsparce.
you are going to maybe lose that game or give your opponent the advantage back. And if you went straight for the Ice Beam in that scenario,
think
for
so.
example,
उसको
you know that
Gastro
you're
लाना
later
चाहिए,
on
I
going to
guess.
be able to
Right?
connect a Brave Bird because you're going to swap out
Gastro is so
anyway,
strong
then
against
you have
Claude,
two of
Ayazu,
those big charge attacks that need
Dunsparce,
shields, but you
Gator as well.
only shield one. And if you afford to not shield the Hydro Cannon, then there's maybe some play for a Mind Joke. But I would have to watch that back completely to make a definite statement about that.
Yeah, there's so many permutation combinations with Pokemon Go battles. I love the fact that it is so quick, it is so rapid, it is so time critical.
It's hard to make those decisions on the spot.
Yes, and the best trainers are able to do that. And how do you become as good as that? You practice. You take part in the Go Battle League. You go to your local events. You test yourself. You test your mind. You sharpen it.
You spend time with your community.
You spend time with your community learning and getting better. This is the way that people become great trainers. And these two trainers are about to demonstrate why they are so worthy.
All right, the leads are going
Moltres.
to be Galarian Moltres versus
man,
Superior.
this is good
Huge
lead.
for Kaifir, looking up to a Mind Joke shaking his head, likely knowing this is not The best goes into the Dunsparce immediately, and Koifi is
Hold
very
on.
ABA weak to Dunsparce. This is exactly where he needs it.
Yeah, so he's so Mind Joke's actually
It's
now
over.
going to read that, oh, you know, this is not the perfect answer to my Dunsparce. I'm going to play this out. Let's see if I'm able to win switch advantage here, because this might give me an advantage later on down the line. So now there's going to be charge attacks exchange, going for the ice speed. Oh no, but Dunsparce goes for the
Wait,
drill
Dunsparce
run.
win
This
this,
might be a
right?
charge attack priority event, I believe.
Because one rollout ka energy advantage hai.
Is that his lead was bad versus Dunsparce in the Galarian Moltres. The Ariados also has trouble dealing with the Dunsparce, so there's only one Pokemon that can confidently handle the Dunsparce. And if your opponent safe swap this Pokemon, then you're going to get it out of the way with the Azumarill, which is just bulkier than the Dunsparce and works with same type attack bonus boosted bubbles.
Yes, it is, and the ice beams are
अगर
enough
Mind
that
Joke को
you just
shield
go
मिले तो
for those
कुछ
multiple
play है,
ice
right?
beams, slow down, and then the bubbles are going to be able to take out the Dunsparce, not before a drill run comes in.
What is the Superior going to do in the backline here? There's Ariados, there's Galarian Moltres. Those frenzy plans are always going to be resisted. Look at the bubble down even from the Azumarill. This is a little bit of energy there. Going into the Galarian Moltres immediately doesn't want to give a farm down. We're going to be in the mirror match. Koifi has a big energy advantage. He can just throw ancient powers here all day.
Yes, he can, and he also now knows that what the full lineup of a Mind Joke is, so he knows is that Ariados in the back is going to be so
RPS
weak
है भाई,
against Superior.
खत्म.
He knows he can then focus on just dealing with the Galarian Moltres and be fine in the back line. So the ancient powers being exchanged, rocks being thrown everywhere by both of these Pokemon, shields coming out as well, just to keep both these Moltreses in the skies.
Knowing
किसी को boost नहीं मिला.
is the easiest shield of Koifi.
Okay, now he's throwing Brave Bird.
For a brave bird, brave decision, much rather. Going to throw it here. Is it going to be shielded or not? It's a no shield. It's a call from a Mind Joke.
You can
खत्म भाई.
And you can see the reaction. He's not happy with that. Now the Superior has to come back in. It is racing to that aerial aces, which is going to do a lot of damage. Going for the frenzy blood.
Attack priority.
Oh my goodness! I don't know if that was a great idea, because
नहीं,
now
हार
Koifi
गए
can
भाई, it's over.
actually get even
Mind
more
Joke
damage
loses
off
this game.
before the frenzy plants launch.
Maybe undercharge करे तो I guess one wipe whip मिलना चाहिए
Koifi
extra.
is just dancing on a Mind Joke's head. He's in his mind
No
now.
undercharge.
Is going to let this Galarian Moltres go and reveal the Superior in the back. Mind Joke shakes
over.
his head, knowing, okay, I had no business winning this at all, so I'm fine.
Well, we said this, but then he had no business winning previous match, and he still pulled it off. But here, there is no wiggle room. That Ariados bears down, fangs and claws ready to deal with this Superior, spinning it into his web and not letting go. That lunge wipes it out, and that is one fantastic battle.
So I had two interesting discussions with Koifi before
Decisive
this
game.
tournament. And within this tournament. So the one before that was him telling me, hey, I have been playing alignment-based strategies for too long. I want to focus on getting better at different aspects of the game, so I'm not going to play anything that needs alignment to work. And then he threw one of his games in the winners semifinals yesterday because he was too focused on not winning through alignment. And then we talked, and we came to the conclusion that sometimes maybe he needs to play for alignment. This time around, he played a very alignment-heavy game against the Dunsparce, got the Dunsparce on the Azumarill where he wanted it, and was able to sweep with Moltres and Ariados perfectly. So sometimes going back to your comfort strategies, even though you want to try out new things, is the way to go.
Yes, it very much is. I want to see more Ariados action. I think it's an exciting Pokemon, has a very strong matchup against so much of a Mind Joke's team. The Feraligatr scared of the Trailblaze, the Azumarill scared of
By
the
Shadow Gator he lead best, I guess, for the Mind
Joke.
Joke.
Even that Galarian
think so.
Moltres doesn't like lunges
1,
either,
2,
and is
3,
outpaced to it.
kind
So
of.
That I don't see a reason why Koifi doesn't bring Ariados back in.
Yep, definitely. Ariados is very
Ariados is so
situated here.
strong.
Mind Joke might have to bring more Pokemon to answer that, but can he afford to do that? Can he bring Clodsire and Dunsparce? Because Clodsire and Dunsparce get bullied by Gastrodon.
Indeed,
Have
yeah.
this Superior as an answer for Gastrodon. So that would then again come down to alignment. What other Pokemon are there? Malamar is a phenomenal choice against Dunsparce and the Clodsire. So bringing those two Pokemon is a very brave call, but I reckon that you might be right. Mind Joke has no other choice.
So what do you think? Maybe Superior, Dunsparce, Clodsire if you want to go with an ABB strategy, or do we want to risk go for ABA? I feel in games where it's 1-1, ABA is so risky to run.
It is risky.
Alright, they're locked in, guys.
You can be soft ABA to some things. I also don't know if it is a Stone Edge Clodsire from a Mind Choke side or if it is Sludge Bomb, because if it's Sludge Bomb, it's not that much of an answer.
True, that is very, very true. And so
Oh,
Azumarill
nahi
comes in.
yaar.
Oh, this is a Mind Joke's face says it all. Galarian Moltres isn't able to dance away. Brings in the Shadow for
Okay.
responding by his own Galarian Moltres on the Kypch's side. Incredible.
Bye back mein Azu hai
It's
bhai.
going to come down to some shield calls here as well. Goes for the first Hydro Cannon. Kaifia thinks, am I going to call this Hydro Cannon or is that a lose condition for me? Shakes his head, goes, I have to shield this up because if it is an Ice Beam, I lose all of my advantage. He's going to throw the Ancient Power here just before a Mind Choke reaches the Ice Beam. This will have to grab a
Ancient
shield
Power,
back.
he survives.
A Mind Choke's let
Oh
this
no.
go without doing any damage.
I think it's very good that
Boost?
Mind Joke shielded
No
here.
boost.
He needs to get both of these shields eliminated at a minimum. Going for 2 Hydro Cannons here. Well, so the first one comes in. Whereas Kypcher making no hesitation there in shielding again.
But भाई back में वो Spider है भाई, कैसे beat करेंगे भाई Spider
But
को?
not before another Hydro Cannon can be launched.
Yep, he's going to throw another Hydro
ये
Cannon.
Q करता है क्या?
It is not an Ice Beam. Is super fine with that. It is going to deal some damage. You have a lot of energy on the Galarian.
Oh,
Moltres. You
man.
have low HP here. You can get a shield back with a Brave Bird. Anything on the team of a Mind Choke loves Brave Birds. Nah.
But he has a
Not at all.
shield.
I think you bring Azumarill here and try and farm down would be the way to go. But even though you
Perfect.
tank a Brave Bird, you're just going to have to soak that up. That's fine. This is okay. Let's go
This
with
is fine. Yep, this is
Throwing
okay.
Immediately to drop the defenses before the bubble damage registers, so you might get knocked out immediately. Didn't work. Hangs on with 1 HP, 2 defensive, but now you can freely bring in the Ariados. And Mind Choke is laughing. He knows that is not the matchup
Yep, it's over.
Azumarill wants to see, especially with half HP.
No, definitely not. As a Mind Joke making the wise decision to actually get an Ice Beam buff on this Ariados and try and soften it up a little bit more before Galarian Moltres comes in to bring the
Yep,
sucker.
he
But
debuffs him.
Ariados brings in
Wait a
that
minute.
lunge to soften up the Galarian Moltres, and this is very, very
Wait a
clever.
minute.
Not only is this going to
Clock
be
is
chipped,
misaligned.
but it's also going to lower the attack. And now there could be a potential swap, but no. Kype just happy
Oh,
to
he
go,
banged
tries
a
to
move.
get a catch, doesn't make it. Azumarill's happy to take this anyway. This is incredible.
Doesn't get a move here, or does get a move with the Ariados.
Ah,
goes
no,
into
no,
the
it's over.
Azumarill. The
Brave
Moltres
Bird
is
क्यों
so
नहीं
low
करेगा? He's
already,
debuffed.
has to use a shield on the Ice Beam.
Mind Joke.
This is going to be a definite
It's over.
knockout that the Ariados is gonna get later, but he's almost at 2 Brave Birds. This is a
Maybe
debuffed
switch is
Galarian
up, I
Moltres.
guess, I
Perhaps
don't know.
Kypia gave his opponent too much energy here. What is he going to do? Brave Bird is going to connect. It almost does have. Can you reach another Ice Beam before you get Sucker Punch to Brave Bird range?
That is the key thing. Another Brave Bird comes in. This is a test of Azumarill's bug. Has Kypcher invested enough in the defenses on the Azumarill? Is it going to survive?
Doesn't knock out.
That's
He's going to
incredible.
swap out immediately. Now the energy is going to be sponged by
Yep,
the
it's over.
Azumarill. The defenses are
इसके
up
बाद
again on the Galarian
he will
Moltres.
farm.
And the Ariados, I
Do
believe,
move
has
and he
some
wins.
energy, because if it does, it might be able to actually knock out this Azumarill.
Swap out
Let's see
immediately.
the swap, and
Yep.
let's see, and the immediate Trailblaze comes in.
That's the boost on the Trailblaze. Is he going to knock out the Galarian Moltres
Of
with
course.
these boosted Poison Stings? The HP is so low. The defenses are high. Attack is boosted. He goes for the Poison Sting down. It's a simultaneous knockout, but Azumarill prevails!
Congratulations, Jakuvje, and the closest of margins. You can see how close that was. The respect from both of these opponents. A Mind Joke not happy with how that went, but will have to be
Yeah.
so proud of how close he made that.
GG's, well
Incredible
played.
play there by Kypcher. It was the most magical, most amazing of artwork by Ariados there.
Ariados with the big wins there. I think that Kypia made this a little bit riskier than he had to, because the Azumarill in the back was dry, and after he threw the lunge onto the Galarian Moltres, which I definitely agree with, otherwise one shield up, it's very tough to handle it, he gave it 5 more Sucker Punches.
Yeah, that was, and this is what comes down to, that even if you're in a winning condition, you've got so many advantages in your direction. You talked about earlier about finding the lose con, or inadvertently finding a lose condition. It is so easy to be in a dominant matchup and still somehow lose. And if you're on the other side, if you manage to pull out a win condition out of being at a disadvantage, that's an incredible battler right there.
That is true. We have seen this multiple times. The stare into the... Oh, Kypia is
Stare
going
into
in.
my soul.
Yes, giving the camera a quick wink, raising his eyebrows, qualifying for the top 8 for the first time in his life. Look at this. This was crucial in game 1. Look at the Brave Bird damage, just barely not knocking out the Galarian Moltres. Quick stare into the sky, which is the venue here, but goes for another Brave Bird here against a shield after game 1. And I think this was a no shield, right?
Yes, this was a no shield here, and that was actually a call that did not go a Mind Joke's way, and he was forced to bring that Superior back in. Also, he made the mistake there of, in my view, of going up to the Frenzy Bar and taking another Ancient Power. I wonder if Aerial Ace at that point would have been enough to knock out because of the debuff, but we didn't get to see that because it just simply didn't happen. And now Azumarill, in this case, was just able to get close enough, and Ariados, that farm down with the Poison Sting, that was so close, and holding on with one Pokemon is what sealed the victory for Kaifia.
The trail base boost was so important. The defenses of the Ariados are kind of low, especially when you want this high attack. Got Sucker Punch down eventually. The Azumarill hanging on to a little bit of HP because of the debuffs on the Brave Bird before was absolutely crucial. Kaifia winning with the slightest of margins.
And I'm not surprised. Trainers of this caliber, there's not going to be much that separates them. They're that good that it comes down to whispers of health, whispers of energy, just little whispers of everything.
Yeah, that is true. And if you're thinking at home, hey, I want to be as good as these trainers, how do I get the knowledge? How do I get the information? There is going to be a video for you now, and get out a pal pad and a pen to write down these notes, because we have trainer tips for you.
So I think what makes the difference between a great trainer and other trainers is consistency and persistence. I think the amount of time you put into the game makes a lot of difference. And actually today that's reflecting on my score. So I didn't put as much time as needed. So now I'm out of the day 2. So persistence throughout the years, and sometimes there's some setbacks that will happen, and we will feel pretty down. But to keep at it and to not give up, I think that's the way, and that's what makes a difference.
I would say that making a great Pokemon trainer would be someone who practice with friends, help build and everything. Just practice, practice, practice.
I think the good Pokemon trainer is someone who really knows their Pokemon, really gets around with them. Also in VGC, just by practicing a lot with my Pokemon, I know them through and through, and that's how I win the games.
Para ser un buen entrenador tienes que estudiar mucho, mantenerte constante en el meta y divertirte con tus amigos, que es lo principal.
I think the most important thing is practice, because without practice you cannot go anywhere. And of course, I think second comes passion, because even though you're the best player, if you don't have passion for the game, if you don't train every day, you will not win. So that's what it takes for winning.
Yo pienso que para ser un buen entrenador, la habilidad de adaptarse a cualquier situación es muy importante.
Para ser un buen entrenador Pokémon, considero que es importante la resiliencia y ser constante. Aunque hayan días malos, días buenos, seguir intentándolo, nunca rendirse. Solamente así se consigue el éxito.
I think if you just like play with the things that you like, play with the friends that you like, use like strategies that work for you and you think is the best, no matter what anyone tells you, I think that's what makes you a good Pokemon trainer.
Para ser bom treinador, precisa treinar seu Pokémon e pegar muitos Pokémons muito raros, até os míticos, e cuidar do seu Pokémon muito bem.
What an awesome set of some trainer tips, but if you want even more specific trainer tips, tune into this next match. We've got Inadequate against Stone Collection here at the Stuttgart Regional Championship.
This is a pretty massive one. I think everyone knows just how good both of these players are. Stone Collection hasn't quite got to the heights that many people know that he can get to, and this is probably not the player that he wants to be up against in these late stages, but he has every opportunity now.
Stone Collection is a guy who loves playing neutrally. He wants to play against other players who have pretty meta teams and are going to play pretty reliably and pretty predictably. However, as he said, this is the last place you want to be if you're that kind of player.
Yeah, Martine is a player that loves to get the alignment that he wants. He's bringing Shadow Drifblim, Shadow Kanto Marowak as well, and they can be so punishing. But the players at this stage of the tournament, they're all so good. They all have their playstyles. Let's take a look at the winner's bracket and who these players will be up against very soon.
Okay.
If you thought this top match was difficult, it doesn't get much easier on the lower
Inadequate
side.
Stone
That's
Collection,
Tauntaun
Tauntaun, and
Batus,
PvP
our
David.
recent regional
Yo,
champion,
Monish bhai, are you here?
PvP David 07, someone who is not unfamiliar to the top cut.
I think PvP David has a really solid chance. He is here in this top 8, and he will know that this is a really good opportunity this season for him because he doesn't play that many regional events, but when he does, he usually performs very
याद है
well.
हमने PvP David को हराया था मैंने बोला था Shiny Origin Garatina ये वही बंदा है
who basically attends every single regional event. Of course, Inadequate does too, mostly as a caster, but definitely Stone Collection has made a ton of top cuts in the last season. Could never really bring home that trophy. Has one medal to his name in the 2022 Lille, got 4th place, but since then it's just been a lot of top 8s and top 6s.
भाई मतलब कौन ट्रेड करता है यार मुझे तो वो है
this position anyway, and he is so frequently in this position, but it will
maybe alt account से ट्रेड किया होगा I guess right maybe
and he says he goes sometimes you know when
maybe सामने shiny दिया रहेगा कोई अच्छा सा
I guess
compare
that against someone like Martin
because shiny origin Garatina Great League में मिलना भाई भाई कितने chances है मतलब 0.00%.
If he can just get inside of his own head and ensure that he is prepared for this match, Martin cannot use those tricks on him. Of course, it's easy to
Prime
be
baby
nervous on these big stages, but Martin, he puts up a big show, pretends he's all prepared, but he's probably nervous here too, right? Stone Collection is not someone you want to play.
Yeah, I think Martin is going to be comfortable in the sense that he knows that he has the experience, but he also knows that Stone Collection is such a high quality player, and when Stone is locked in, he can definitely make things difficult. So Martin will want to get some momentum in this first game one, and he's going to try and do so with these crazy picks that he's come up with this weekend. That Fortress, Volt Switch, Earthquake, Rock Tomb, that has caught so many players by surprise. Can it continue to do so in this day 2?
Fortress, a Pokemon that a lot of people have theorized is a really nice pick, a core breaker, so to speak, because it just walls off Ariados, it walls off Toxapex, and a lot of other meta staples. But when it goes with Pokemon where it should theoretically be good against, such as Feraligatr or Mandibuzz, it often doesn't feel that good because its moves are so slow, don't really hit with same type attack bonus. So Fortress really acts as a good bench pressure most of the time.
And then you've got that Shadow Drifblim, that Shadow Kanto Marowak. They are so happy getting through the 2 shields, powering through. And you look at Pokemon like Shadow Feraligatr here for Stone Collection, which when there are 2 shields in play, both Drifblim and
Sludge Bomb Stone Age baby.
The king of neutral
आ गया वो बंदा
right hand side of your screen here.
Aquatail Crunch
with his Clodsire. I want
Hydro Cannon Crunch
here, Stone Edge and Sludge Bomb. Well, he thought it was
interesting. No Ice Beam
for flyers like Moltres and Mandibuzz, and also Azumarill. It actually caused a lot of trouble yesterday when it was aligned against something like a Clodsire, where you don't have those ground type attacks to hit back.
भाई ये कैसा लगा है भाई?
What I like about that approach is you accept that if you are going to lose versus ground, you're going to lose. So why don't you improve coverage against everything else?
Oh man.
Into these games, that is a great lead for Stone Collection.
भाई ये भी है Victu Aizu.
Primeape with shields, it always has play.
Primeape is so strong. Look at how quickly he gets to Drake's Fist. It seems like we just started this match.
But this is fine, right? He can play. He boost.
If you look a little bit to the backline as this matchup
he can't swap.
Fortress just looks so strong here for Inadequate. I think it's going to be up to Stone Collection to neutrally play that out with the Feraligatr and that Drapion.
I think the difficulty here for Stone is that because so many attacks are coming through and they're slowly getting boosted each time, at what point can you really come in to try and sponge any of this damage? Neither of your Pokemon in the back can take a close combat, so Stone Collection needs to be really smart with his shields.
I think you opt to play out with no shields and just accept that your Drapion's going to take a couple karate chops, take a close combat maybe, but you need to shield it up, and then it's up to you to just take it out with an Aqua Tail. At this point, Primeape is
he's
throwing
close
really
combat.
Nice
Wait, this will kill.
He's going to go no shielded.
भाई ये क्यों कर देगा?
Is this going to knock out? Yes, it knocks out.
Oh, it does. Let's go, baby.
We're expecting him to now instantly
this is huge. भाई कौन बोला Primeape Aizu को नहीं हरा सकता भाई? Who was worried? भाई जो अभी जो close combat मारेगा भाई. He baits, really smart bait. Hold on.
It's too risky to no shield, and of course Stone Collection is a player who likes to play very safely, and that's just one example of it. But can he poison Sting all the way down? He's gonna reach a rage. This has to go shielded.
थोड़े किले रह गए. Oh wait, he double shield. भाई Fortress goes burr. खत्म भाई. दो Aquatail. I guess KO तो नहीं करना चाहिए, but let's see.
It's gonna sponge the energy a lot better. Yes, exactly. Here comes the Fortress. It's going to take one crunch.
This is great for Stone because that Feraligatr in the back will then be aligned
This is
against
huge.
Kanto Mara.
Nice call.
Martin
Really nice
desperately
call
looking
from
at
the
Team Sheets,
Inequence.
trying to read what could be in the back. That is a big amount of damage. There is no debuff then, so another crunch is now coming through.
Can he? Is he
go
going
for
to
two Alpha Tails here, right?
switch now?
If he did
No, he
get that
can't,
debuff on the
right?
first one, this crunch is not going to knock out. You can never
Ouch.
poison this thing all the way down. Do you hard pivot to the Yes, exactly. But it's read by the Kanto Marowak. Can he get to this charge attack? Get into Aqua Tail range with those Shadow Claws. It looks like he's going to be going for that first Hydro Cannon. Is this going to be? Of course, this goes shielded.
I think so. Inequence wins.
One Bone Club will take out the Feraligatr, and then an Aqua Tail.
He do one in throw, right?
I think Martine could be okay here.
Then he farmed down.
Be very careful. Can he get?
When Martine looks at the camera like this, you know they're confident.
Yeah, looking at the camera, giving us a
Khatam
little bit of a
bhai.
sly glance back
It's
here.
over.
Is he one poison sting
Ek
away?
hi
No,
chahiye.
he is not. That
Let's
Bone
go,
Club's gonna come
baby.
through and take down this
Bhai,
Dragon.
what a read.
Really,
What a
really
read
good
from the
place here.
Inequence,
Knowing
bhai.
exactly when to pivot in with that
OP
Feraligatr.
read.
At the same time, Martine was ready, had that shield advantage, and ready to go with that Kanto Marowak.
A big game one for Inadequance. He breathes a sigh of relief. That is the momentum, the exact momentum that he was looking for in the first game of these winners semi-finals.
All right, he
Those
just need
range
one
for
win.
Space were absolutely critical. If he had gone for a close combat and had gone shielded, he wouldn't have made it to another
See,
charge
problem
attack.
था
No extra
Inequence.
shield. Stone Collection would have been able to sweep
Marowak
that
में
with the
swap
drop
नहीं
down.
कर सकते थे, right? He can't
We talked about
because
neutral play and Stone Collection
Drapion,
neutral play there.
Drapion के
Primate,
पास
that
दो
was
Aqua Tail
neutral
already
play
था
into everything.
और
If
तीसरा
anything,
पहुंच जाता
that
और I
was
think so
detrimental play.
वो मर
You're
जाता
fighting
I
time
guess
against a fairy and you still
Marowak,
powered
so
through and took shields away from the remaining Pokemon.
overall it was
In my
nice
opinion,
idea to
Stone
soak
Collection
the
needs to
two
begin to lean on that
crunches
Gastrodon. Maybe as
on
a
the
lead,
fortress
because the only thing you want to avoid, right, is this Drifloon.
and
Everything
save the
else, I
shield
think
through
it
the close
looks
combat.
Not only okay, but really good. For example, Primate, one of the
भाई
main
Primate
faults
is
that was he
busted
can't
guys.
get that
Primate
thing
is
down if it
freaking
has three
busted.
shields.
भाई मेरे पास rank 1
Gastrodon
Primate है
doesn't
for
care.
Great League.
It will just
भाई
muscle
next
through.
season
And the
Primate
difficulty is, does Stone Collection
मचाने
get
वाला है
it?
भाई
Martine
अपने लिए.
was playing a little bit weak to
Rank
Gastrodon.
1
Do I
baby.
now bring it?
अभी
But
दिखाता हूँ.
I'm now also fearful that Martine is inviting the Gastrodon and suddenly that Shadow Drifloon could come out of nowhere and punish me for it.
बस खाली अभी
That's
अच्छा
all you have
वो
to
मिलना
think,
चाहिए.
but Martine, he feels
Corsola,
like he's in
बस.
his head. Does he
I'm
know
ready for the
what
next
he
season.
knows? This is a battle of the minds here. Can Stone Collection get the read right, pull himself back from the jaws of defeat here in game
Alright.
number 2?
And the leads are looking like
Feraligatr.
or Martine against
Okay.
This is good. Feraligatr wins CMP और Hydro Cannon KO तो नहीं करता but let's see. He can catch, right? भाई पीछे fortress है भाई.
How is he going to deal with this fortress? Game 1, he didn't respect the fortress. Game
Okay,
2,
he have to
he's
shield.
respecting it even less, it feels like, as the Drapion here being neutralized by the Feraligatr could allow that fortress to make a huge sweep in the
He
back
will
line.
shield as
Does
well.
Martine call the bait? This could be a very risky bait call. He smiles, he nods, does he? Oh my goodness, it's gone! Crunch goes down on the Feraligatr. Now, does he need a pivot?
He
He's
can
gonna
farm it
put
down.
this thing down. What is the play here for Martine? What is going on?
He's allowed his Feraligatr to get fully farmed down. That is a massive momentum shift for Stone Collection. Here comes the Shadow Kanto Marowak. I would quite like perhaps Stone Collection to maybe pivot.
He needs to. He has to recognize the fortress may be lurking. Does he go to the Azumarill or the Feraligatr? He's going to stay in. Is he going to throw the Aqua Tail? What is going on? He needs to use his... Okay, fortress sweeps.
Fortress maybe sweeps, but if you can start to sponge damage on this Azumarill, you can draw out the fortress and then try and power through with the Feraligatr. Remember, it's a non-shadow fortress.
Oh! He actually saves,
Okay.
he saves that Kanto, no, he saves the Drapion. He might be able to make another Aqua Tail later on, because he transferred that Volt Switch damage
Yeah,
to the
I think so.
Feraligatr.
Inequence loses
Maybe,
this
or
game.
just maybe using it as a
Yeah,
catch
Inequence
potentially
loses.
as well,
It's
but
over.
it's going to be very risky.
भाई
because
crunch
any
shield
fast
करना
strike
चाहिए
will
था
take
but
that Drapion down.
yeah,
But against
I
a
guess.
4-turn charge attack, you just have the opportunity.
He
to
gets
maybe
the
make
shield
it
here,
later on
but
in the game. Rock Tomb comes out. I feel
wait.
like you have to shield this. It's now or never.
But Azu को कैसे मारेंगे? Problem Azu है.
Heavy damage against this fortress. Otherwise, the Azumarill won't be
He
able
gets
to
a
shoot through it.
guaranteed
I think
debuff.
Stone Collection's actually in a pretty good position here. But
Yep.
let's remember that that is
भाई ये Hydro भाई 30% health खा जाएगा भाई Fortress का. He can snipe but snipe doesn't matter. Oh भाई खत्म भाई. It's over.
That's a lot of damage here. Is he going to be able to make it to another? I think he does. He makes it to another Hydro Cannon, but doesn't Martine want to throw an attack? Doesn't he want to know what the last
Alright,
one is?
decisive game
I
होगा.
think Martine recognizes that that is his win condition gone. He might still
हाँ
see
यार
the
crunch
Pokemon in the
shield
back.
कर लेता है.
Incredible farming from Stone Collection, and there you go. Here's the Azumarill coming
Double
in.
water.
Martine recognizes that Stone Collection
Drapion.
has taken this game. That was brilliantly played.
At the start there, I think trying to call that Aqua Tail bait could have been an amazing instant game-winning
GG's.
play, but he was down to a 50.
That rage
there.
face second shield
Martine's
though
almost
from
like
Stone
looking,
Collector.
locking eyes with Stone Collection, thinking this is
He
tricky.
smiled at him too.
Because the thing with Shadow Drapion is you can win against a Feraligatr if you
get a bait. If you draw a shield from the Aquatail bait, you will win. And Martine was desperately trying to call that bait, got it wrong. I think it was maybe
should have pivoted.
Yeah, it was maybe
he was okay then. He was up a shield with the fortress.
Do you think he was confident that his Feraligatr would hold on to another Hydro Cannon?
I think that's the case. Let's think about how this could have gone differently. If he had no shield Aquatail, I think he wins.
भाई Drapion बहुत spammy है भाई.
So there are win conditions for the
Lead में रखो या save swap करो भाई. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5.
If that had gotten a debuff, for example, and he got less poison things, he might have just lost this game.
If Martine had pivoted straight after taking that crunch,
it's over, I think.
You think?
Because Fortress up the shields, you always shield up those first couple moves, you always get those rock tombs in, and you're not taking a lot of damage.
Flame ला ही नहीं सकता भाई. He can't use Drift Flame.
Sure. Fortress comes in. You can just stay in.
Feraligatr है, Azu है, Dugong है, Drapion है.
But Fortress, it's one of those things. Maybe it looks so good on paper against this whole team, but when you actually put it into practice, we saw against Feraligatr, against even the Drapion, you resist those poison stings, but it still does so much damage with
Shadow
the
Drapion, बहुत बेकार है. All right, they are locked in, chat. They are locked in. Let's go.
To come back, whether or not he pivoted, let's find out. We've got a decisive game.
Gastro, okay, this is.
Up against Dugong.
One of those matchups
this
that
is not bad.
Is not great for the Gastron because you're mostly relying on.
भाई पीछे Gator भाई,
but the Dugong
जो खाएगा.
You kind of take away your main source of damage, and of course, Earth Power still hits so hard even when it's debuffed.
Do you know what I really like? Stone Collection is absolutely going heavy into Shadow Kanto Marowak. Martine does have that Shadow Kanto Marowak in the back there as well.
Why Shadow Kanto Marowak seems useless?
Managed to shut that down slightly.
I think so.
Let's see if Martine can dance around them.
In my opinion, though, Shadow Kanto Marowak is one of those Pokemon that with 2 shields, here we go. No longer having 2 shields on his side, it might not be as favorable into the Zoomer as you would think it could be. Here, he might just go for an ice. Oh, goes for the Drill Run.
Yeah, but let's bear in mind, if Stone Collection lets this go down, which it's about to,
wait.
How do you take out the rest of this Dugong?
If Stone Collection come with Azu here,
he can't hang on. Maybe he thought he could hang on to an icy win.
All right.
Not a Drill Run. You bring in the Azumarill
but still, bhai.
This Azumarill
problem hai.
I think Martine's in an absolutely fantastic position here.
No,
Dugong
he's not.
Try to sweep the game, but Dugong is not really one of those Pokemon that think, wow, what a great sweeper.
Yo, Deep, welcome in, bro.
The entire team with the Dugong. It's just so slow.
भाई अभी प्रॉब्लम है कैंटो मैरोवैक का कुछ यूज ही नहीं है भाई. Oh wait, he's CMP tag. Hold on.
Okay, Drill Run coming through. Play Rough will do a lot of damage. I wonder then if Martine will pivot out.
I think both of these players are going to instantly pivot out. Go to that Dugong, maybe go to that Feraligatr, but you play out the 2-to-1 shields as a Dugong versus the Feraligatr. You maybe debuff
what
the
he is
last
expecting.
Pokemon, as long as you can get the shield down, basically.
Oh,
yeah,
he swapped.
You may as well get to a Play Rough first, right?
3, 4, throwing on perfect timing in Stone Collection while Martine is out of Hydro Cannon.
Oh man, he's not shielding.
Now you have to come in with the Dugong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh no, man.
Now, how do you get that?
Dugong doesn't have a comfortable farm down.
Can you 2-shield farm? If you 2-shield farm this down, I think he's in a very clean position to win.
I think Stone could consider doing it.
He will shield this for sure.
You want to save 1 shield for a Marowak?
No way.
No,
wait, what?
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's totally okay. You have to eventually shield one, otherwise those mud slaps are going to start tearing.
Now you got to shield.
Yeah.
You got to shield.
No choice here, but you're going to build up a ton of energy. Feraligator's basically dry, right?
You commit to the 2 shield. Will you not take another Hydro Cannon?
No, you can just throw 3 and then do the Icy Wind. I think you need to throw this Icy Wind.
I think you can just shield. I agree.
Yeah. Because now, what does Martine come in with?
थोड़ा problem है ये.
Can't be farmed down by Ice Shards.
Sure, but if
it is
the Azumarill still so healthy, right?
Here comes the Kanto Marowak.
Okay, here, does he try to catch? No! I love what he does.
Did you see Martine's expression?
Yeah.
You actually threw straight away.
Exactly. That was very, very smart because both these players know what the other one is thinking, and now this Dugong is gonna hang on to these mud slaps. I think you hang on. You hang on. Oh, is it just enough? No! You go to... Oh, why?
You've given them an opportunity! Stone Collection can now reach 2 attacks. Martine has just thrown that!
I think he could mud slap down. I don't know if you recognize that, but now, do you need to shield this, though? Yeah, I don't think... Yeah. You force him. You need to get the bubble in, then Icy Wind.
Yes, but Martine can farm up to 2 potentially.
No, you have to...
There's no shield. Yeah, you have to throw straight away.
Okay, is it enough? Icy Wind is enough, I think.
Icy Wind is enough.
You have to throw and hope that Icy Wind is enough. You're the Shadow Kanto Marowak player, you tell me.
ये enough नहीं है भाई. Icy Wind खत्म भाई. She यार, it's over.
Of that Shadow Kanto Marowak. Stone Collection, Ice Beam comes through onto the Marowak, and there
Marowak goes down. Stone Collection wins these winner semi-finals against the great Inadequates. What a massive victory for the German. He is over the moon.
This is probably the most excited you'll ever see him after winning a match. A player who's very calm and collected, despite all the nerves. He can keep it in and just show it off a little bit at the end here. What an excellent win to kick off what could be one of his best tournaments ever.
I think, speaking to Stone Collection slightly before the match, he said the one thing that I want is to not make obvious mistakes.
Man.
Other than that, it's very, very difficult. Martínez,
Bhai, he brings Kento Meravec all 3 games,
such
man.
wild lines.
Yep.
All I want to do is play my game, and he did that perfectly because actually it was Martijn that arguably threw that match.
Stone Collection played that to a T. He played it the best that he could.
भाई एक और मड स्लैप में मर जाता भाई ड्यूगोंग तो भाई मजा आ जाता.
I played the best I could. The line just wasn't right for me. Game number 2, he plays extremely cleanly. Game 3, at that point, when you're trying to beat Martijn, it's not about not making a mistake. It's hoping that they might make a mistake. Because he did everything he could. He could just hope for the best. And again, what an amazing Game 3.
So the mistake that Martijn made in that Game 3, he was in a winning position, and it all changed when the Kanto Marak swapped into the Dugong, because Martijn was either trying to catch or wasn't confident that his Mudslap wouldn't take out Stone Collection's Dugong.
Ouch.
By doing that, Stone Collection was able
भाई
to get
पहला गेम कितना मस्त है यार, मजा आ गया.
an icy wind and then
दूसरा गेम
bubble
kind of
down
RPS
the
हो गया.
Azumarill and have both an ice beam and an icy wind.
Not
going
RPS,
that
but
no
it's
matter
shield.
what,
Yeah, I think so.
close out that series.
But
And
yeah,
that's one of those
50-50
things
call
that's
the
really
right.
difficult to recognize. You have to understand, Martijn knew his Marowak, as you see here, is 1 stage buffed. So it could be a little bit unclear as to whether that Mudslap was going to knock this out. As you see here, it gets really close. And you
Oh,
see
भाई
the
दिखाया
fumes
नहीं
of
भाई.
HP left on that Marowak and debuff. That Bone Club is just not enough. Ice Beam comes through onto the Shadow Cancel Marowak and seals the deal for Stone Collection. He is now locked in his 2nd medal ever and has at least a top 3 finish.
I think the Stone Collection played a mind game. I think the Stone Collection ने expect किया रहेगा कि नहीं कि Inequence bring Kento Meravec every game. I think so yesterday as well, if I'm not wrong. मैं wrong हो सकता हूँ, but I think so. Inequence bring Kento Meravec yesterday. I think so every game. So थोड़ा predictable, I guess. आएगा bro, आप एरन भाई को जानते हो नहीं भाई, मैं नहीं जानता. Stream पे आते हैं क्या? Discord पे?
That was a pleasure to watch, and I hope we can see something like that again today.
And let's remember, it's very easy for us behind the caster desk, easy for you at home to look
Discord
at
पे है क्या?
on the Dugong and know that Martijn doesn't need to switch out. But let's remember, that Dugong was in for ages against Martijn's for Alligator, and it's very difficult sometimes to remember, is it on the 5 ice shard cycle or on the 4 ice
कल
shard
का
cycle?
stream देखना
So
पड़ेगा
that
मुझे.
might have been something that
Inequence
Martijn
के
takes away
matches.
and goes,
I think so. He
need to
bring
pay
Kento
a little
Meravec
bit
every
more
game, right?
attention there, because that was critical.
Dugong was such
Yeah,
a
I think so.
great
He bring
Pokemon for Stone
Meravec every
Collection.
game.
Basically only answered by Primeape from Martijn, and he didn't bring that
That's
in game
fine.
number
He's still
3.
not
But
out
I'd
of
love
the
to take
tournament.
a little bit of a bigger look at Primeape here. What could he have done about that
Recommended
Dugong? As you
attacks,
see here,
Karate Chop, Rage Fist and close combat.
basically can
Yo,
take
thanks.
Dugong from full HP.
Primeape only needs 4 Karate Chops for the Rage Fist and 5 for the close combat. Its base is extremely fast and can boost its own attack with the Rage Fist. Oh baby, हमें तो पता ही नहीं था. Or deal devastating damage using close combat. You think so much for the knowledge.
And honestly,
it makes sense, right?
Not only did it make sense, it would have worked.
उनका भी YouTube channel है. Okay, okay, nice, nice.
That game 3,
मैं नहीं जानता भाई.
strategies on paper were near
कभी गया
perfect.
नहीं.
The execution was arguably what let him down.
This is why I love Shadow Cancel Marowak. Against a negative matchup, such as Dugong, such as Azumarill.
Yo, Monish
he
bhai,
may be
keep
doing
the note
super
by
effective
note रखो
damage
भाई.
to you, but your Mudslaps feel like they're doing super
Recommended
effective
moves.
damage right back.
Rage Fist,
I think
close
anyone
combat.
who
लिख
doesn't
के
have
रख
a
दो.
Shadow Kanto Marak wishes they did, because it is so popular and it is so strong. We're seeing it perform so well in so many day 2s. It's always on winning teams or medal obtaining teams.
I think the last couple of tournaments, it's been at least 50% in the top
Yes sir,
8.
note
This
किया
tournament
Primeape
probably
moves.
not an
बहुत
exception
बढ़िया.
either if you look at the data.
We don't have a Shadow Kanto Marak.
We have a little bit of a different stuff.
Alright, Chon versus PvP David guys. Annihilate Shadow Typhlosion. Let's go. Or Green Ninja guys, Green Ninja.
Yeah, Greninja has positive matchups against Typhlosion, Galarian Moltres, and against Diggersby, but it has poor matchups against Annihilate, Azumarill, and Toxapex, so he needs to get that alignment correct. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if Tonton leans into Charjabug and Greninja as well, because Charjabug has better matchups into Annihilate, Azumarill, and Toxapex, so those 2 Pokemon together can arguably cover David's team.
Well, the thing I think is interesting here is Diggersby into the team could be so interesting, right? You have such positive matchups with things like Charjabug. Dunsparce or Clodsire. But against Greninja, Serperior, and Skarmory, you have no play whatsoever. What kind of a player is David? You think he would go for a Diggersby here?
I think that Diggersby is not only very strong, it is extremely strong when paired with a Toxapex. So one of the strategies, let's remember that this is a team that I suggested to David a couple of weeks ago, right? So one of the strategies that I remember using is the Toxapex and Diggersby, and then you put a closing Pokemon like an Annihilate with them. And they don't need shields. Diggersby and Toxapex are so bulky that you can save your shields for Annihilate. If you can get alignment with that level of bulk and that pressure, it's basically game over. The question is, how flexibly can you dance around when you don't have alignment?
Keep in mind as well, while that Greninja might not have great matchups into an Annihilate, he can fight against alignment because a Hydro Cannon would knock it out from full HP.
So let's see if we see that Greninja. It is a Charger Bug lead.
Okay, good lead for the Chon-Chon.
Toxapex Diggersby Annihilate slightly soft to a Charger Bug lead. He's going to stay in for a little bit with this.
But this is not a bad for the Toxapex, right? Sludge by बहुत hurt करते हैं.
Super effective discharge available for Tonton Patus.
This is actually not a bad match for Toxapex, as most would believe. Discharge and Volt Switch is
both are regional champions.
But Toxapex can basically one-hit KO the Charger Bug with this Sludge Wave if it goes unshielded. But it looks like he's going to be going for a Brian bait.
He shields, okay.
Knows that. Now PvP David can win the ones, I believe.
I think maybe he's coming with Annihilate. You have to draw out the Superior to protect your Diggersby. The question is, when does David look to do it?
If he lets this Toxapex go down, he might not have to play in the back. Could he catch an X-Scissor? Oh, doesn't go for the
Oh, this is
X-Scissor.
bad.
Can't shield, right? Because then you're just going to take another.
Yeah, David lose.
I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable about this play, Eric.
David हार जाएंगे भाई.
So much energy on that Toxapex, and now you're coming in with the Diggersby. And what do you do? Because now you've just got a Superior to deal with in the back for the Diggersby.
And here is the problem. You can't go for the Rage Fist exactly because you don't outpace, and he's going to get the shield.
This is bad, भाई. This is bad now, right?
So quick to the Night Slash.
भाई एप को एनर्जी मिला मतलब भाई खत्म. No boost.
That has to be the play.
Yeah, I like that. He could have gone for an attack there, but no, he's going to let Tauntaun Batus gets his Hydro Cannon.
He double shield.
No,
Wait a minute.
Rage Fist Annihilate is so strong into almost any Pokemon on Tauntaun's team.
That Charger Bug still has a lot of energy, Superior with bulk and a shield available to it. The first Rage Fist.
Discharge will hurt, right? He can catch the discharge. Can he? क्या वो catch कर सकता है कि नहीं? No, he can't.
Coming in with Superior at some point.
Oh baby, he boost. He can't farm down, right? Can Annihilate punch it down?
See, there may be a close comment under the Charger Bug to prevent this move from ever being launched.
He swap.
Potentially, but here's the close combat. This is now going to
here we go.
Yeah, he's fine, right? Okay, he shield.
I
think Tonton's in a great position here. Superior with
he's
a
in
little
great
bit
position.
of energy against a
5 plus 5, 10. और यहाँ पे 10 ही छे.
Yeah, Fire Punch is super effective, but from a Diggersby, it's just going to tickle.
दो Fire Punch I think so KO नहीं करेगा, right?
And you're going to see it doesn't even do that much to a Diggersby, despite being one of the best.
Frenzy देखो.
Here we go.
भाई कितना damage किया भाई?
Fire Punch comes down, but I think
Fire Punch के लिए 3 चाहिए, right? या 2 चाहिए? कितने चाहिए Fire Punch के लिए? नहीं क्यों नहीं करेगा, right? नहीं भाई ये तो पूरा dry है. GG's. Yep, it's over. भाई कोई टीम बताओ किसके लिए? कल एग्जाम में पूछेंगे पक्का. ग्रेट लीग के लिए, अल्ट्रा लीग के लिए, कौन सी लीग के लिए टीम चाहिए? Yep, GG's. Well played, Tauntaun.
I think a great opportunity would have been to read the fact that Tauntaun will go for the X-Scissor and then catch it on the Annihilate.
And
I think that was pretty telegraphed.
Annihilate as a ghost type, it is a fighting type. It double resists bug damage, so it could have been a really, really nice play.
Wait, he was ABA weak to Typhlosion, भाई. भाई बंदे ने risk लिया भाई.
Charge attack. You're going to go down.
Imagine PvP David lead the Typhlosion.
It doesn't matter that you took basically a scratch.
खत्म.
The X-Scissor, Superior can never Vine Whip you down regardless. So it would have been a very nice way to kind of mitigate some of that energy from Tauntaun Batus and go into.
Wait, Annihilate also boost by the Rage Fist.
Yep.
Great League. Great League के लिए बहुत team है. मैंने Legend hit किया with Shadow Jumpler, Gastrodon and Shadow Feraligatr. दूसरा टीम है Wigglytuff, Talonflame and Dunsparce. तीसरा आप Azu use कर सकते हो instead of Wiggly. 3 टीम हो गए. And चौथा टीम है I think so Malamar, Talonflame
able to one-hit KO most of these
And
Pokemon. Probably the worst matchup
क्या
for
था
Charge Bug, but
तीसरा?
at the same time, you still have the option to pressure with those charge attacks, with those sucker punches. I would be very surprised to see him not lean
Dense
into the
first.
Moltres a little bit in this next game.
It's tricky because I really think that
Now PvP
Annihilate
David
is
will
the play
Typhlosion
here.
lead. I don't think
If
so.
I'm looking at this team, I would happily put Annihilate against
See,
all of these
Tonton,
Pokemon.
भाई
He's
Tonton को
superior
पता है
in
भाई कि
Charge
मैं
Bug,
ABA
probably
weak था,
is the
right?
slightly more
Typhlosion,
difficult ones to deal with. But
he
if you
can
get
bring, but
energy
let's
head
see.
one either, then actually
Possibilities है.
yeah.
Here we go. Annihilate into Charge Bug as a lead
Oh,
here.
good
As you
lead,
said,
bhai.
it's a Tauntaun. This is probably where
Wait,
we
it's the
wanna see
same
Annihilate.
team.
So let's take a look at the back. Like, oh!
This is a brilliant line from David because you let this Annihilate go, and that Toxapex looks absolutely dominant in the back, but that Diggsby doesn't really have a ton of play. Here's the
No
first
bait, okay.
discharge from Charjabug. It's correctly shielded by David.
Does Tauntaun know that he needs to bring out that Toxapex at some point in this game? Again, no real point to bait. The X's are there because you would have to bait twice to make it worthwhile. Here comes the Rage Fist. That's an easy
He
no-show.
can't bring out. How? कैसे?
You try to lure out this Toxapex though.
Can he?
It feels so risky because the Superior would basically
I
get
think so.
full
Double
farm,
discharge के
but
बाद
at
I
the
think
same
so. He
time,
will
get some
bring out,
meaningful
bait out
damage with
the.
Frenzy Plans. Oh.
I like that he didn't throw. Tonton gambled on the chance that David would throw on charge trap priority.
भाई
trying to get
Toxapex
extra
बहुत
blocks on
problem
Shrew.
देगा back
I
में.
love that idea because with that extra energy, he would have been able to play out the two shields and actually knock out that Annihilate.
So close to another attack, but he's actually not going to reach it. If David shields this, he should be able to counter this down and then get the shield back.
Now here's the danger, right? Could this Greninja put in work in the back? Oh, he goes for the hard swap of the Superior.
Oh, David didn't bank an attack. I really would have liked to see him bank an attack first before getting out, but it might not make a difference.
These Frenzy
You
Plants
also
are
could have got the shield back, right?
Absolutely.
Just thrown an attack first, then gone in with the Toxapex.
While these Frenzy Plants are going to do a ton of damage, it's up to Tauntaun Batuse now to try to sweep this endgame with the Greninja. We've seen how much damage it can put up with those Night Slashes, especially if he can get a boost somewhere on the field. Frenzy Plant comes
Yeah, he's
down on the
farming
Toxapex.
down. Wait,
The
what?
PvP David doesn't go for that Brine, doesn't go for a charge attack. Is
Wait
gonna
a
try to
minute.
farm as much as he can before Tauntaun Batuse gets to this next Frenzy Plant. Here we go. Poison jabs are adding up. He's almost at 100.
Yeah, but let's remember that Greninja...
भाई Brian क्यों नहीं करेगा?
So low. Greninja could potentially sweep. It also has shield advantage.
Here we go, Brian. I think it's just not going to be enough, so he might get another poison jab.
Yeah.
That is absolutely perfect gameplay from PvP David here. What are you bringing as Tauntaun Batuse? I think you need to bring the Charger Bug because the Greninja cannot take a Sludge Wave here. Catch from the Charger Bug. It's oh!
Really nicely played from PvP David. That was so good. You banked a Sludge
That was
Wave
beautiful.
on that Toxapex. You didn't
Okay,
throw
nice,
Tauntaun
nice.
for a
Really well
brilliant
played.
attempt at a catch. Didn't quite pay off. Gets the X-Scissor at least into this Diggersby.
But now, isn't this in Hydro Cannon range? If Tauntaun Batuse
No, it's
gets a
not.
couple of moves
How?
forward-
But if it has to throw a Hydro Cannon before the...
Yeah, but he's built up too.
Yeah, but look, you have to shield this Scorching Sands, and now you've got to have a think about the Sludge Wave and the Annihilate. Which one attack
Tonton is
on a
thinking,
Rage
bro,
Fist.
you need to shield.
I
भाई
think he can
counter
try to
खत्म कर
manage
देगा.
this, but
Oh
the
no.
no-shooting the Scorching Sands might be step number one. Can
Why, it's over.
big attack
GG's. It's
drop,
over
big
now.
attack drop. This
Yep, it's
wave,
over.
Pause. Couldn't let him farm
Still,
down.
no, भाई ठीक हो.
Tauntaun Batuse
थोड़ा
gets
सर्दी है
the
बस
two
और
charge
कुछ नहीं.
attacks.
नहीं भाई, it's
Oh
over.
my goodness.
No, David's going to reach a Fire Punch.
No, wait. He just needs 2 Night Slashes though. Oh, he's going for the quick attack down. Genius.
Really
Brilliant.
play from David. Committed to that full farm down.
Let's
Knew that Tauntaun had
Well
to shield
played,
and
well
he took that
played.
Fire Punch because you just shielded anyway. Let's go for the quick attack.
Let's go,
down.
baby.
This was
Decisive
probably
game.
one
भाई
of the most
मजा आया.
high-level games that we've seen all tournaments.
These players are so good.
I mean,
These players are so good.
Tauntaun Batuse, Gdansk regional
That catch
champion.
attempt against 99% of the player base
You
works
get it.
every time.
No
Every
problem.
time.
But both of them are so in each other's heads that they're continuously elevating the level of this game up and up and up. We're not just playing chess here. We're playing 4-dimensional chess and checkers at the same time.
Yeah, this is absolutely crazy. David going for another ABA against Charjabug. But this is the thing with Annihilate. It has so much play even when it is slightly weak into a Pokemon.
Annihilate
When
is back,
shields are
guys.
available,
Annihilate
Rage
is
Fist
back.
gives it so much
No
more
Shadow
power.
Ball needed
Think
now.
about the lines that Tauntaun Batuse has been playing though.
Shadow Ball
Charger Bug
चाहिए ही
in the
नहीं.
lead,
Yep.
Superior
Rage
in the
Fist
back.
boost.
What does
Rage
that
Fist
invite?
boost.
It really does beg for Typhlosion to come in. And do you know what? David's going to be a little bit annoyed at that. And we'll speak to him afterwards, I'm sure, at some point. And he will say, I don't expect to see Superior.
But it's not worth the risk.
Charjabug.
It might not be worth the risk.
You know what?
right?
There is one thing about Charjabug. If you can land that discharge against Typhlosion, then you can Volt Switch it down.
Absolutely.
Right?
But at the same time, there's no Typhlosion in the world who's not going to be shielding up those charge attacks. They're going to go for the full Incinerate down, and then they're going to get your 2 shields on the back end with those back-to-back blast burns, essentially. Tauntaun Batuse played ABA weak, and he got away with it.
And David played ABA weak and saw the Pokemon that he was ABA weak to in that Charjabug and still came out on top. But he had to be so meticulous. Let's remember, he didn't throw when Tauntaun went for the catch. He then banked the Sludge Wave and pivoted out. All that 5 seconds
मस्त
of
game था,
gameplay
मजा आ
there
गया.
was some really,
Alright,
really
decisive
high
game,
level
guys.
stuff.
Let's
But
see.
here we are. It's the decisive game number 3.
Here we go. He's trying to call the ABA weakness, but Tauntaun Matus brings that Clodsire. He's not going to make that mistake again.
No, honestly, Typhlosion is not even terrible.
Wait,
Clodsire and
Toxapex.
भाई पीछे भाई फिर से वो Toxapex से भाई.
I maybe would have pivoted into the Annihilate, but this could be absolutely fine. You're going to shield this up.
Okay, he get the shield. Wait a minute.
Is that criminal?
It's a little bit criminal, but you can often get away with it. We've seen players who are really proficient with Shadow Typhlosion, like Arrow, always go for the bait in this situation. Tauntaun Matus, he's not one to make very risky plays.
I actually think that this is fine, because if you get the shield, then you can go...
Oh, ये one shot कर देगा भाई.
Do a ton of damage. That was massive. Annihilate comes through. You bang the
Okay, he banged the sludge.
Sludge bomb from the Clodsire. That's quite smart. You come in with the Superior. Sludge bomb would have been resisted by the Ghost.
He has the Earthquake. He has the Earthquake on the Clodsire.
I think he only has a... Are you sure?
No.
I only 50% trust you.
Well,
नहीं भाई earthquake नहीं है भाई क्या बोल रहे हैं भाई?
I can't argue with that, but does PvP David know to
let this go? Yeah,
I love this. He knows it's not a frenzy plant, even though it's super effective. Frenzy plant would have done more damage. Aerolase goes down on the Annihilate, and it's not.
You can't farm it down though.
But the Superior is going to counter down. Does he continue to? Yeah, this is perfect. I would have liked to see him throw maybe one more counter.
You can't shield this. You can. You have to, but भाई पीछे वो है.
Okay.
Green Ninja भाई.
Whip down, but I don't think it's possible. You get counter down first. Tauntaun Matus has to go for the attack. Yes, he does, but his Superior is so low, it's not going to give a lot of farm for
नहीं भाई ये हार जाएगा भाई. Tauntaun will lose.
Clodsire and Greninja just might be able to mitigate the Toxapex.
Typhlosion with energy भाई. बहुत खत्म.
I think that you can shield if you expect an Earthquake, right?
Yeah, I think PvP David is full aware now that the only win condition for Tauntaun Matus is to start boosting this Greninja. Does he get the boost? First one always goes no shielded. Can this
You don't have to shield the first
boost,
two, right?
baby.
Even with a boost, you don't have to be shielding.
Let's see it. Is there a boost?
No.
There is no boost, and I think he's gonna be charging up to that sludge wave. Just gonna. Oh.
I think you can just go straight Brian. You just need chip. It's a Greninja. The poison jabs will be enough.
It's a Green Ninja भाई. No respect भाई. It's a Green Ninja भाई. Brian मारो.
Anyway, Tauntaun Matus, he needs to shield up. Goes for a nice slash. I think he needs to boost here and maybe hope that the next one is enough
It's
to
over.
knock out. But that's the
I
only
think
win.
David's in a really good position.
Oh yeah,
David
I think
wins
this is the only
this.
win condition at this point. Is the boost here. Does he get the boost? He does not, and I think that's gonna seal the deal.
Let's have a look. Do you go for another? The Brian is coming beautiful.
Okay, he's going for
This
Brian.
probably won't take
Very
out,
smart.
but it is Greninja. It could be close actually.
Now if he throws a nice slash, that poison jab will probably sneak through and take him out though.
I agree.
Let's see. Oh, actually, I think you hang on. Oh, wait. Well, now he's just shielded up. Yeah, Incinerate has snuck through. This is a brilliant play from David.
David will now have an attack bank. The Incinerate will take out the Greninja. He'll be able to throw the attack straight away onto the Clodsire. Thunder Punch is about to land. Eric, this is sensational.
Thunder Punch onto the Clodsire. Double resisted charge attack. And it lands here to seal the deal for PvP David in the winner's semifinals.
Clodsire
Well played.
David stands up. What a victory for the young man.
What a play from PvP David to seal it there. Toxapex in the back was so strong both games, and Tauntaun Matus couldn't find an opening to basically lure out that Toxapex, quote unquote. Even tried to use the Superior, but PvP David read that with the Annihilate.
That was so nicely played. You saw the power of that Typhlosion.
मजा आ गया.
Honestly, when you get the opportunity to get an Incinerate through like that, right?
Well played.
We saw the Greninja, went to throw an attack. David came in with a Typhlosion just beforehand. The full Incinerate goes through. That's typically a 5-turn attack. You got it for free. You shielded. That is a huge amount of energy and damage.
It looks like a Black Friday discount here. One Typhlosion Incinerate for free onto that Greninja, sealing the deal for PvP David there, getting that Thunder Punch down onto the Clodsire. You don't see that too often.
No, that was definitely a festive gift for PvP David, but he wants to go further, and he'll be up against Stone Collection now in the Winners Finals. This is the first time David has been in the Winners Finals for a long time.
And I think Stone Collection hasn't ever been in the Winners Finals, so this is a monumental moment for both these trainers as they try to lock down their first regional win. Two trainers who, if you said they haven't won a regional before, that would be pretty surprising.
Yeah, and I do have a lot of sympathy for Tauntaun. He's such a brilliant character, such a brilliant player, and we know that he hasn't been feeling very well this weekend. He said that he was finding it a little bit tough to focus, but he put in a real show there. Even with his back against the wall, he made it so close, and he forced his opponent to play perfectly in order to take him down. So huge credit to both of these players.
Now, just think about how difficult that lower bracket is. We've got Inadequance, we've got Tauntaun Matus, we've got Colin 6. That is already such a stacked lower bracket, and the fact that only one of those trainers is going to make it out to fight one of Stone Collection or PvP David speaks volumes to how stacked this tournament is.
So for anyone who's wondering, why has David got Typhlosion, Annihilate, and Moltres? Well, the way that we were speaking about this team, right? Eric's staring at me. The way that we were speaking about this team is at the very beginning of the max out season. Clodsire and Feraligatr were king. And if you remember, if you think back to that moment, what happened then? It was Diggersby and Toxapex that emerged to beat that core. And so when I was putting this team together, I basically said, well, hold on a minute. If everyone's using Clodsire and a Water, like for Alligator, or in this case, a Greninja, maybe Toxapex Diggersby could be the play. Did you see the amount of work that Toxapex did there? Just did not care about those Night Slashes. Anything else has to start shielding at some point. Toxapex goes, no problem.
Even against Charge Bug, for example, it is very convincing. I would almost look at Toxapex as a way to swap in and potentially lure out that Charge Bug, but of course, it's so easy to mitigate Charge Bug. It's not the bulkiest Pokemon. It doesn't have the greatest charge attacks, so it's Annihilate and Toxapex, things that are really bulky or have really efficient charge attacks. It's just so easy to whittle it down slowly.
And now we know that Diggersby is about to receive a buff from this latest attack update. Fire Punch is going to do a little bit extra damage, but we've also got Galarian Corsola coming in, a Ghost-type Pokemon that uses Nightshade and Power Gem, two attacks that are resisted by Diggersby. If Diggersby is to emerge, do you put your classic partner Toxapex? Is that going to come back as a staple in the meta as well? What are your thoughts?
It's such a great core, right? Because Toxapex is not very great against Galarian Corsola. Of course, your Poison Jab is going to be resisted, and once your Poison Jab is resisted as Toxapex, you're basically not doing anything at all. Into anything that resists the Poison Jab, Drapion, Ariados, it just doesn't do very good into those matchups. But Diggersby comfortably covers all of those holes, and one of the things about Diggersby Toxapex, Annihilate is so good into those two. And that's why this team that PvP David is running is just genius.
It is a really, really strong team. I can't wait to see how far it can go. And that Annihilate that you mentioned, it is putting a lot of pressure on players. Let's hear a little bit more about Annihilate from PvP David right now.
Yes, exactly. I'm joined by PvP David. Thank you, Tomahawk and Nighttime Clasher. You just beat the current regional champion who's running a team with Greninja and Charjabug. How did you come up with a strategy to handle this?
Yeah, so it was obviously very tricky. Tonton is obviously a great player, but I had some strats in mind. Annihilate was really good, paired with like Toxapex, and Typhlosion was also really good. I did see or like could predict that it could go like very weak to Typhlosion lead, which it did, but luckily, like in the last game, Typhlosion did crazy with the Blast Burn.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit more
Yeah, Louis,
about
welcome in.
Typhlosion because we haven't
Didn't know this existed, but it's so cool.
Are running the same team, obviously. How
Like
many
what?
times did you bait Thunder Punches against
Like watch
Clodsire
party?
this tournament?
So yeah, this is actually the first time I brought Typhlosion into the tournament, like the first game actually. It's very nice as a bench pressure, but it is also really good when it's like good into the team. And yeah, this is not my team, as I said. This is the team from Farid that I stole, me and Colin stole. A team from Farid. I'm happy that his team is doing well.
So you're obviously using his favorite Pokemon, Annihilate. What do you think about that? How good is it in the meta right now?
Annihilate has been insane for me this tournament. I've basically brought it every game so far in this tournament, and yeah, Rage Fist with its counter damage is just so good.
Have you countered down or rather close combated down many Pokemon?
But still, look
or
at the
are you going
damage.
for rather
Boosted counter.
always Rage Fist and then trying to farm that strategy?
Yeah, I would say Rage Fist and then just 2 shield with Annihilate. It's a good, very good.
Yeah, I think that works. So how do you feel going up against Stone Collection in the winners finals? Have you two played ever?
Yeah, we have played before. We played in EOIC, and then after that we played in Stockholm as well. So yeah, I have played Stone before. He has a very interesting team with the Clodsire moveset that he ran with Stone Edge Sludge Bomb, but we'll see how that goes. I'll take one game at a time.
All right, that sounds perfect to me. Thank you so much for your time, David, and we're going to kick it back to the casters.
Thank you so much, Leo. And honestly, not
How
only
is it
is
going
David
though?
a
Yeah, it's
really
going
impressive
great.
Player, the way that he
Currently
presents
just
himself,
doing
I think
watch
as a
party.
character, for someone so young, he
And
is
then
going
later
to
we
be
will
a
do
real
the
asset to this
GBL
Pokemon
community
Go
push.
community.
Very humble and well-spoken.
Today I have
I'm
like
so
15
excited to see what he
sets.
has to show us in those winners finals.
Yeah.
He said he hasn't been using Typhlosion
And
much.
I just have 6
wonder
hours,
if that
so
may be something he wanted Stone Collection to hear, and he's just going to happily lead it in game number 1 into something like, what would be a target on Stone Collection? I don't know if there's that many things that you want it to go against, but let's see. It's back on the Typhlosion action on your right-hand side. That's Colin 6.
I am wearing the Typhlosion pin. I am a supporter. And if anyone's wondering, anyone who messaged me prior to this event, they said,
One more shadow
and I
Typhlosion.
sent them the exact
Alright.
same team. I said, guys, if I were playing, this is what I would run. These two players have chosen to bring it. The question is, can Colin put on a performance similar to PvP David and progress through this round? He's up against, I'll say,
Wait, it's same team? No, it's not same team, right?
Kafia is
Wait, is the
doing
same
a great
team?
job in this tournament. Has already won 1 round today. I believe against
Let's hear when you're all good. Yeah, we are all good,
Collins
bro.
was able to eliminate Fabio from that lower side of the bracket as well. But I want to take a look at how good Typhlosion is into this team. It might not have the best matchup into something
Colin
like
is so
Gastron,
strong
but
against
everything else,
Ariados.
it seems it's pretty neutral.
I think, yeah, Malamar is obviously such a flexible Pokemon, and Malamar emerged as one of the potential
When would you play the
to
regionals? I
Toxapex
don't know.
and Diggersby, particularly when you have high enough
I don't
attack
feel like
to
money to
extra
travel
damage
over
with
there
that
and play the
Psywave
regionals.
breakpoint, we call it. Not only that, Malamar also has a very good matchup into Annihilate, so that is a Pokemon that I think Colin
Stone
will
Age
need
Claude.
to be very wary of.
I wonder what tricks Kaifia has up his sleeve. Does Colin know about his Malamar? Does he know if it has high attack or low attack? He could trick him a little bit here, right? If you don't bring the Malamar the first game, then Colin's probably like, oh, I'm guessing it doesn't have the high attack. And then game 2, you punish something like a Toxapex lead, Diggersby in the back, and you can just win a game off of that.
Now, we watched Kaufia yesterday, and we saw that he was very willing to play ABA. Colin's not typically...
Just AABA?
Yeah, maybe even AAA sometimes. He just goes triple, we can get hopes for the best.
Standard
But
movesets.
Colin's not really that style of player. He is...
Why is same team,
Yeah,
it's the
usually
same
safer,
team
more
just as
defensive
PvP
player,
David,
but
right?
he's now
Both
using
are
a very
same team.
aggressive team, and he will need to be aggressive if he wants to
Alright,
progress.
they're locked in.
We are getting into first game number 1.
Oh
That
baby,
is
look
the
at the
lead that
spider.
Colin
Hey
did not wanna
spider,
see.
look
It
at the...
is Shadow Typhlosion up against Ariados.
Oh,
Oh wait, oh, wait a minute.
Instant swap into this Azumarill. Now,
Why?
he needs to go for 2 baits. Oh, gives him a free bubble, but tries to boost the Rage Fist as soon as possible to be able to do more counter damage.
You know what I wouldn't mind is you could even soft lose this with an Annihilate
and farm down with a Typhlosion.
Exactly that, exactly.
Where, yeah, that energy goes everywhere. Either a blast around to the Ariados. Oh,
You need to
Because
shield.
a play rep is a ton of energy to be able to...
Wait.
No! He tries to no shield a Ice Beam because he knows the win condition for the Azumarill is to go for straight Ice Beam to win the 2s.
That is a very, very bold no shield from Colin. Shakes his head, knows that that is not what he was looking to have.
Did he just
Like,
throw the
but it
game?
could have been so heads up, right?
Guys.
Because so many Azumarills go for the bait. They're understanding that that's the win condition against the Annihilate, knowing that they will always shield. And if Colin made that call
His
right,
spider is useless though, but let's see how it goes.
Using a high attack Annihilate, Ice Beam is enough anyway. You just Ice Beam and bubble down. Regardless, you have to shield Annihilate there.
Color
Sure.
and
Yeah, Colin
Moltres.
could be using that high attack Annihilate. I'm sure you would know a little bit better than me. But as we see here,
They
this
can
puts
overfarm
Kaifia in a
here.
great
Colin
position.
will overfarm
He has that
them.
Galarian Moltres in the back. He just needs to happily no-shield
One
this
plate
Azumarill
off,
and put it on
then
the
one
back
bubble
with
for the
Galarian
Ice
Moltres to
Beam.
sucker punch through that
Let's
Typhlosion.
see.
I think Colin needs to get this Azumarill low and heavily come in with the Typhlosion. You have to be aggressive if you want to win against this type of Pokemon, because with 2 shields available, here it comes. Typhlosion comes in, Moltres is being met, but let's remember that this Typhlosion has access to super effective Thunder Punch.
It's so awkward, right? Because you have to keep throwing Incinerates to throw on
Nah,
proper
it's
timing,
over.
so to speak.
I think
but
so,
at
it's
the same
over.
time, that could allow your opponent to get to their charge attacks
Galarian
before,
Moltres
put
can
you in a
get
very
to
awkward
the...
spot. At this
I think
point,
so, he
though,
just
I think
shield farm
Colin
down.
just goes straight for the sucker punch down. He has the Ariados at almost full HP. Colin forced to go for that Thunder Punch, and now a
man.
sucker punch comes through, and it's going to be a full farm down. He's almost at the play rep on the
It's tough.
Azumarill. Can't be bubbled down, and it's just going to come out with a
It's
Brave
over.
Bird here.
He just throw the Brave Bird, get the shield, then Spider just...
already in the yellow. It's charge attack priority here, so
Yep, he's not shielding. He knows.
I mean, it's not really going to make any difference at all, though. That Ariados has all of its health available, and it
It's
will be
over.
able to
No
poison
boost.
this thing
Oh
down.
baby.
And gets the boost for no reason, which means
boost.
Yeah, well now he can't really have
Oh,
it for
I
the next game. Anyway,
boost.
it's gonna be the
VM
Ariados
boost.
that probably comes in here. The poison sting down that Azumarill, and Ariados really kind of taking the
Oh,
chill
man.
pill on this game. Didn't need to do a whole lot.
He won't even throw an attack here. He recognizes that this game is over.
भाई ये losers round है जो हारा वो बाहर.
He knows that that was really
It's
well
a losers
played.
round.
Colin will have to
No
rethink.
second
I think
chance.
that there were a number of things in that game
Right?
that weren't optimal, and I think the first
not shielding the play rough.
not shielding the play rough was the obvious one. But personally, I also didn't like that Colin saw the lead Typhlosion into Ariados and didn't throw the Incinerate. Some people might say, oh, that's smart because you know that they're going to swap and you can instant counter swap. But the energy on Typhlosion is what is important, right? So if you can get that energy and then you can make a decision as to what you want to counter swap, that could be key. So for example, when that Azumarill comes in, you could just throw a Thunder Punch into it if you really wanted to. Once you choose to come in with the Annihilate, you have to shield it. It was game over as soon as that Annihilate went down.
You don't want to swap Annihilate into Azumarill as much as you want to swap Annihilate and have them swap Azumarill into you.
Agreed.
If you're behind and even through that Rage Fist giving a free bubble, I think that was very uncharacteristic of what we usually see from Colin. If you're ahead a little bit of energy on the Annihilate, or even, you actually could come out of that matchup on top. But once he gave the free bubble, that was basically a lost
Now,
cause.
let's talk about this Azumarill, because let's remember
That's
that
the only Pokemon he has.
It is the only Pokemon that he was leaning on, apparently. But Azumarill is also paired with a Toxapex on Colin's side. And so for anyone wondering, how can you safely
Invisible
swap an Azumarill into a Typhlosion? The reason is, Calphia knows that Colin plays safe lines. If you are leading a Typhlosion into a team that has Gastrodon, it is very unlikely that you will have Toxapex in the back. That would be a hard ABA. That is how Calphia had safety. He had a safety blanket bringing in the Azumarill there. Colin perhaps hasn't had as much practice with this team. He picked it up, remember, Friday night.
He's usually pretty good about that. He picked up my LAIC team and did better than me in Pocket.
That is true, but Typhlosion's a tricky Pokemon to use. I think that if he had landed that Thunder Punch early, that would have made a massive difference to that game.
Typhlosion is just so strong when you can manage the energy properly. Colin only knows that the Gastrodon is the problem for the Typhlosion, so he has to be very wary of that. At the same time, does he respect the Gastrodon in game number 2?
You always have to respect the Gastrodon. It is so
It's so good into this team, honestly.
Exactly, yeah. Only Galarian Moltres has a
Salt on
really
the
positive
round,
matchup,
Moltres
but
losing
actually, Azumarill
Toast.
is fine. Diggersby's fine as well, and
Domain
Annihilate,
expansion,
remember, it double
unnecessary
resists the
boost.
body slam. So if you can correctly shield an
But
earth
the Mud
power,
Slaps are the problem.
the Mud Slaps are the problem, but any high attack Annihilate reaches a counter break point against Gastrodon that's pretty pivotal.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So with the Rage Fist, you can probably counter through that Gastrodon. Wait, you counter
Same
through
team.
Mud Slap through.
Let's
we'll
see.
see if that's the case. It's Ariados again into a Moltres. It's not a great lead for Kyphia. You lose all the even shield scenario, but you may be able to pull away an early advantage into zero shields if you
भाई
no
फिर
shield
से
nature
Annihilate
power.
बैक में है
Colin will
भाई
be pleased
Annihilate
that
का
the
प्ले ही
Azumarill
नहीं है
is
भाई
going
टीम में
Ariados with 2 shields does have a decent amount of play into the Moltres, so the Calphia is going to stay in here, and I think that makes a lot
He
of sense.
gets the
I
shield
love
but
the Moltres lead because it almost prevents an Azumarill safe swap. You can Brave Bird and then basically go into what you want to go to. Now, does he go for the Brave Bird? I love this call from Colin, knowing that he wants to play evens and get shields down. Does Kyphia make that call? He does make that call, and now
Great shield!
I think he can even go for Trailblaze now. I would love to see Trailblaze here from Kyphia. No, okay, he goes for a lunge. Does this assume that Colin's going to go for another shield? If you Trailblaze, you may be able to Poison Sting down a little bit more effectively.
Oh
We're going to go for a lunge here.
man,
How
this
do you
is
take
bad
those arrows
dude.
if you weren't to shield that? You have to shield, right? Now you're at an Ancient Power, you pause, you avoid a catch, and this Ancient Power will do a lot of damage. Calphia playing that 2
double
shield scenario
shields.
like we expected him to. But now he can just Poison Sting down. He comes out with a ton of energy.
Yeah, would we even... Oh, this is even better for Kyphia. He comes out with even more energy than before.
But slightly less health.
Slightly less health, but it's not like you can counter this down anyway.
Oh no! Trailblaze is going to land, and then Colin's going to have to
Shield
give
a
up his
lunge.
shield. And
He might have to shield a lunge.
Yeah, Calphia could go for a lunge. Maybe he shouldn't.
I think he
Colin's
shouldn't.
making some bold calls. Just go for that Trailblaze. It's a much safer thing to do. Colin,
he hangs on.
You see what I mean? He would have called that lunge, so I think that was very sensible to go for this Trailblaze. It'll do a ton of damage.
Now you pivot to Azumarill.
Oh
You
baby.
just have to pivot to Azumarill. If that last Pokemon was Toxapex, you lose anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just up a little bit of energy here, you should be able to pace better than the Azumarill and get to this Brave Bird onto the Azumarill. Will it go shielded?
I don't know if it's going to make any difference because Calphia has a full health Azumarill of his own.
Oh no.
This Brave Bird lands massive damage to Colin's Azumarill.
I mean, great call from Colin, right? Because you know the only way you win is if you somehow no-shield an Ancient Power and it's Azumarill in the back. Great call, and he's going to get this Ice Beam down. Has
It's
a
over, I
slight
think so.
energy
Colin lose this.
advantage on the opponent's Azumarill,
He
but
has a
such
shield, but
health deficit.
Azu is so healthy. Bhai, Azu ki health dekho. Full health.
Not much health left to its name either. This looks to be a clean win for Kyphia.
Well, Calphia just needs to avoid a catch, right? That's the critical thing. Do not let your Pokemon get caught.
Colin just gave up.
Colin's not even going to play it out.
I don't think you can win even if you catch.
If you caught a play rough night right now, you still have a shield available, right?
She
He has shield available, but he's going.
It's over.
You know, Colin could have probably tried to play it out a little bit more, but at this end of the day, Annihilate didn't have a charge shot. Oh, could have made a Rage Twist.
Maybe
in some situations.
Yeah, exactly. But that is a massive victory for Calphia. He breathes a sigh of relief. The players shake hands. That is huge. He progresses in this losers round and goes
man,
in Stuttgart.
I thought Azu was done
Don't
on.
let this take away from what
भाई
Colin
Azu
has
पूरा
achieved
health
at
पड़ा
starting,
था
though.
भाई.
He started in round 1, basically already losing in that early bracket to Steph,
कभी-कभी
I
ना
believe,
predictable
and then
predict हो
did
जाता
a
है
huge lower bracket
कि भाई
run
Annihilate
from
पूरा
lower bracket
हर
round
गेम
2
लाएगा ही लाएगा
all the
वैसे.
way up to the finals of his group, winning out, taking a
Annihilate
bad
भाई
round
जगह ही
from
नहीं थी
loss to the
Annihilate.
other Belgian here
Annihilate has
inside
nowhere
game
to
number
go.
2.
It was almost like a gladiator style. He goes down in that first round, plays so many rounds in the losers bracket, gets into day 2, wins his first game of day 2. Colin gets into that top 8, and he just doesn't have the strength or the energy to keep going, and Calphia puts him in the ground, progresses further in this tournament. Superbly played by Calphia. Great alignment and teams, right?
Yeah, Colin, of course, he did use this team that you prescribed, and maybe losing in the round 1 allowed him to practice more with the team. You said he could have used a little bit more practice, and that definitely did not hurt. He played some great games today and has a lot to be proud of, but will be unable to defend his title here at the Stuttgart Regional Championship. Kaifia, this is the run of his lifetime. Probably the best tournament he's played to date. Went to Worlds in Hawaii earlier this year, but he wants more. He said he just wanted points in this tournament, but he's getting a lot more than just points.
He's getting a ton of points and loads of cash as well.
He could still get his auto invitation for the World Championships. He says his goal is just to qualify for Worlds.
Nice.
Very humble player, very great guy, and he just made really smart plays here. Understanding that Colin understands that he needs to Brave Bird here and saving the Ariados for that backline. As long as there's no Typhlosion, he was free flying. And you know, if Colin leads Moltres, right? There's not going to be Typhlosion in the back. That would be a little bit ridiculous, considering that Kaifia could simply lead in the Azumarill into that and win the game on the spot.
Yeah, this team is more designed that you
soft lose the Azumarill slowly.
Exactly that. You know you are soft to Azumarill, so you expect it every single game, and you're supposed to soft lose to an Azumarill so that it's in balm down health for something else. Because if you can punch down an Azumarill with an Annihilate, maybe one shield if you have to, you come out with a ton of energy. And part of the strategy, I would say, yeah, the beauty of the team, I like that. It's that you know one of your opponent's Pokemon is coming every single time. And that reduces the number of lines that your opponent can bring and gives you more information, arguably, than them.
Freed is walking us through the sophisticated machinations of his team here. And of course, we can still see PvP David go even further with this line. Of course, I think I would have liked to see Colin lean on that Diggersby a little bit more in those games, knowing that it soft loses to the Moltres, soft loses to the Azumarill, is good against the Ariados, and has overall so much neutral play that he can sweep with the Typhlosion or Annihilate. But of course, we have to focus on the present now. We're going into Snorek versus XXL Cactus, and these are some interesting teams, especially from Snorek. That's a Dragonite on our screen.
Yeah, I really like seeing a Shadow Dragonite get to this stage of the tournament, and both of these players, Snorek and Cactus, they are present in the Play Pokemon circuit, but they perhaps were not expecting to get this far this weekend in such a stacked tournament.
I believe Cactus has made a top 8 before. Snorek, though, this is the first time for him relying on that Dragonite. It's been so critical for him in a lot of games to break that Feraligatr in Superior Core. We saw him utilize just one shield to farm down an entire Feraligatr earlier today, and it was also pretty good at finishing off an Azumarill because the Azumarill cannot do any damage
Shadow
with
Dragonite
those
Gaming.
Such a great dynamic play when you know
Samne
how to
Alolan
use
Senseless
Dragonite.
Shiny.
Probably inspired by some of the Latin American International Championship
530.
teams. Speaking of
I can't read right now.
Latin American International
Look at this team. I wonder where the inspiration for this came from. Cactus using
Cactus
Colin's team from
call
LAIC.
karega, I guess,
Just
कि
kidding.
Shadow
This is
Dragonite
Nighttime
आएगा
Clash's
सामने.
team that Colin did use in LAIC. Colin did do very well.
He's an expert at using other people's teams.
Sometimes that's the strategy, right? You got to do it.
If he can focus his energy
Shadow
on just
Dragonite is so
playing on
good
the day
against
and
Spider,
not think too much or tire
kind
himself
of.
out from making teams, it's
For
clearly
Alligator,
a method for success that has worked for him time and time
Clodsire,
again. It's working for Cactus too, though.
Bone,
Yeah, I think
Marowak.
Cactus will want to employ exactly the same strategy. Don't invest too much time on building the team yourself, but just train with it, practice. Do 100 push-ups every day, 100-kilometer run, and then just take Nighttime Clash's team, and you can find success. Can he find success today? We're getting into game number 1.
क्या बोला भाई? Shadow Dragonite Gaming, baby. One shield farm down.
Leads into the Dragonite. He's going to need 100% of his strength if he wants to win this game here. The backline already looks actually pretty reasonable for Cactus, and he's always going to get a shield here.
Yeah, you get a shield, and maybe do you dip into Clodsire to try and sponge some of this damage?
If you go into Clodsire, you don't have to shield anything. On the other hand, if you go to Moltres, you might have to shield. Love this play. Does Snorek opt to throw? I love him throwing the Dragon Claw here. He now can pivot into the Feraligatr because it's in Hydro Cannon range.
Yeah, I really like this from Snorek, recognizing that he is a shield down. If you go for Alligator into Clodsire shield down, the Clodsire can win. So he puts it into Hydro Cannon range. Only one is
Surely it's Hydro Cannon range. He gets the shield.
An Earthquake.
Cactus is a little bit ahead on energy, which means he can actually pull a shield back from this Feraligatr. Does he go for the bait? There's only one shield left on Snorek's side, so you might want to... He goes over 100 energy. I'm not sure how I feel
I know you don't feel great about this, because that means
This
that
will kill.
last Poison Sting,
Didn't do
instead of
anything.
giving
1
9
energy.
he gave 1, right? So you lose out quite a lot there.
Now, do you pace to this next... Yeah, I think you still pace in time, but at the same time, we would have wanted to maximize energy to go back into that Dragonite match.
Yeah, especially at this stage of the competition, you want to see optimal
Okay, oh
plays.
no.
So that's something that
This
Cactus
is
will
bad.
probably recognize and take away into later games.
But now down shields goes for
Wait,
a
he threw the
Sludge Bomb.
sludge.
I think this is an interesting play. Do you hard pivot into the Feraligatr and start to try to farm this down? Maybe even load a
That was
Hydro?
quite a nice play.
Oh, wait, actually, this is a very glossy Feraligatr.
Really? Eric, great call, because that was perfect. You came in with
the Dragonite can't come in now, right?
Yeah, the Dragonite will now get outpaced.
The Dragonite needs to Dragon Breath down. Does he make that call? I think he might be able to get there. It's so close. Hydro Cannon.
Oh, he gets the Dre, dude.
Hangs on by an absolute thread.
He gets the Dre. Oh no.
The damage did not register from the Dragon Breath in time to take down the Feraligatr. It reached the Hydro Cannon. Dragonite goes down. That is a massive shift in momentum for Cactus.
I think all you have to do here is land that Brave Bird. You're gonna tank this rock slide.
This is the high attack.
Oh no! This does so much damage. Brave Bird onto that Dunsparce. How is this gonna do?
Wait, वो CMP type पे Brave Bird मार रहा है. Hold on.
Brave Bird. Oh my goodness! That is so much damage. But
भाई ये क्यों करेगा तो भाई लग जाएंगे इसके.
Now does the Jorun knock out the Clodsire? I think it does.
It does.
Clodsire gonna come in. Cutest Jorun.
He shoot. ये क्यों कर देगा भाई?
Jorun hold to Clodsire. Let's take a big pause here and go for that Jorun. I don't think it's enough. Does it? Hang on. The game is gonna.
Oh baby. Let's go, dude.
That is a massive. Eric.
मजा आ गया.
Happened in that game. A lot that we can talk about. We need to take a breath.
That was a fast.
भाई बहुत गंदा CMP था वो.
There was a pretty major, and I'm gonna say it. It was a misplay there from Cactus.
Yeah, misplay था.
Snorlax was already going over 100 energy.
Yes.
Very, very smart, by the way. And he threw on the charge attack priority. He basically did everything he could.
Okay, so the Dunsparce was going up to 2 rock slides. You should have.
Just keep farming.
Cactus should
Then
have
Dragonite won.
Sucker Punch and let the first rock slide go through, and then charge attack.
क्या वो फिर से Dragonite लाएगा? That's the question.
Not only would you have got an extra Sucker Punch through, but you
क्या वो
also
फिर
would
से
have
Dragonite लाएगा?
go down to the first rock slide, right? Now, when you go down to the first rock slide, there was a drill run available for the Clodsire. And Snorlax then takes advantage of that. And that's what you have to do. You have to take advantage of your opponent's mistake, and Snorlax did that perfectly. What a way to start this series.
I mean, of course, there was a world where he built up to the Brave Bird and then went into the Clodsire. Right? If he went into the Clodsire immediately, he forced him to use energy.
Yes.
Otherwise, the Poison Sting's put in the Brave Bird range, number one. Second of all, he throws the energy and then has to throw the Rock Slide onto the Moltres. Moltres still hangs on, gets a Sucker Punch. There are so many ways to win that game, but Snorlax was able to just find his only win condition, essentially.
I mean, there's so many ways to win a game. There's also so many ways to lose a game. And when you're at this stage of a tournament, these Stuttgart Regional Championships are showing that you have to be meticulous. Snorlax taking advantage there. 1 game up. This is the best of 3. He only needs 1 more to progress in this losers round.
Feraligatr was such a monster here. Will we see it again? It's going to be the Feraligatr into the Dunsparce.
Okay.
That lead that Cactus has played a
Playable,
lot.
I guess.
He's led Feraligatr in a ton of games. I believe against Pokémon he did it 2 or 3 times, but he's happy to play this out always. Always just takes 2 shields.
भाई हमें पता है कौन CMP जीता है guys.
Feraligatr has a great matchup in the 0 shield scenario, but not so great when shields start to get used. But we're all here looking at that Galarian Moltres in the back for Cactus. Has a ton of play into Feraligatr and Serperior. Will Cactus take advantage of it?
I think as long as he gets a shield here, he simply hard pivots into the Clodsire and brings out the Feraligatr. With 2 shields versus 1, you're always going to win that matchup. Oh, actually goes for the immediate Feraligatr pivot. Does he come in here? We've seen this before. You throw the Hydro, but you can't Sucker Punch down with the Moltres. Oh, he goes for the shield. Now I think he just goes straight to the Moltres, right?
Yeah, straight into the Moltres, and you can start putting oppressive Sucker Punch damage in. You have 2
नहीं
shields
यार
available.
ये over है भाई. I think so. Snorlax loses. Clodsire भाई खा जाएगा उसको. Oh, he's not baiting.
Hydro Cannon does more than Rock Slide anyway.
Oh, he's not baiting.
Probably knocked out his Moltres too. But at the end of the day, it's so good with. Okay, I like this.
Yeah, I like
the shield and. Basically, I feel like Snorlax has to no-shield this to put it on the Dunsparce. Dunsparce doesn't have a great matchup into the Clodsire in the back.
See, oh, he got the boost. Khatam bhai. It's over.
Hangs onto this rock slide.
It's over.
Yeah, you can no-shield this and just.
Cactus has
decisive game रहेगा.
Serp is cooked.
This is one of the only differences between the LASC team that I and Colin and Pocket ran and his. He said he wanted to opt for Sludge Bomb because he expected more Azumarill this weekend.
He could have farmed down. He could have gone for the full Sucker Punch.
Not that it is going to matter too much here, but he could have actually prevented Snorlax from even seeing the back Pokemon. Here he's going to go with that Ancient Power, gets another boost. No, he does not. Now he's going to be trying to get to this Brave Bird against the Serperior that Snorlax led through. I think he needs to shield and farm down to find out the last Pokemon.
Have to get as much information from your
Let's see the last Pokemon, I guess.
You might be down on the count for this game, but you don't want to be down on the 3rd. He brings in the Clodsire, and I mean, yeah, that's the story well told. Clodsire's able to clean up here with that Sludge Bomb. A very, very nice adjustment maybe on this meta. Pace is a little bit faster against Feraligatr. Better against
भाई Moltres बहुत boost कर रहे हैं भाई.
Just been the right call, honestly.
Snorik still going for that Frenzy Plant, trying to do a little bit of damage, but he knows that this game is all but over. Cactus has played this really, really well. I think there still could have been a little bit more optimization available to him. We saw, for example, he threw a little bit early on that Dunsparce when
he knows he's strong against
so dominant
Azul, Feraligatr and Marowak, so he's bringing Serperior every game.
You know that the
Bhai, last game nahi lana bhai.
Actually, one of the things I was most worried about at the Latin America International Championships was all those Brazilian
tension
players
power for
using
me,
Dragonite and
boost
Gastron
ho kya
for it.
tension
Here
power
it's
for
kinda
the har ek
similar
game.
with the Dragonite and the Clodsire. It's a big threat
Every
against
game
this
they are
team.
boosting.
Basically pressures off that that cancel Marowak completely. We've seen Cactus lead Marowak into a lot of superiors.
The way that Cactus is using his Feraligatr, he's using it so flexibly as if it's free. Because if we look at this team,
it is.
All right, yeah, exactly. You have play into Azumarill, you have play into Clodsire. We're seeing that because you outpace that Dragonite, you're threatening shields first. Dunsparce, we saw the lead there. He was happy to get a lot of damage off them pivot. The Feraligatr mirror, we're expecting a high attack from Cactus. We've seen so many as Pokemon like that. And then any energy advantage on Feraligatr, and it also starts to threaten Serperior.
Feraligatr wins some sort of shield scenario against every Pokemon on Snorlax's team. He's so happy to lead it, even into a negative matchup such as the Dunsparce or the Dragonite. You know that you're going to get a shield from them before they get a shield from you. The only problem would be something like a Serperior, but he always has those covers in the Moltres, in that Sludge Bomb Clodsire. How is he going to approach game number 3? I think you lean on Clodsire as your most flexible pick here, and you just have to play maybe a little bit disrespectful to Dunsparce, but understand that it is not a very good Pokemon on paper. It doesn't actually, in practice, it doesn't do a lot of damage. Feraligatr is fighting against it, Moltres is fighting against it, and so is Clodsire.
Do you think that Snorik can expect that Cactus won't lead into Shadow Kanto Marowak? Because Serperior
He's done that so many times.
Can you disrespect it? Let's find out. We've got Dunsparce in the lead there.
Yeah,
it's
good
a
lead.
great pickup. Galarian Moltres for Cactus.
Now here, I think you have to swap the Feraligatr, but it's just going to be answered by the Dragonite. Does he stay in? I think if he takes a Hydro Cannon here, this could be very, very odd.
Okay.
As it's
Bhai, ye to bahut badhiya hua. Now he just swapped into Dragonite, one shield farm down.
Try and sponge some of this water type damage. It won't be aligned against the Clodsire. Maybe that's what Cactus is almost trying to bait out.
If he doesn't shield this,
he shield.
Now it's very, very awkward because you can't bring in the Dragonite. He has 2 Shadow Claws to his name and will be able to put huge pressure. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. He's gonna get to this charge attack and doesn't even make the counter. Oh, he fully farmed down.
You one shield, full farm down. You've got energy, shield parity, and then energy for days.
He will get the Dray. भाई उसको फिर से Dray मिलेगा. देखना वो Hydro Cannon पहुंच जाएगा.
Doesn't actually
Okay,
get that
thank you.
That's huge. That's huge.
I think Dragonite here just wins the game. I'm not sure what you would do if you are Cactus. You have to just hope that you hang on.
This is huge, bhai. Dragonite just breathe, baby.
Moltres may be a big player.
वो एक करके मारेगा.
I agree. This is really nice.
फिर से नया Dragon Claw.
Shadow Dragonite and the offensive pressure it can put on teams. Getting to that next Dragon Claw just before the Sludge Bomb is huge.
Yep, it's over.
Another Sludge Bomb
Until and unless he catch the Dragon Claw और कुछ जादू हो जाए. Wait, he's
I
throwing.
would've
भाई
liked
अभी
to
वो
see
farm
a
down कर
little
लेगा.
more because
Feraligatr
the
के.
Dunsparce doesn't have a lot of fast attack pressure. Now, I think Snork's just going to bring in that Feraligatr, get ahead on energy, the hard pivot into the Moltres, but I think Moltres loses the one-shield scenario.
Go for a Hydro Cannon first. Get the Hydro Cannon off. I think you don't even need to. I mean, you can go for the Ice Beam to force the shield.
This has to go shielded, but Cactus, his only play may be to make a no-shield call. Is he going to do that?
Khatam.
Ice Beam!
Boom!
And that seals
Let's
the deal.
go, baby. We don't bait, mate. GG's. भाई उसको call करना था.
This line perfectly, got the right lead, but he just got the Dragonite where exactly he needed to be. I think XXL Cactus should have leaned that Azumarill because the Dragonite is so dominant against this team that you might want to make that adjustment.
He played triple weak to Azumarill there. Dunsparce loses to Azumarill. Feraligatr, okay, has a good advantage, but you can come in with an Azumarill.
Shadow Dragonite for the victory.
You can come in with an Azumarill.
next lecture से ज़्यादा ancient power ने boost दिया यार.
That would have been the play for Cactus.
Oi.
Snorik, on the other hand, taking full advantage. Shadow Dragonite progresses. I quite like that.
It's so nice to see these players making their
I think
best
so bait
run
करना. I
ever
think so.
on the stage here at the Stuttgart Regional Championships.
इतना worth नहीं था. I think so. One Shadow Claw का advantage था. So he outpaced.
Snorik, it's the same case for him. Stone Collection, PvP David, so many players are making a name for themselves here. Already players like Colin are eliminated from the tournament, so the door is wide open.
Yeah, we had so many massive names when we entered this tournament. We looked at the brackets and we were like, this is really stacked. It's almost one of those events that we're like, I'm a bit pleased we're behind the caster desk because this looks tough.
It looks stacked, and we weren't even in the bracket. That just speaks volumes. I mean, what else does that mean? Of course, Martijn is still in that lower side of the bracket. He is such a monster as a sweeper, but of course, he's going to have to get through Snorek at some point, as Snorek has very confidently taken these games, putting it on the back of Shadow Dragonite, even in the face of a very scary Feraligatr and Cloudstar core into his team. Against that Hydro Cannon there, and
that was massive, right?
Yeah.
That almost changed the game.
Yeah, if he had Dragon Breath down this Feraligatr, I think there would be no question of him winning this game number 1. But of course, Snorek, a nice celebration there to take this one home. When things didn't look great in game number 2, XXL Cactus was very composed here with that Cloudstar, understood the assignment in game number 3. Got that ABA into the Dunsparce again. I liked it better when the Feraligatr was in the front and the Moltres in the back, because you always get 2 shields, right? And Moltres always cleans up. You can't do it the other way around. You can't swap Feraligatr into that Dunsparce. You can't stay in either.
No, I completely agree. And this Ice Beam landing, wow, takes that Moltres out of the sky. Cactus says GG, Snorek with a grin on his face. I don't blame him. That was a massive win.
It's pretty cold here in the festive season in Stuttgart, but it's also pretty cold for that Moltres as it falls there in game number 3. Snorek just playing perfectly there.
I know, that was superb. And I think it's always very, very difficult when you're using Galarian Moltres and any Pokemon that has that offensive pressure. Do you lean more into attack, or do you try and give yourself some defense, some bulk? Because that Moltres went down when some might not have.
As we established yesterday, a very high rank Galarian Moltres with a lot of HP, for example, may hang on to an Ice Beam.
Yeah. And Ice Beam did tons there. It did tons for Snorek, because this will mean the world to him. That was really, really impressive. We spoke to him earlier today as well, and he said, honestly, just getting to this position, top 8 for the first time in a long time, it feels magical. And the last time I got into the top 8, I lost straight away. So for him, this is the furthest he's ever got in play Pokemon. That's quite a nice thing.
Snorek is, of course, no stranger to regional championships or play Pokemon. He is actually a pretty common judge here in these tournaments, and it's really nice to see that our judges, our professors inside of the play Pokemon circuit, are so well-versed when it comes to playing. Not only can us casters play the game, but the professors can too.
Yeah, the professors, there's so many good players, and they do all different things, and we've got showrunners, we've got professors, we've got casters obviously doing very, very well. You at LAIC, you performed pretty impressively. That was really great to watch. And actually, if you didn't follow LAIC, we have a little video for you from the winner of LAIC, Marta Galde, coming right up.
I played against him.
My name is Marto Galde, and I'm from Argentina. If I won the World Championship, I will call my family. They would be so proud of me. It would be unbelievable. My favorite Pokemon changes from time to time. Right now, I like Grookey a lot. It's my favorite starter, and I haven't even played the Galar game. The furthest I ever traveled to a Pokemon tournament was Worlds 2022 in London. The experience for me was mind-blowing, because I got 5th in the world, and it was not something I didn't expect, and it made me so happy. In this moment, I look up to Colin Six a lot, because I feel like he's one of the best players in the world, if not the best, and I feel like he's way ahead of a lot of players. So I like to stay up a little late. Sometimes when you play video games, it is like that. So when I'm competing, I like to eat healthy stuff, because if not, the stomach might be a bit bad. But my favorite food is burgers. I don't recommend to eat them in a tournament, though. It would probably be Grookey. It's just so fun and goofy. I love it.
Marto Galde is looking up to Colin Six, possibly one of the best trainers in the world right now. But you know who beat him? Kaifia.
Oh, well, yes, he did.
2-0.
2-0, and hey, that was the most dominating display. I'm actually quite sad about that, because Colin was on my caster picks, and now he's no longer there, which means I'm now out of the running.
And now Kaifia is going to go up against Tonton Bateuse, who is on my caster prediction, the last one, who is still in the tournament for that one.
So you must be quite conflicted now, surely?
I am, because I've known Kaifia for a long time now. This is why I'm able to pronounce his name correctly, I think.
Yeah, I know. You're one of the only ones. I think we should have a video of you just repeating his name several times, and everyone else can just chant after you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to lead here, okay?
Yeah.
But actually, let's check out, as we're progressing faster in the losers bracket, how these trainers have done so far, what their routes were. Kaifia winning 2-0 versus Colin, and Snoring beating XXL Cactus Tonton Bateuse, previously lost in his winners matchup, and now is going to face up against Tonton Bateuse.
Yeah,
against Kaifu.
Yeah, this matchup is going to be so good. I've just been so impressed by Kaifia's like skill, his like variability in how he plays. But Tonton Bateuse, I didn't think that Tonton could lose, and he has now. But it was under very close circumstances against a very good player. If we remember end of day one, Tom Hawk was asking, do you reckon PvP David has what it takes? I said yes, and he has proven that point.
No, that is true. PvP David is insane. Going to match up against Stone Collection. Wonder how that is going to go. Stone Collection actually kicking out Inadequance out of the winner's bracket. And that is also something that few people have seen coming. Also, Inadequance with a rare Inadequance miscount in that situation. He thought that the Dugong had an icy wind, and it didn't. He could have farmed down, tried to go for a catch, therefore gave the Dugong another ice shot to get that icy wind. And yeah, that cost him the game. Afterwards, backstage,
we were
told him that, and he went, I can't believe that.
Yeah, it came as a shock, and this is a Worlds finalist as well, which goes to show Inadequance, Yakai, all of these great trainers, they might seem almost infallible.
Yo, Vimuji, welcome in, bro. Congratulations on expert,
so
I guess.
You, as a trainer coming into these events, you can come in, play against
You
Colin
saw his
Six in
tweets
round one
after
and take a win.
he won the regional championship. Yeah, I do.
You just bring your A game.
Yep, that is true. You will have to play up to your best potential if you want to beat these
Check
trainers.
me to your was confused. You and mine account is same. Wait, really?
Who's not only attending Zumuril, of course. We're going to see.
Is it streaming now?
In a second, but Tonton Bateuse's team has been causing a lot of trouble in the last few regionals. This core of Charger Bug with Greninja is so hard to stop.
See, अभी problem क्या है पता है guys for Tonton. सबको पता है भाई वो Greninja लाता ही लाता है हर game. Problem वहाँ है. I think so. He knows as well, right?
So quick, and Hydro Cannon, one of the best water attacks going.
Night Slash is even faster. You go up to
he's bringing Greninja every
then
game.
Only 2, so that pacing is just completely insane. That's 15 turns for 2 charge attacks. If you're in a matchup versus
all thanks to you, bro.
Type, this is so dumb.
The Greninja that never boosts.
And of course,
भाई Moltres boost पे boost हो रहे भाई और Greninja boost नहीं हो रहा.
Attack so high anyway. Imagine what happens with the boost.
Yep, that is a lot of damage added to that, and I mean it is only like a 10% chance to boost. However, you're doing it so often because of this incredible pacing that it actually comes up more often than you think, and that is what we also call the boost con. It's the win condition when you boost. Sometimes if you're in a bit of a pickle,
again a
you
Moltres
can
boost.
win with a boost.
Skarmory,
However,
good lead.
this is a Skarmory into a Gastrodon lead, and that matchup is
really good lead.
Interesting.
Tonton's going to absolutely love this, and they're going to actually stay in for a little bit. Bear in mind, Mudslap takes
Power भाई बहुत damage करेगा, but ठीक है.
But it's interesting to see these matchups, both trainers not looking to switch out.
Steel Wing also is
that's the question.
On the Gastrodon. Gastrodon very bulky. You can see that they do about the same amount of damage, and the Skarmory is actually, it has to throw a charge attack into that Gastrodon, will then come out with a little
he's not
bit of
birding.
energy, but it is not as dominant as you think.
You need to shield, bro. You don't have any answer, right?
Okay. Bird would have been an interesting move attack to go for, but no, going for the safer Sky attack to stay in this match.
I think so now Greninja is fine.
Playing the long
with
game
shield
here,
advantage.
He
survived this.
There's a shake of the head there by Kaifia. I'm not sure
he will brave, but next.
Yeah, the timing
कोई भी
was
catch
a little
करे
bit
चलेगा.
off here. He's one shield down, giving extra Steel Wings, and now there is a Sky Brave Bird loaded already. Tonton is farming up to even more energy.
Is he going to
Tries
shield
be knocked
again?
out by that next Mudslap to give less
he is.
farm. He is 2
Hold
shields
on.
down on the side of Kaif. He really wants that alignment. However, has a lot of energy here.
And this is really good because Greninja is so powerful when shields are down. He has a 2 shield advantage. It's able to.
There is no advantage now.
Damage. Body slam though is not going to do anything. The shield's now coming in. Tonton demonstrating that Greninja is so.
देखा उसने double shield किया भाई lead में.
Keep that in mind.
Nice sledge enough था.
Priority here. Tonton opted
Yeah,
to
nice sledge enough था.
Slightly less cheap in energy, but it's going to
ठीक है, it's okay.
Knock out the Gastrodon. What does Kaifia do now? He can wall the energy of Greninja. This is why he gave up the 2 shields, because Greninja is so oppressive into neutral matchups. There's only one Pokemon that really walls.
Yeah, he played up. Okay, he banged the move as well. Hold on.
Now answering
Wait a minute.
the Cloud side, Kaifia going to struggle here because the Dunsparce does have a shield advantage. Sure, it will take 3 drill runs to knock out the Clodsire, but the shield is going to be up very, very key. Is Kaifia, does he have the opportunity to maybe make a bait with Stone Edge here?
I think goes up to
Wait,
so
hold
much
on.
energy, almost 100, and then there's going to be a drill run. And that is
Zainul
going to
expert
force
today.
Kaifi
Try
to throw
करेंगे.
on suboptimal timing
6
or
sets है.
overfarm over the 100 energy. Look
He
at this.
survived the
He's going to
earthquake.
throw one.
He's
Oh, it
not
was a
going to
charge
kill.
tech priority. Even that is good for Kaifi in this situation.
Yes, it is.
यहाँ पे
because
इसको
at least
perfect
now he
overfarm
gets
करना
his
रहेगा, I
damage
guess,
off on
right?
the Dunsparce. Tonton
Maybe
Batus
he
more
can
than happy
snipe.
to take one attack and is able to now go for that drill. No, there seems to be an
Very
overfarm
nice
there.
counting.
Maybe a mistake. Oh no,
So
it's
now
fine.
Azu
Tonton
can't
has
farm
been
down,
able to
right?
secure that drill run, maybe banking on the fact
Why
that
Azu farm down नहीं कर
priority,
पाएगा
which he
अभी?
will win.
The Greninja is
Yep, you
going
need to throw the
wait for
energy
that
trainer.
Azumarill in the back. Azumarill
Oh,
can
he is throwing.
overfarm
Very smart.
a little bit more. Goes for an Ice Beam. Is going to be able to knock out that Dunsparce. And now, how much energy does Tonton have on that Greninja? How far can this Greninja go? It's almost to Hydro Cannon here.
Yeah, and going for the immediate
He needs
Hydro
5
Cannon, not
Hydros,
wasting
I
any time
guess.
with any fishing for boost with Night Slash. Wants
Yep,
to get off
5
as many
Hydros
Hydro
here.
Cannons as
1.
possible. Has one shield as an advantage. Is there enough in the tank from this Greninja to take out this bulky
2.
Azumarill?
Okay, nice
And
CMP.
Tonton Batus has not tried to go for a Night Slash
Correct
boost here,
चाहिए.
which means that he thinks he can comfortably Hydro
और
Cannon
दो
this
चाहिए.
Azumarill
Yep, और
down,
2
but
Hydros
Azumarill
चाहिए.
is going for the play rough, not even going for an Ice Beam, which I think would be enough together with
भाई
Boris
Ice
to
Beam
knock
मारता
out
है
the
यार, but
Greninja
ठीक
here,
है.
saving some more energy. Kaifi is racing to that next charge attack, is trying to get to that Ice Beam or play rough in the same pacing right now.
Nah.
The problem is
GG's.
that Greninja has 2 Hydro Cannons, but will only be able to
Ah,
launch
it's
one
over.
because Kaifia has the play rough ready.
Well
Was
played.
that a charge attack priority event? That
Tonton
is
loses,
key. This
yep.
is going to be a crucial moment in the game.
By CMP
is
हो
he
गया.
launch an Hydro Cannon? And no, play rough comes through. Greninja is going
भाई
to be knocked
Tonton के
out.
साथ यही हो रहा है यार. Everybody expect the green ninja in the back, man.
Tonton Batus.
Tonton Batus can't believe it. Should I have gone for that Night Slash boost? Because the Hydro Cannons were just
Yep,
barely
Night Slash
not
मारता, then
enough.
Hydro
Kaifi
Cannon.
could have won this,
Maybe
I think,
boost.
even more comfortably if he actually went for Ice Beam baits at this point, because the defenses of Greninja, the HP of Greninja is so incredibly low that an Ice Beam is going to deal a sizable chunk.
It will do.
We will stream
Yep, bear
Zainul
in mind,
sets
it's not just
at
about
6 PM, I
timing
guess.
matchups in this game. It is also about the
After the regional
frailty,
ends.
for lack of a better term, or the
Zain bhai mein chalu.
fragility of certain
GVM.
Pokemon. Greninja is all about its phenomenal attack, but it has to sacrifice its really poor defenses, and an Ice Beam is going to be enough, therefore.
Yeah, definitely. Poor defenses, however, the pacing and the attack on Greninja
Gastro पे
is
Night
incredible.
Slash
That's why it has
करना
worked
था.
as a
नहीं,
core
नहीं.
breaker for Tonton Batus so many
I don't
times
think so KO
in this
करता.
season. Actually, he has played
बहुत
every
questionable था,
single
मुझे भी वही
European
लगा.
tournament and he has top cut it.
But यहाँ पे वो
every
Night Slash
single
Hydro मार
European
सकता था. I
tournament this
think so.
season.
Night
Look
Slash
at
Hydro was the
Dortmund,
play.
He was a runner-up. Then in Lille,
Maybe.
something.
Maybe. Night Slash Hydro
in
was the play.
Gdansk, he was the regional
Yo,
champion.
Zain bhai,
He's
welcome
trying
in, bro.
to get it back, but his
Welcome
back
in.
is against the wall. But so far, he has crawled back from so many.
भाई बंदा
0-1s
बहुत
this
अच्छा
point.
खेला, but
He
भाई
has,
वही
and we
फिर से
witnessed
like
that
everybody
two
knows,
occasions on
सबको
stream
पता है
yesterday
Karin
where
Ninja
he
back
used
में
game
है ही
one to
है.
get a feel for his opponent's playstyle and then reacted accordingly, and this ability
तो
to
बहुत
react,
transparent
I think,
play
is
है
the best in
Tonton
the
का, I
business
think
as
so.
far as Pokemon Go is concerned.
Because he's
The
bringing
ability to
Green
go,
Ninja
you know
every
what?
single
I know
game.
your
Like
game
every
plan,
single game
you
he's
are not
bringing
going to
Green
make
Ninja.
that same game plan will be is not going to work in game 2 or game 3.
The problem वही हो
With
रहा है,
your
opponent
trainer,
by
and
triple
I'm
strong
very
आ रहे हैं
interested
against
to
Green
see
Ninja.
if Kaifia can actually break that chain and knock out Tonton Batus for good.
I like the phrasing of that, but it is a little bit of a risky stretch to give up game 1 already, just to grab some information. However, it has worked for Tonton Batus so far. So good. What do you think in this game? Do we see a Charger Bug? Because Charger Bug actually doesn't play a very bad
Alright,
zero
they're
shield
locked in.
scenario versus Ariados when it comes to more shields. It is
Charger
tougher
Bug lead
for
आएगा,
those
guys देख
debuffs,
लेना.
but you have play versus
मुझे
Gastrodon,
99% लग रहा है
versus
Charger
Exeter.
Bug lead आने वाला है.
Against Malamar,
Oh,
it's
it's
great.
Carmen.
Against many Pokemon, it's great.
Oh,
I
that's a good
expect
lead.
a Charger Bug.
Tonton.
No way!
Can you believe it? Tonton's making the reads of his life. Yaskama into
Oh,
Ariados
baby.
reacting with,
This is
and
fine.
Greninja comes in to respond
Okay.
against that Clodside. Those Hydro Cannons will outpace to the Stone Edges and the Earthquake so quickly. This is going to do a huge amount of damage. No shield from Kaifia.
He has to no-shield this and hope for something, for a miracle,
Yeah,
because
it's over,
the
RPS.
alignment in the back looks even worse.
He baits,
Not only
it's fine, he
Skarmory
will
versus
shield.
the
Now he can
Ariados,
overfarm
but
here.
also the superior onto the
भाई
Azumarill.
उसको shield
There's
करना
just
पड़ेगा अगर
nothing
वो
going on
spider
for
के साथ
Kaifia.
आता
There
है.
is a shield advantage at least.
That's the problem is here that now Greninja can farm up a lot more and then
Yep.
only KO with a Night
His
Slash
shield, he
as
throw
well.
the back
So
to
this
back Night
is even
Slash, okay?
easier. Now you're
He's not
using a
shielding.
lower energy attack.
Can he
in order to take
boost?
out the
Please
Broadsire,
boost. By
and you
boost ho ja
still
bhai.
have another
Greninja,
Hydro
boost
Cannon
my
ready
boy.
to go. This is a
No boost.
lovely, wild situation situation for Tonton Batuse.
A lower energy or a Lola energy. Azumarill is coming in here, is the Pokemon that can handle Greninja, but at this point, you know you have your Skarmory for
he
that
can farm down
Ariado,
the
so you don't need that Greninja anymore.
Aizu
You're
को
free
move मारना
to
पड़ेगा,
just throw
and I think so
Hydro Cannons
Tonton
here.
wins this.
Yeah, all this
game होगा.
Greninja's going to do is just chip away at this Azumarill. Thank you, I'll take a bit more health, no problem at all. 2 Hydro Cannons launch onto the Azumarill. Will
overfarming
this
here.
bring it into the yellow and bring it closer, and bring Tonton Batuse closer to victory?
There is going to be another one launched immediately. Charge attack priority. Kaife is not too happy with that situation. He knows this is an uphill climb already.
वही है guys, देखा अभी Greninja का play.
Yes,
like अगर सामने कोई hard counter नहीं है तो भाई Greninja पूरा team खा जाता है भाई ऐसे.
I think Greninja's done a fantastic job eliminating the Clod
अभी
side.
खत्म है भाई, so अभी Superior wine with
eliminating the Clod side, and now Superior coming in to respond, and then we're back to the Skarmory versus Ariados, and this is a situation we've seen so
Spider lunge
many
मारेगा.
times in day one. There is no wiggle room for
Tonton
this
should
Spider.
not double
Their web
hydro.
will
He
not
should
spin
throw before
around the
one
steely
till
talons of
double.
Skarmory.
And
This
see
is
him
what
in second.
XXL
By White
Cactus has
later.
suffered
It's
from
okay.
against Tonton Batuse on day
ऐसे
one
game
as
होगा.
well, but he just stopped tapping. Kaifia is a trooper. He's still going for it, going for this. He's even using a shield, so he actually wants to play this out. Let's see if he can find a way, because this man clearly has a vision here. Is he trying to go
भाई
and
commenter क्या भाई
play
क्या
out
क्या
this
है भाई
matchup,
क्या बोल
try
रहा
to
है
stall the timer a little bit?
Yes, that might be a strategy here, because we have seen this before. You can be in a really
भाई
bad
उसने
matchup,
वही
but
time
if
पे
you
swap
are
किया
able to
जिसने
use your shield,
जब
if
उसने
you
swap
are
किया.
able to just weaken, I mean the time is so close.
भाई
it could be
बोलने
double.
मिलो भाई
I
कुछ
think
भी
this is
बोलो
really
भाई.
clever here. A lunge will lower the attack of Skarmory, which may force Tonton Batuse to switch out as well. Who knows what will happen here after this lunge goes through?
The thing is, I think that Tonton Batuse is going to be extremely fine with swapping out the Skarmory. I think he's bored at this point. He just wants the Ariados to shield again. He's 2 shields.
Maybe he catch the.
Actually finding a way to beat a Skarmory with an Ariados. That is very
भाई
interesting.
Superior का health देखो यार, ये लोग ने health ही नहीं देखा भाई.
The Superior will come back in at one point once the Azumarill comes in. This is clever, trying to get a snipe on the Skarmory here, not able to do so. Tonton on
अभी वो यहाँ पे overfarm करेगा, खत्म.
is going to come in and at least weaken the Superior even more. Tonton says, nope, I know this is super effective attack.
अरे overfarm भी नहीं, farm down करेगा भाई.
Utilize it now.
वही just
shield
throwing.
advantage is coming in very handy here. An absolute no charge on the Frenzy plant. Not needed to deal any more damage than it has to. Takes out Azumarill, and now a very rare Vine Whip down.
Superior is a spider counter, guys.
Vine Whip, but the problem is
You will love to see.
Ariados is so low on HP, even that wasn't able to get farmed down. It's not
Who
the
will win final
bulkiest
game?
of Pokemon,
Which all
and
depend
though
on the
Vine Whip
lead.
isn't the best fast attack, it still was enough, and so this was a masterclass. I will give
characters.
commendations to Kaifia for using our Ariados to the best of its
भाई
ability.
Tonton
against
को पता है
Skarmory.
उसके पास Skarmory का hard answer है नहीं. He doesn't have the Skarmory answer. So Skarmory lead भाई उसके लिए safe है Tonton के लिए. He doesn't have the Skarmory answer. भाई Gator है नहीं. Clodsire ला नहीं सकता. बचा Moltres. यप खाली Moltres. That's it.
Oh, absolutely.
खाली Moltres ला सकता है वो भाई वो बंदा.
Skarmory without shields, and he had an Ariados with 2 shields.
उसके पास Skarmory का answer ही नहीं है भाई.
There is a chance. Is there a chance?
I think there is a chance, definitely, because the pacing of Skarmory is so incredibly low that you kind of don't get to all of those. You don't get to 3 charge attacks until your opponent has basically Shadow snuck you down at some point. And those shields will come in handy. However,
we do not have that
Shadow Sneak.
I think so. He will bring the
worry
Moltres.
about that. Just go to the novelty.
भाई वही option है. Like he can't bring anything else against Skarmory.
Come back to whether now Kaifia will.
I think so. It's a victory for the Tonton.
Is it risky? Is it too risky?
See, वो भी वही सोच रहा है कि भाई मैं क्या lead लेके जाऊँ. Skarmory को मैं कैसे हराऊँ.
Pokemon against the rest of the team. I wonder what the target was. I think Kaifia wanted to go for an alignment-based game. Even versus Greninja, Ariados isn't the perfect answer for it. You get outpaced, Hydro Cannons deal damage, and then you can
Surely
swap out later.
Skarmory lead आने वाला है.
A lot of wiggle room.
I'm pretty
However,
sure.
Of course, lunges would
Maybe
have to be shielded
Tonton
somewhere,
brings the.
because they will just
See,
straight up take
Tonton
you
को पता है
out.
कि भाई
Trying to get into that
उसके पास
Superior
Skarmory
is
का
also
आंसर
a
एक ही
very
है.
good
So
idea
वो
on the
Moltres
Ariados.
के
I
साथ
see,
आ सकता है,
when your
ठीक है?
opponent brings Superior and Greninja
So
regularly,
Tonton can bring
Ariados
the
might be
Dunsparce
a good
or the
it just
Charger
get
bug.
the alignment in game 2, and he just couldn't wiggle out of it. That was the difficulty.
Lead पे बहुत depend करने वाला है game.
Greninja superior. This was a classic ABB that Tonton Batuse ran against Ariados.
दोनों ऐसे सोच सकते हैं कि ये ला सकता है तो मैं ये जाऊंगा.
Ariados really in a poor position there, but it seems like Tonton has to go for risky strategies now as well, respecting Kofi and saying.
See अगर Moltres lead आया Skarmory पे तो थोड़ा problem होगा.
Game 3, the lead is Skarmory versus
भाई फिर से Gastro.
We've seen that in game 1.
Oh yes, we have, and this is actually a matchup
same
where
team by
even
same
though
team.
In theory, Gastrodon will struggle here. The Steel Wings are resisted. The Mud Slaps are going to do singly resisted damage. So there is some play. You will be able to weaken the Skarmory quite a bit, even if you do get knocked out as a Gastrodon.
Yep, these Earth powers.
Last time क्या हुआ था guys? Tonton lead हार गया था switch, right?
Part 2 to the steel typing as well of the Skarmory. And look at this, we're already in the yellow, and Tonton Batuse does not want to switch out. Knows if I give up alignment with my Greninja, it's going to face the Azumarill. We know how that goes.
Oh yes, we do. Azumarill, one of the best answers to that Greninja there. Tonton keen to keep away from that. Another Earth Power being launched. Bear in mind that there is a small chance of Earth Power also lowering the defense of that Skarmory. What could that change things? Is there going to be a defense drop? No, there isn't. And Skarmory is able now to get to attack. This is what we saw in game 1.
Dude, if he shields here, भाई shield अगर उसने shield किया भाई खत्म.
Then it would be alignment based for Tonton.
Kind of, it's over.
Kaifia says no, I want alignment, thank you very much, and I will take that from you.
It is a huge shield call by Kaifia, not to shield. Wow, the Vine Whip down before the body slam could be thrown. He tried to throw it immediately, didn't work. One advantage here on the Superior goes into the Clots. Oh, a catch on the Hydro Cannon, and that is so much free energy for Kaifia, and he knows that he can dominate that matchup.
भाई उसके पास Earthquake है, वो snipe कर सकता है.
So fast.
Yes, it is. One shield might make all the difference in this matchup. This is two water type Pokemon, but Hydro Cannons will be launched left, right, and center by Greninja here. Who is going to blink first? And they both throw their charge attacks at the same time. But Greninja with his higher attack is able to launch the Hydro Cannon first. Play rough coming in very soon indeed.
I would still love to see Ice Beam baits in this situation.
ये देखा कास्टर भी यही बोल रहे हैं. Ice Beam bait करे यार.
Up anyways, you need the Greninja. You don't want to shoot anything on that Superior. Goes for an undercharge even. Then you might as well throw an Ice Beam.
भाई Tonton बहुत smart है. He is not over farming. वो चाहता है कि भाई जितना cheap मिले उतना मेरे को अच्छा है. अभी वो swap करेगा, right? No, he can't swap.
Desperately trying to hold on to all that water that is soaking up and is just not able to use it.
Oh, nice catch, baby. What a catch. I think so this is a game. This is the game, guys. This is the game.
He expected that and he waited a turn even. But
this is the game.
He still threw because he thought he didn't see that.
This is the game.
And Kaifia actually attempted to make a catch as well there and wasn't successful. Tonton Batuse reacting in time, launching the frenzy plant.
Stone Age क्यों नहीं करेगा? वो और एक frenzy पहुंच जाएगा. Then he just overfarm, right?
Now the neutral attack in this scenario.
Now there is
it's still not over. He can farm down as well, right?
Can he farm down the Superior before it reaches the frenzy plant? It goes for the aerial ace. You can never shield this. Kaifia knows this is an aerial ace. He's going to not put up a shield. Now it is Clotsire versus Greninja. Not typically the best matchup for you.
No, typically not. But then
oh, free energy. Hold on.
He's relying on the fact that Tonton will throw at optimum timing, and therefore just throws the Stone Edge straight away. Gives away a free water shuriken, but it's necessary here as Greninja now trying to get even more energy, going to maximum or close to it. Night Slash now very clever here as
man,
so
you can't shield this.
So Kaifia still hangs on to that one
boost.
Lets the Clotsire go. Has a
oh wait, Azu के पास तो कुछ है ही नहीं.
So much energy on Tonton, but
अरे मुझे लगा Azu के पास energy है. So
one shield is being put up by Kaifia. Does he know how much energy there is on the Greninja? Greninja is just going to throw the next Hydro Cannon, and Tonton Batuse
is going to win this battle and move further up in this tournament. The indomitable Tonton reacting once more from a game 1 loss, going game 2, game 3. He is unfazed. Look at him in the camera. Nothing phases this man.
Oh, and well played. Is a good sportsmanship handshake and a little
well played. Nice catch. मजा आ गया.
Tonton advancing.
Tonton ने game हाथ से जाने देने भाई नहीं.
Is this top 4 now?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, no,
we'll get to it very soon. But Tonton Batuse, take nothing away. This player has shown why he's so worthy of top cutting in every single tournament. He does so well. He's unfazed by
काश वो
anything
एक
that comes
wait
through his
करता
way.
water shuriken का फिर मारता
If he continues playing like that,
या फिर
he
play
will be in the grand finals. Bold prediction.
Yeah, Tonton Batuse, that would be completely
वो Ice Beam भी मार सकता था, right guys? उसको पता था कि देख अगर प्लेयर ऑफ रहा तो वो शील्ड करेगा और आइस बीम रहा तो भी वो शील्ड करेगा और कैच किया तो भी आइस बीम ही कैच किया.
He's already qualified for the World Championships in Anaheim. He's definitely missing that World Championships title.
Yeah, I think it would be, and because Tonton has a regional championship to his name,
it's
he has
okay,
an international championship to his name, and I distinctly remember
stage pressure. अपने तो क्या अपन कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं यहाँ पे.
He's looking at the crowd and he's doing.
जो वहाँ पे खेलता है उसको ही पता है, right guys?
He knew. There was so much confidence, and I would love to see how far he went there. Brilliant player, brilliant, just brilliant in so many ways.
European trainers cooking, and Nighttime Pleasure is cooking sometimes.
Oh well, we taking him. We'll count him for this one. Yeah.
Fair enough. Now you can see the damage that is being dealt. Azumarill getting that charge attack priority here, just barely not getting enough energy on the side of Tontomata, just missing one single turn of advantage here. Clodsire in this game 3 going for a catch on the Azumarill. That was so good, even sneaking a bubble, but it just wasn't enough. Greninja has a terrible matchup. But
and I think Kaifia was very good to bring Azumarill all 3 times. I think it was necessary because Tonton was relying on Greninja so much. And you can just see here the counter catch in a way from Tonton was just so good. I can't believe it threw me by surprise. Yeah. That's how much I was in awe at just the skill level shown by these 2 trainers.
Indeed, and now there you can see Kaifia knowing it wasn't enough to beat the great Tonton Batteurs, who keeps losing game 1 but then coming back so strong. And honestly, sometimes you're seeing those spicy picks on teams. You have seen LAIC finals, Vitorello 12, who rarely brought the Shadow Alolan Marowak, which it was still cool that it was there. It saw some use. Fire spinning on Alolan Sandslashes was very cool. You see Shadow Typhlosion, and PvP David said this was the first time he brought it in his last matchup versus Inadequance.
Yeah.
However, it wasn't versus Inadequance, it was versus Tonton. Yeah. However, Tonton is bringing Greninja every game.
Yeah.
Always.
And Greninja will actually be able to outpace even Typhlosion's Thunder Punch as well. So that's going to be a tricky one to deal with. But let's not talk further about that. Let's come to where the matter really is. Inadequance here with that Primate, one of the few top trainers to bring Primate into day 2 with Karate Chop, getting to that Rage Fist so quickly. All you need is 4 Karate Chops. In my view, that is the fastest charge attack in the entire Pokemon Go meta right now.
Yeah, it is matched with Poison Sting Aqua Tail from Drapion.
Oh yes, of course, so it is, but we haven't seen much of Drapion. I think Drapion's fallen out, but Primate is scary, and you know what? I don't mind tanking an Aqua Tail. Like, say I'm a Kanto Marowak, I can even though I'm a Shadow, I can still survive an Aqua Tail. But those Rage Fists, sure, I'll survive it, but I won't survive the Karate Chops after a few more of them.
That is true. It even has a decent matchup into an Azumarill, but you've said Shadow Drapion is falling out of favor. It is in the winners final on the side of Stone Collection, trying to defeat some Superiors in this tournament. Superior for Alligator. Shadow Dragonite has been MVP for Snorg. It is also one of those spice picks that is brought every time. You can see a lot of bulk on Snorlax's team to cover these defensive weaknesses of Dragonite.
So let's see if Inadequance will bring Fortress, which is a steel type, able to withstand Dragonite's attacks, but no, going for the... I know he has brought the Fortress, but now it's coming into against the Azumarill, which is an interesting thing because the Volt Switches are doing super effective damage, as are going to be the Rock Tombs and Earthquakes are going to be neutral. What does Azumarill do here? Because all of its charge attacks are resisted by the steel type.
Alright.
Let me tell you, I have been
no
in
Dragonite
this
gaming
matchup versus Inadequance at a local, and it is not good for Azumarill. Yes, Bubble does something, but you're leaving the Fortress with a lot of energy and a very decent amount of HP in the end.
And it's even worse because Fortress has actually just used a Rock Tomb to lower the attack of this Azumarill, so the players are doing even less.
Yep, and at this point you're almost going to be able to farm down, but I think you can almost farm up to 2 charge attacks and then throw another Rock Tomb before the Azumarill deals some more damage with yet another charge attack. Playrough is letting it look at the pitiful damage.
I mean, Fortress is getting quite low despite the debuff on Azumarill's attack, but if I was Inadequance now, I'd be thinking, why is Snorlax staying in with Azumarill? He's not doing well here. Why is he getting out? Why is he doing that? Okay, switching into the Feraligatr to try and get a farm down, and Inadequance trying to race to the Rock Tomb. This is amazing!
Man.
Now Inadequance can swap out
farm
after debuffing the Feraligatr.
You need to shield.
So
He has farmed up to an Earthquake. This gets shielded by Snorlax. The damage of Rock Tomb is not the strongest, but it debuffs for sure. And now there is Primap in versus Shadow for Alligator.
भाई जो Dunsparce को खाएगा भी ये Primeape भाई
and Primeape is able
पूरा
to
खा
now get
जाएगा
this
उसको
range
भाई
fist off,
खत्म
but the
बिचो
karate chops are going to do even more damage. Inadequate surely shields just to protect this Primeape is so squishy. But that's fine, because now for Alligator it won't get to another charge attack, I don't think. Oh, it does, just about!
But that's so fine. Look at the backline of Snorlax. Just put up another shield. There is a very, very low HP Azumarill with few energies to its name, and Dunsparce. And if you have energy advantage up to Dunsparce, Snorlax said GG before bringing in the Dunsparce. Inadequate is karate chopping a little bit up to close combat, just so that nothing happens in case Snorlax picks up his phone again, and he's just going to close combat this Dunsparce back into its Pokeball.
Dunsparce disappears in a whiff of fists and flurry. And what I found really amusing was Snorlax there pressing the button right at the very end. I thought he was going for a laugh. He was going to just shield and go, I'm just messing with you. But no, he did make things easier. He did put the no shield.
Inadequate वो टीम कैसे ला पाएगा इस पता है?
But that would have been entertaining.
क्योंकि Snorlax के पास Spider है नहीं.
What he did there, the anticipation.
Gyarados है नहीं.
Thinking, okay, which Pokemon is it going to be in the back? Is it going to be
और Primeape का भी hard answer है नहीं.
My Primeape, and he just said
only hard answer for the Primeape is Dragonite.
Oh, fantastic. Both of these trainers are fantastic in their own right. And what I think is really cool about them, particularly in Snorlax, is
Snorlax को कुछ अलग सोचना पड़ेगा, literally कुछ अलग सोचना पड़ेगा.
That he didn't have any wiggle room. They're able to calculate almost that there's no way out of this for me. Let me take more time to reconsider. What do I do in game 2?
Yeah, you play the game and you tap the screen, and I'm going to take all of my focus and put it on game 2. Let's see if this focus pays out in a great lead. It's Fortress versus Shadow Dragonite. That is so good for Inadequate. He is nodding because he knows this is not even a switch out here.
What's Snorlax going to do? Bring in Shadow for Alligator and take some effective fault switches. No, that's okay, but this is interesting. This could be something really big now. What does Inadequate do? Does he shield this? This is a call. Oh my goodness, Superpower does a huge damage to Fortress.
And this almost knocks out the Fortress, and then a catch onto the Shadow for Alligator, dealing a still decent amount of damage. It's going to debuff it. Now, Inadequate goes out into the Primeape. Primeape has helped so much before. You could just farm up to the charge attack priority. Doesn't go for it because he thinks that Rage doesn't knock out there. Puts up a shield here.
He's trying to get some additional farm and doesn't want to boost with Rage Fist quite so early. Wants to get to maybe 4. Yeah, is that? I don't think it's possible. But now he's forcing Snorlax to no shield, because if he shields,
भाई वो shield farm down कर लेगा अभी भाई इसको.
So I like this, a calculated play here by Martine.
But there's already some damage onto that Shadow Dragonite. Immediate Rage Fist here, knowing this is going to be the Dragonite.
Primeape भाई double boosted भाई, counter ऐसा damage करेगा ना भाई.
The Dunsparce is in the back. The Dunsparce does not want to see the Primeape, but those Dragon Breath deal so much damage.
It's the Primeape is disappearing fast. Inadequate needs to switch out, but he has the perfect answer to the Dragonite. The Dugong is coming in. How quickly is going to be the reaction going to be? Going for the Dragon Claw here, trying to get a bait attempt.
Okay, wait a minute.
Inadequate realizing this could be the superpower. I am not taking any chances 2 times round.
If it was the superpower, the ice shot would have knocked out perhaps. Going for an ice.
अभी यहाँ पे क्या हो सकता है guys?
Inadequate
को catch करना पड़ेगा rock slide.
Very good.
It does make it better
Inadequate
for
को catch करना पड़ेगा rock slide.
More time to make some plays in the end game, but it is getting close. Inadequate is being pushed into a corner by Snorlax here. Rock slides now.
And I think so. Dunsparce wins CMP.
I think what was crucial there was that Snorlax didn't immediately swap out when he saw that Dugong and took some more damage, because now the Fortress can maybe knock out the Shadow Dragonite with one Volt Switch. We're going to see the next rock slide connecting from that Dunsparce. Is it going to knock out the Dugong?
I think so. It's over, right?
Inadequate with a little bit of HP. It has a charge attack ready. It's going for the charge attack priority.
या switch up रहेगा दोनों का. बहुत सारे चार charge attack आ गए या switch दोनों का up रहेगा अब.
He does swap out into the Primeape and gets a lot of farm on there. Is this going to
be नहीं.
Trying to get the Rage Fist caught on the Dragonite? I don't know
भाई
if
क्या
that was a
किया?
good idea, but it certainly saves the Dunsparce a little bit longer. I don't know if it's going to help.
भाई क्या किया
I
इसने?
really like this because this put it in Volt Switch range otherwise, and Martine is going to farm down the
इसने game
Dunsparce.
throw कर दिया.
Slams on the table and takes out
man.
Snorlax from the tournament.
It was incredible. I think that
नहीं यार.
attempt by Snorlax actually helped Inadequates, if anything, and he knows that
गेम
this
थ्रो
was
कर दिया भाई,
so
immediate
close
swap
for
करना
him,
था
but
उसको.
he managed to find that win condition, took advantage of a potential
यार ठीक है, it's okay,
miscalculation by
GG's well
Snorek
played.
there, and sometimes when an opportunity
भाई वो
presents
जीत सकता
itself
था.
to you, best trainers just jump on it quickly, and Inadequates is a fine example of that.
Yeah, that was such an interesting decision.
इन्हें कुछ lost here नहीं भाई, नहीं win कौन दे दिया भाई.
Catch attempt from Snork.
Win
He wanted
कौन
to try
दे
and
दिया.
Dragon Breath, surprise Dragon Breath, the Prime App down in this situation. But Martine reacted so incredibly quickly through the Rage Fist, got the boost, and
भाई मुझे पता नहीं वो क्यों रहा like इतना देर तक
to put the Dunsparce so low that
against the Prime App.
Yes, I think that you're absolutely right. That's a very fair assessment. Dragon Breath is so oppressive, and especially against Primate that has not got the best defenses. It should work, but sometimes when your Pokemon's in the red, your
I really like the core Primate with the Fortress. बहुत अच्छा core है from Inadequates. ये इसको try कर सकते हैं guys हम open Great League में. Primate, Fortress और एक back में like Dugong something, right? इसको try कर सकते हैं.
Bring it anymore. He let the Primate in the back, put everything on the Shadow, Kanto, Marowak, and that hasn't particularly worked out well for him against Stone Collection. So now I think he's just picked up Primate again, said, hey,
Inadequates को personal PA मिल गया.
Yeah, and as I was saying at the start of the battle, Primate, one of the quickest Pokemon to get to a charge attack, and those Rage Fists have the advantage that not only is it a great move, it also has the ability to
भाई मैं next event कौन सा है भाई? Necrozma कब आ रहा है यार raid में? Necrozma कब आ रहा है? I'm really excited for the Necrozma raids.
I'm not gonna lie. If you get in close combat after boosting with Rage Fist, I'm terrified.
Yeah, it knocks out basically everything. Also keep in mind Primate attack
कोई
is
अच्छा
so much
Pokemon आ रहा है कि नहीं raid में यार?
Annihilate 5 karate chops to a close combat, that is absolutely crazy. Especially because you get
Dual Destiny Tuesday को start हो रहा है, right? तो कल last day है.
If someone shields
So guys, अगर आपको trade करना हो कल कर लेना trade because कल last day है for the guaranteed Candy XL.
And we can see here that there were these karate chops were fabulous in trying to chip down that Dunsparce a little bit more, and then the attempted catch comes in, and just in time
Genex
for
आ रहा है, chill रहा है, Mega Bennett आ रहा है.
There we go, and there you can see the reaction. It meant so much to him there.
Yeah, but the karate chop actually, if he had gone for one more karate chop, if he didn't immediately throw that Rage Fist into the Dragonite, it would have farmed down.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's an example of a world's finalist reaction times being that good. Like, I'm amazed. I don't think I could react in time to that. It was that good.
I don't think that this was pure reaction. I think that was him knowing that this is the win condition of Snorek and going, hey, he's going to have to swap in that Shadow Dragonite, so I have to be ready to throw the Rage Fist immediately.
Yeah, I honestly, sometimes I wish I could just delve into Inadequates' mind and just see how do the cogs work. It's just so it's mesmerizing to see how these top trainers think. Commiserations and congratulations to Snorek though to come so far. I think it's another top cut. It's not the first time that Snorek has top cut, is it?
No, it is definitely not. Snorek has been performing really well. He has also day 2 in this season already, or he was really close. I think this was he was definitely in a group final. I don't quite remember if he won that one, but Snorek is up to his A game at the moment, and he is one of the big contenders to qualify for the World Championships.
Yeah, he keeps going. You keep visiting those local events, the local challenges, the League Cups at the local Play Pokemon venue. Travel to a few more regionals. We spoke earlier about all the different
और कितने games बाकी है यार?
events taking place in Europe, Birmingham being the next one. That is another opportunity.
Expert push करना है, Legend push करना है.
Championship points.
15 sets है guys आज. 15 sets
Anaheim with the
total.
World Championships in August. I cannot wait. Plus, beautiful
I hope 15 के 15 positive जाए अपने.
Why wouldn't you want to go, right?
Dalian, give me a prediction. Who's going to be the world champion? Who's going to be the world champion?
Ooh. So, we have a difficulty here because I would like to, for a long time I see a lot about what's going on in Europe. I see some of the trainers in the US, they talk about examples like Dunebug, like It's Axis, like Wadaj, like Out of Pocket.
10 PM तक है I guess live. नहीं
But
आज
let's
day
not
1 नहीं है,
forget,
day
there are
2
other
जल्दी खत्म
regions.
होता है.
In APAC, they're talking about Jakobovic, they're talking about Rick Flareon, and all of these.
ज़्यादा games
fabulous
बचे हैं
Australian
नहीं.
battlers as
Winner
well.
finals
For
होगा,
me,
then loser
thing is,
finals,
what's
then
coming from
final
Japan
semi-finals.
as well? What about the trainers from there? Crescent Angels, if you remember him from the World Championship.
Yakai.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. The defending world champion is going to be there because he gets a guaranteed invite to defend his championship. There's so many great names, and we've seen great trainers lose in round 1. Here, imagine what will happen in World Championships. I think it's too hard to say, but I did make my bold prediction, right?
I mean, even a Tonton Bateus at this World Championships in Honolulu, Hawaii, he went 0-2. Can you imagine a Tonton Bateus going 0-2? That's how good the trainers at this tournament are. And obviously, it's the World Championships is the highest tournament that you can ever play.
Yeah,
bigger than
ये लाल वाला commentary वाला Indian है या
the vibe is just amazing
Indian
there. Anywho, we want to show you a little bit more of what goes on at these events. So we have something very
अरे भाई
exciting for
battles
you to
दिखाओ
check
यार,
out.
sets
Don't
खेलने
go
भाई.
anywhere because the winners finals and more finals are coming very, very soon.
Guys, और 10-15 मिनट तक हम देखेंगे. 6 बजे से we will start doing the GBL. Cost 6 से 9. Then we take आधा घंटे का break. Then 9:30 to 12. Schedule is fixed. Legend push. How do you build the best deck team or for an upcoming event?
So usually I really like to use online resources. There are a lot of phenomenal ones for Pokemon Go.
Not the official resources.
And
वो
in
तो
addition
बता
to
भाई.
that, I talk to a lot of my friends, play a lot of practice games with them.
Stone
and
collection
get
and
feedback from them,
PvP
see
next,
how
eh?
we can improve a team and work towards a team that is difficult to beat.
So the way that I build the best team is just hit hard, hit fast. So you either win fast or you lose fast, but either way it's quick.
To build the best deck, for
ये
me,
बंदा
I
भाई best बोला
play
भाई.
in a lot
Win
of,
fast or the
locals,
lose fast.
including cups and challenges. I also do a lot of play testing with
मुझे
my
भी वही
friends.
teams
Shout out
अच्छी
to
लगती
88
हैं.
Card House. I also, of course, watch regionals and look at the meta and
क्या
make
मतलब
changes
वो
to
लाल
my
वाले
deck to
commentary
whatever is
देने
great.
वाले अपने.
And lastly, I watch YouTube. A lot of YouTube. Just try
Next
to learn
season
a lot
का
from
outfit post for
When
any
I
comments.
build
I like it.
teams for an event,
Pose
I
मस्त
just
है.
go with what I like mostly. I mean,
ये
I
तो lean
consider
है I
the
guess.
meta,
Yep.
but for example, for this tournament, I really
Now
just
she is
wanted
not
to bring
streaming.
Charger Bug. It actually does pretty well
Yeah,
right
she
now.
stopped streaming.
But it's also just, it's an unstoppable bus.
A lot of times I'll start with what my boyfriend
I
or
like
one of
the
my friends
pose
is
as
using,
well as the
and
outfit.
then I'll play with
थोड़ा
it, see
unique है
what I
दोनों.
like, see what I don't like, and maybe make some changes based on my own style since everyone plays a little differently.
I like to listen to podcasts.
So guys, from
There's
6
3 different
p.m.
podcasts
we
I
will be
follow.
playing GBL.
Uncommon Energy, Metapod.
ये
Like
last game
Rage,
हम देखेंगे एक
do a
साथ.
little bit of reading here and there. See
Then we
what,
will wrap up.
Other people are looking at. And then asking my friends what they have of opinions on my deck. Pretty much just staying with what I feel most comfortable with. I like to be able to play what I like and make sure I'm comfortable the whole time competing.
It's amazing how many trainers enjoy the various Pokemon games available at these regionals. We have the video games, we have the trading card games.
Outfit is too
and we
good.
have
outfit is
Pokemon Go.
outfit
And at
मस्त है भाई.
international
बहुत मजा आ गया.
championships, we even have Pokemon Unite as well.
But अभी अच्छा है like पहले कैसे था?
Dynamic game you can play on the
ये
Switch
सीजन
and on the
कैसा था
phone,
कि
which is
एक्सपर्ट पे ही
really,
पूरा
really,
आउटफिट
really
मिलता था.
cool.
Like टॉप हो गया, बॉटम हो गया,
Pokemon
दोनों.
actually do better on
Next
either of
season,
these, so
I
that's
think so.
also very
एक्सपर्ट पे
interesting to see
जैकेट
what
मिलता
these
है
trainers
and वेटरन पे
choose to
पैंट्स है.
play on. However, we're playing Go.
इस बार मास्क नहीं.
Only on the phone, and that's good as it
Next
is.
season.
And
ये
the
season
next
मास्क
match
था
that we're
वेटरन
going
पे.
to see is going to be the
जो कि
winners
I don't think so was
going
worth
to
it to
see
be
Stone
honest.
Collection versus PvP David, and it's been a while since we've
Alright,
seen
PvP
Stone
David
Collection
versus
for
Stone
winners
Collection.
finals in day 2.
Yeah, it's
Shadow
been
Typhlosion
quite a
Gaming,
distance
guys.
for Stone Collection to get this far. Bear in mind, now we're getting to the crescendo of this tournament. One of these trainers may be your Stuttgart regional champion. Neither of these trainers have lost yet, and they have gone through several battles so far against very close margins. Because this is a winners final, this is a best of 5.
Against very close margins, or
iPhone, I
against
think so.
very
They are
close
using iPhone
margins, because Stone
Pro
Collection
Series,
actually
yep.
had to overcome inadequacies in his
For
last
the
match.
tournaments.
You can see the 4 Waters team, Gastrodon, Feraligatr, Azumarill, and Dugong, covered by 2 poison types, Drapion and Clodsire. to beat those grass types.
And what's interesting though is you highlight the 4 water types and you think, oh, well, grass type's going to have an absolute field day against Stone Collection. But Stone Collection's been very careful to make sure if I'm going to present a water type for your grass type to feast on, it's going to be that Dugong.
He hasn't played versus any grass types so far.
Oh, has he not? Oh, well, that might also that helps, and he's not going to play a grass type here either. So PvP Dave's not going to have to pull something else out of the bag. Maybe that Thunder Punch Typhlosion is the way to go, especially against Dugong.
I don't think it's the way against Gastrodon though. But can you imagine bringing 4 water types to your team into a tournament with 41% superior usage, and then day 2 50% usage?
No one is using Wiggly.
You know what would be really funny is if he then gets one, gets one in the finals and still beats it.
Yeah.
How crazy would that be?
Right.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. It should be fun. But the first Titan to overcome, if your Stone Collection, is PvP David. PvP David is the first trainer to take to give Tonton Batus a loss. That in itself is an accolade.
So what do you think are we going to see here? Because I think you kind of have to bring Galarian Moltres on the side of PvP David, because otherwise the Gastrodon goes incredibly unchecked. We have seen Stone Collection lead Gastrodon into matchups like this a lot of the time.
Moltres lead बहुत अच्छा है for the PvP David, right? Galarian Moltres.
See a Galarian Moltres lead in game 1 for PvP David.
Gastro,
I was
Gator,
thinking that maybe Azumarill
Claude,
might be quite safe because it's
Drapion.
We are going to see very soon.
Right.
Very soon. So you're thinking Galarian Moltres, I'm thinking Azumarill. Let's see what he comes in. Oh, a complete change up there. So an Azumarill from Stone Collection, but an Annihilate for PvP David.
Oh, Stone Collection hasn't brought the Gastrodon. PvP David doesn't have a Gastrodon answer. That's very, very interesting. PvP David is going to play out this matchup. Goes for a Rage Fist here.
Raging through this Azumarill, the first one goes unshielded, which is unsurprising.
Stone Collection guys यहाँ पे bait कर सकता है, देख लेना. He can bait. See, I told you.
But is going to threaten now with the Ice Beam here, which I think is sensible.
जो कि last to last game.
Shield call from Stone Collection, going for that bait.
Again Tonton, वो बंदे ने bait नहीं किया था.
So it was a little bit risky
Against
as
Green
well.
Ninja.
PvP David is now going to go for a close combat here. Is Stone Collection
Stone
going to
को
shield
पता
that
है
his
कि
Rage Fist
Primeape का
would
close
put
combat
him
KO
in
कर
a
दिया था. See,
big
now he's
armed
shielding.
range here. Going to put up that shield. That's very, very strong. Immediate pivot out into the Azumarill. It's answered by the Feraligatr.
And this is a crunch for Alligator as well. Is there play to maybe fish for a debuff here, or do you just play it safe and go for that Hydro Cannon? The lovely advantage is Azumarill is having to throw Play Rough here to deal any damage at all to Feraligatr. The Feraligatr is safe. You can just go for Hydro Cannons left, right, center.
And I mean, this is a full HP Feraligatr, so I think that you don't even necessarily want to shield here. Yes, you want to throw as many Hydro Cannons as you can, and then possibly farm down with a Shadow Drapion later.
Yes, that would be a very clever idea.
भाई Gator का भी बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है.
Poison type attack, but we need to get to that stage.
Stone Collection.
Is Stone Collection going to engineer the weaknesses of Azumarill by launching another Hydro Cannon, bring it closer to the red? Not quite there. Will it get to another Hydro Cannon? No, it doesn't. Ice Beam comes through from Azumarill.
भाई ये तो बहुत अच्छा हुआ.
Stone Collection is deciding to let this
अभी
go.
जो Drapion farm करेगा भाई इसको.
The Shadow Drapion looks like it's going to have a field day feasting on this Azumarill here. Can you get the entire farm down? PvP David is committing into the energy farm. He's trying to reach out. If he doesn't get it, the full farm down on the Shadow Drapion is looking so incredibly strong right now.
PvP David wants to put Annihilate on there because he does not want Toxic
Great
to
League
have
में
to
भाई
deal with
Drapion और
all of
Feraligatr भाई
Drapion
दोनों को
he's
farm
making
मत
a
दो.
shield caller. Is it
ये
the
दोनों
front
को
row?
आपने
He's
farm दे
gonna
दिया
makes
तो
the
भाई.
wrong shield caller. Annihilate is
Game
annihilated
quit
off
कर
the
दो.
bat.
A knockout, and now look at this. The Toxapex in the back.
1 2 3 4 crunch. 1
Fast
2
attack
3 4
damage with the
crunch.
poison steps. It is resisted. We're going to
भाई.
see a no shield on that crunch. Very
All
sensible
Fangs
because
plus
it can
1 or 2
debuff.
buffs
And
in
is
a
there
new
gonna be
meta
done?
for the
There is
next
a
season.
debuff as well. It
भाई
goes from
debuff
bad
भी
to
मिल
worse
गया
for
और क्या ही
PvP
चाहिए भाई
David.
लाइफ में.
Another rush to that second crunch here. Stone Collection getting it.
अभी इसका
Now
damage
PvP
दिखना.
surely has to consider shielding.
40% I guess,
so
right?
much damage with the debuff.
Shield.
Yep, he
Come on,
is
debuff
shielding
again.
Once now, Stone Collection is going
फिर
to
से debuff.
outpace to the
Double
crunch
debuff,
before
guys.
the second brine, so he can safely shield that one up. Go for another crunch, and then he has to take care of the Toxapex later on, because I don't think that the Drapion is going to hang on to it.
I think so. ये खा जाएगा भाई. एक crunch खत्म. It's over.
This is
Double
good though,
debuff.
because even if now the Toxapex is weakened, if this brings it close enough that Azumarill can just overcome that final thing, this is going to be so close. This is and Brian comes in.
As
but
is a
I think
Toxapex
this
counter,
wildest
guys.
chaos,
अभी पता
is
चल जाएगा.
Azumarill from a Stone Collection side gonna have enough? That is the key thing. The hard counter to Azumarill is Toxapex.
I think so.
Will
Beaveril
Toxapex
बहुत
be
अच्छा
able to
रहेगा
withhold?
next season.
No, it cannot withstand any
Great
more
League.
damage. Ice Beam enough to freeze it down
Because
onto
of the
the
Ice
ground
Fang,
and
I
knock
think,
it
right?
out at the same time.
Yeah, Beaveril भाई पहुंचाने वाला है भाई next season.
Avoiding that Toxapex in the back on the Azumarill, taking the knockout later on as well. very strong
I think so
performance.
rankings आ गए क्या PvP
like
पे
that
next season
gameplay,
के लिए?
playing the zero shield scenario
I think
of
so आ गए होंगे,
Relegator
देखना
versus
पड़ेगा, मैंने
Azumarill,
देखा
knowing,
नहीं है.
hey, I don't need the alignment in the back there because my Shadow Drapion, it can just sweep through 2 Pokemon.
It can indeed, and it demonstrated that this is the best thing about Shadow Drapion, the buff to
Bibro
Poison
shuts
Sting,
down
that
Gator.
fast attack that Drapion uses to not
भाई
only
मुझे तो ऐसा
generate
लग रहा है
energy,
आधे लोग
but
हंडो
also
बीबरो
chip
लेके आने
away
वाले
at
अल्ट्रा लीग में
Azumarill. That was key,
2100
and I
CP
think
का.
the game was somewhat lost when PvP David had to let Azumarill get farmed down in order to keep alignment.
That was a very good catch by Stone Collection. I'm still curious that we haven't seen that Gastrodon yet, because Gastrodon looks very, very strong into that team. It has decent play versus Annihilate. Actually, let me think about this, because Earth Power is a lot of energy. You need 6 Mud Slap to reach. That's 18 turns. That's almost 2 Rage Fist. And if it goes shielded, you're in a terrible spot.
Yeah, that's true. And the problem is as well that Gastrodon's running Body Slam as its a second charge attack. Body Slam, that just bounces
हम भी लेके आते हैं हंडो
through
बीबरो.
Annihilate.
Let's go.
Annihilate doesn't even barely even notices that. And so the thing is,
मजा
if you
आएगा.
get a bait call wrong, it's just so risky.
So alright guys, I
while
think so
on
this
paper
will be the
Gastrodon
last
looks good,
round.
I
We
think
will be
Stone
streaming.
Collection predicts Annihilate is going to come often. That's
Stone
the issue.
Collection
It is
guaranteed जीतने
basically
वाला
a
है. Let's see.
50-50 matchup.
And here
Calling
we are.
or not,
See.
we're going to see Azumarill into Annihilate once again.
Same
There
team,
we have
literally
seen
same
this before,
team.
So Annihilate does have an advantage here, even though the typings may suggest otherwise. The outpace, getting to that Rage Fist so quickly is so handy, and perfect timing by PvP David, wasting no time, getting that Rage Fist off, but with fast attack timing
over.
being impeccable.
It seems over, but
7
let's see.
counters before the Rage Fist, and now Stone Collection is going to
PvP
throw that
David,
ice beam.
don't
Is
call
PvP
it.
David
Oh
going
my
to call
god,
that?
man.
No, he wants HP on that
He
Annihilate,
baited
even
twice.
if it is an ice beam, that's
भाई
fine.
2 बार bait किया.
Yes, because the problem is that Ice Beam will weaken this Annihilate so much that then the bubbles will start to become too threatening. So I
वो
think
भी
it's a
है.
sensible shield, and
Shield
Stone
मतलब
Collection realizes
guaranteed है.
that and is now going, okay, you're keen on Annihilate.
Okay,
and
wait a
shield of
minute.
The second Rage
PvP
Fist
David is
to
playing
not
mind game now.
preserve and get the final shield off, tries to make a catch, doesn't manage it, and it's responded to by the Feraligator. We have seen this before.
Yes, this looks like a repeat of game 1. I really liked how PvP David adjusted from going for close combat and they swap out into Rage Fist and trying to catch them. But he wants to stay in
nah,
that
it's over
matchup.
भाई.
I think,
PvP
with the
David भाई
Annihilate.
नहीं जीत
But now
सकता भाई.
he
कैसे
baits
जीतेगा
out a
भाई?
swap out of the Azumarill, trying to get that Toxic
अभी
Hex
वो
on his
सेम
Rage
प्ले
Fist. This
करेगा,
has to be his
देखना.
game plan.
वो गेटर
Yes,
को
that
मरने
makes a
देगा
lot of sense. Play rough
and
coming in
फिर
now.
भाई
We saw that this was
ट्रेपियन
no
जो
shield
खाएगा
earlier.
आजू को.
Will Stone Collection change tacks? No. Decides to no shield as well. Wants to just get more hydro cannons off. Will he get to another?
So अभी यहाँ पे
before
PvP
Azumarill
David
gets
क्या
to
कर
another
सकता है
charge-
guys?
a charge attack?
He
I
can
don't
do
think he does,
let
but
the
now we're
Gator
going to
KO
see
him, I
something
guess.
Very, very interesting.
But
because
oh,
he is actually going to be in that same spot, but the switch timer is up for PvP David. So his chance of winning this game might be immediately going into the Toxapex once that Shadow Drapion comes in.
Yes, so let's see now how quick is that reaction going to be. An instant reaction going back to the
Okay,
Annihilate.
wait a
No
minute.
farm possible on the Shadow Drapion and going for the Rage Fist here. But
Okay,
does Stone
hold
Collection
on.
know this is just a Rage Fist because this is going to deal
Hold on.
resisted damage to
रुको
the
जरा.
dark type that is
सबर
Drapion.
करो.
That is very interesting, and also like a really nice strategy from PvP David there, because he wants to get that switch timer up for Stone Collection, wants to get out the Azumarill there. And
Wait a
even
minute.
If Azumarill
Wait
beats
a
the
minute.
Annihilate in that matchup,
Hold
you
on.
can farm it down with the Toxapex.
Yes, and so this
Hold
close
on.
combat is now going to knock out the Azumarill.
Oh,
no, it
bhai.
just about survives and on charge attack priority.
Oh,
That's
man.
because now the
ये
Annihilate
बहुत बुरा
is
हुआ.
going to take neutral damage, but the defense drop means
यार
it's
उसको
going to get
counter
knocked out
damage
even
चाहिए
with the
थे,
undercharge.
but ठीक है,
Oh,
he
no, it
undercharge.
doesn't.
A big undercharge, and now he wants to give as little farm to that Toxapex as possible. Throws an Ice Beam here as well immediately. Got one more bubble in for the farm. This is chip damage, but this can be very valuable.
Yeah, you know, at this level, getting that extra bit of damage can be the difference between a win and a loss. A crunch coming in now. We got a debuff in last game. Will Stone Collection get
PvP David
another
को catch
debuff?
करना
This
पड़ेगा.
is going to be crucial to dictating
I
how
think
this
so.
end
PvP
game
David को catch
unfolds.
करना
Crunch
पड़ेगा.
comes in. No debuff this time.
No debuff this
There's
time,
also
right?
the Azumarill sitting in the back for PvP David. He has
Oh, baby,
but
let's go.
somebody catches
Nice catch.
the crunch, and that is game deciding possibly.
Let's
PvP
go,
David
baby. Let's go,
playing to
baby.
his
Let's
win
go.
conditions, getting that catch, and it looked decent for him already, but now that the energy is loaded onto that Azumarill, it looks very bad for Stone Collection.
It does indeed. That crunch was completely wasted.
Very
He
well
desperately
played.
needed that
मजा
no
आएगा अभी
shield
decisive game
on
होगा.
PvP David's side, and he's going. Another crunch is going in. This
Debuff?
Toxapex does survive this.
भाई
with no
अभी debuff
issues
ही नहीं
at
मिला
all.
भाई एक भी.
Getting to 2 brines now, but I think he just poison jabs down surely at this range.
I mean, he has 2 Brine, so he's fine
Alright,
with that.
decisive
This is
game.
basically
Let's go.
1 HP on the Drapion, so I think maybe that would even be a shield KO. Probably not, but PvP David ties it up 1-1 with an amazing Azumarill catch.
Yes, that catch really did change things. It was such a surprise to Stone Collection, and I think Stone will be going, if only I hadn't fallen for that.
Yep, but
see guys,
would it have made
now Stone Collection
because
close combat KO nahi karta.
I mean, he basically got farmed down right before he could get to the next charge attack, and there was still a shield on the side of PvP David. So I think, nevertheless, even if he didn't get caught on there, actually then he could have farmed down that Azumarill. That was a very, very interesting one.
Yes, it would have changed the dynamics, or it certainly would have made things a little bit more complicated for PvP David, but to mitigate that risk, he went for an excellent catch, and he deservedly takes that win for that little bit of finesse, a little bit of extra skill needed against the indomitable Stone Collection.
But was that a possible lose con? That if Stone Collection doesn't let this get caught, that he farms up more poison stings, gets a little bit more damage. Maybe if he doesn't want to take too much bubble damage, throws an Aqua Tail to knock out, and then perhaps goes up to 100 energy, throwing an Aqua Tail, and then getting to the crunches that he needs. I think that could have been. It was still.
It would have been close just because of how low Drapion's health was. But anyway, we speculate no more. Let's go into the decisive game 3. Oh,
this
sorry,
is at least playable for the David.
Game 3 of a best of 5, as now Annihilate faces off against Shadow for Alligator. Super effective Shadow Claws from Alligator, but Rage Fist from Annihilate is going to be problematic.
Yeah, but now Stone Collection is trying to check what the attack of the Annihilate is.
Stone Collection dono shield le lega yahan se.
Attack priority with his Feraligator against the Annihilate. Very smart throwing on 6 Shadow Claws here to get some more information that is free to him. Because PvP David knows he is going to win that charge attack priority most of the time. Gets the first shield out. And
he can catch, right, David?
The second Hydro Cannon. Will we see a catch here?
No. Oh yes, we do. We see a catch, and this was very well timed. Again, a Hydro Cannon being launched
doesn't matter,
onto the Azumarill. Now this Feraligator isn't going to be able to do very much. It will not reach another Hydro Cannon before being knocked out.
Yep, and he actually tries to go up for another Hydro Cannon and swap out into the Gastrodon. Very good play by Stone Collection, knowing his Pokemon in and out, knowing that you can reach. In fact, another Hydro Cannon goes for the Gastrodon, and it's very well positioned against the Azumarill.
This surprised me immensely. Stone Collection, knowing just how much health he had in his Feraligator. Incredible play, and now this Gastrodon is able to mudslap its way to the Azumarill, unfazed by all of the charge attack, going on charge attack priority.
Very well played by the Stone Collection.
Calculated by Stone Collection.
Really well played.
Are we surprised at this point?
The big thing is this going to knock out? Yes, it takes out the Azumarill. That was a close call here. So much energy left, and immediately forcing a throw with the Mudslap off the Rage Fist. So all that energy that PvP David built up here. Oh, he's actually going to shield this, knowing that there isn't a lot of energy left. Wants to get an Earth Power out. Can you get a farm down here? Yes, you absolutely can. There is going to be the Earth Power. You have a Hydro Cannon left, but there is the Drapion in the back that is not well positioned against this Pokemon at all.
Well, you say this, but the Drapion does have access to Aqua Tail, which will be quite handy here. The Earth Power is also going to weaken this Diggersby, and now it's a race to get to that Aqua Tail before that Scorching Sand comes in. Charge attack priority fed, and very well clever by Stone throwing at that point so that he can make sure Diggersby is left with no energy afterwards. Incredible play here, but we all know what's about to happen.
Very strong charge attack priority here. The damage is a shield here from PvP David. Does this Scorching Sand knocks out, or no, it doesn't. It actually hangs on. It's going to reach to another
Stone Collection won the game.
The Shadow Drapion is so good. There is still a Hydro Cannon. If you shield this, you're going to be Hydro Cannoned.
And this is the key thing here. Now Feraligator comes in 1 HP, and that is all it takes for Stone Collection to make this 2-1.
Well played.
An incredible foresight. That farm down to get the Hydro Cannon and swap out was brilliant. I cannot believe his foresight there.
You can hear the crowd applauding because this play was mesmerizing, knowing, hey, my Shadow Feraligator is low, but these bubbles won't knock me out.
Yo, it's a best of 5, eh? Wait a minute.
And bank it. Go into the Gastrodon, throwing on charge attack.
Oh no, it's a best of 5, guys.
Knockout with the Earth Power.
Oh, it's a best of 5.
Yes, I cannot believe. I'm still in awe.
भाई मजा आएगा. Best of 5 है. Hold on. भाई मुझे लगा best of 3 है.
Because I didn't think his Feraligator would survive 3 bubbles. I honestly didn't.
It was a very, very close call, but this is a very bulky Shadow Feraligator, and that is one of the problems of Azumarill, because Bubble is a decent fast attack with decent damage pressure. However, there's so many water types in the game, so many water types on the team of Stone Collection.
Yeah, there's 4 on his team.
While Gastrodon is part ground
Stone
type.
Collection OP, Stone Collection ले जाएगा. Let's see.
In most of those matchups.
Yes, and I think that's the tricky thing. I think Stone Collection realizes that
See वो 3 गेम Annihilate lead लाया यार, तीनों के 3 गेम. अभी चौथा गेम उसको I guess lead change करना पड़ेगा. Let's see, देखते हैं.
And Superior doesn't exist for Stone Collection.
Yes, I mean he just knew before he even came in that I'm not going to come up against a Superior. It's just going to happen.
Oh wow!
Oh no, man, cut them.
It's interesting because Clodsire can threaten with the Earthquake.
No,
but
it can't. It is a sludge bomb Stone Edge Clodsire.
Oh wait,
yes,
hold on.
Stone Collection is running
Earthquake
the
any.
most unusual of moveset, has to rely on Stone Edges here, whereas Toxapex can go for the Brine. How does this matchup work up?
So I'm just very much confused because Brine is super
lead
effective, but it is just not that strong in terms of energy and damage ratio. So you're going to see this here. It's going to deal slightly more damage than a Stone Edge, but the matchup isn't nearly as bad as it was versus an Earthquake.
Yes, and I think Stone Collection has many times been caught out by not having Earthquake on against his opponent, particularly in mirror matches against opposing Clodsire. None here, another Brine coming through, but Stone Collection will survive this.
I think he's going to swap out into the Shadow Drapion soon. Maybe he reached for that Shadow Drapion before, doesn't go for that one now. Shadow Drapion is really good into the backline of PvP David, and he might be able to redistribute. We're going to see another bit of damage. You know that you're outpacing. Now, the energy advantage is on the side of Shadow Drapion. Only 4 counters coming through.
Yes, and Shadow Drapion is able to get that crunch.
40% damage करता है, right?
By PvP David here, which I don't know if he will live to regret.
60-70%. He goes to debuff.
And the debuff comes in as well, which makes things even better for Annihilate here. Rage Fist coming in, but this will do minimal damage. It's a resisted
अभी वो Aqua Tail मारेगा यहाँ पे. उसको crunch की ज़रूरत है नहीं.
It's not worth it. It deals a little bit of damage, but now
he will shield farm down.
So
yep.
Big. You would get to
I don't think so. He can farm down, right? He's just only single boosted.
It's going to pose a big threat. However, Stone Collection can then.
Oh wait, he can, right? He can. He can.
All right. He cannot. There is just not enough bulk on that Drapion. What do you bring in here? The Gastrodon will farm down.
Clodsire आ जा भाई. Oh man.
Is going to go for a Rage Fist here. The question is, has Stone Collection counted perfectly? Does he want to preserve HP? This is a difficult shield call. He says, this is a Rage Fist. I'm going to take that one. Another counter is going to come in here, dealing a lot of damage, but you have the energy on the Gastrodon. Azumarill is going to come in. You're going to pivot out into that Clodsire. Can't reach the
yeah, well played. Now he just farmed down this.
It's dry. It's dry, and the problem is as well that Stone Collection has 2 shields. Toxapex can do no damage. Those poison jabs are triple resisted by Clodsire. It's ground typing, it's poison typing, and so this Brine comes in. Surely this is the time to shield Stone Collection. Please shield.
Stone Collection has seen before. Oh, he wants to get extra farm on that Gastrodon there. He has seen before that there is going to be the Azumarill in the back. He has the energy advantage, he has
full
the
health
shield advantage. But how is this going to play out? Oh, he's going for a body slam bait. This is going to be incredibly important.
भाई नहीं wait करना था यहाँ पे.
Genius call, recognizing another win condition.
And that was just no hesitancy there. He didn't even think about it. He just knew this was a body slam. And now it is a race to get off as many charge attacks as possible. Stone Collection.
Now he will shield and he wins the game.
Going for the
oh wait.
Again, a no shield though. Is this a potential mistake by PvP David? We'll find out because this Azumarill is still quite bulky.
Oh, the Azumarill has
he just bubbled down.
More HP, but Mudslap deals so much more damage. He's going to go for a full farm down here.
Yeah,
doesn't throw those charge attacks. PvP David is not falling for that bait, and he ties it up. 2-2.
Decisive game, guys. Decisive game.
Absolutely
well played.
Incredible. Losing with 2 shields is something that you almost never see at this level.
पहला bait नहीं करता भाई जीत जाता हूँ.
That, right, you're going to hold on to the shields. No matter, I'm going to bubble through anything you will throw at me.
Yep, I would have liked to see
shield कर देता boosted.
Yes,
agreed. Basically, farm down the Toxapex there.
Decisive game, guys. Decisive game.
If you can't farm it down, go to 2 Sludge Bomb.
Yes.
Force a shield with the Sludge Bomb onto the Azumarill. It is not going to get that much energy from your Clodsire, and if it does, you can swap out at some point, and then you still have Gastrodon in the back.
Yes, agreed. I was thinking when Stone Collection didn't shield that Clodsire, I was thinking, oh, I don't know if this is the play, and I felt. Sorry?
Body slam call of PvP David.
Yes, that was also a fabulous play. The PvP
Decisive game. Let's see who will win.
Intuition as to what's going to happen. He didn't shield one body slam and then the other Earth Power afterwards.
जो भी यहाँ से जीतेगा, I think so. He will play the final, right?
Fair amount of damage, but Azumarill's bulk, so impressive.
The question is, would he have gotten to 3 Earth Power?
Yeah, I think that was a push. That was going to be the tricky thing, and I think Stone Collection underestimated how much health he had on.
Okay, good lead.
Clodsire into Azumarill, and this is the Sludge Bomb Clodsire as well. So Stone Collection has an immediate advantage, immediate swap out from PvP David. Therefore.
Oh yeah, he goes into that Annihilate, and it seems like he's staying in that matchup for a little while.
Why is throwing
longer.
Sludge?
This has to be a resisted charge attack. Stone Collection doesn't quite know what to do against this.
Of course, Stone Age nahi maar sakta
the Gastrodon to avoid the Galarian Moltres later on. No, he plays this out.
I think what he's trying to do is take some damage on the Clodsire so that the energy is consumed there, and then maybe bring in the Gastrodon. That might be the play. But let's see what Stone Collection does. No, staying in even further and trying to get another Sludge Bomb off before a Rage Fist comes through on Annihilate here.
This is going to be no shielded as well, and now the question is, will you bring in the Gastrodon at some point? Because if you just mud slap it down very, very quickly, the Galarian Moltres is just going to come in and have a field day against you. Now a close combat is launched. It is resisted, but it deals so much damage. And this is going to connect. Is it going to take out the Clodsire? The best Azumarill answer, no. It hangs on with a decent amount of HP, throws a Sludge Bomb. Stone Collection wins the first matchup, but will that win him the game?
Okay.
Yeah, Annihilate is a big threat to his team, and I think he's concerned about dealing with it. The fact that he's managed to beat it with the Clodsire of all things is impressive. And now Drapion comes in, and the Poison Stings rack up damage on the Azumarill, but the charge attacks do nothing.
And this is looking like a catastrophic backline matchup. PvP David hasn't shown the Galarian Moltres in any of the previous 4 games. Stone Collection is heavily anticipating another Toxapex. This is why he wants the Gastrodon in the back. He wants it on the Toxapex. He's feeling very comfortable in that matchup, but he doesn't know that there is Galarian Moltres.
So David wins this.
Yes, and I think he needs to lure that out. He needs to figure out a way to know for certain what is coming next. This Drapion needs to get these crunches off quickly, preserve as much health as possible, but PvP David has 2 shields and he's letting them both go. Is that suspicious for Stone Collection?
You can charge attack priority here with an Aqua Tail, trying to go for the knockout here on that Ice Beam. It is going to be shielded. Will you give a shield back? Is that a
अभी तो पता चल जाना चाहिए Stone Collection को भाई back में Moltres है.
Stone Collection does here. You do have a shield, but Galarian Moltres is strongest in the no shield scenario, and Stone Collection opened the door for Galarian Moltres to come in after this. The immediate swap out. What is the reaction from Stone Collection? None, unfazed, and is going forth on the attack against this.
Yep, there's going to be an ancient power reach. He's going to get to
it's over, guys. It's over. David wins.
Aqua Tail is something that I do not have to shield. What is
Moltres for the victory? Oh, भाई क्या damage किया हो?
Or is it going to be Gastrodon tries to go for a catch? He brings in the Gastrodon. He has softened it up, so there is body slam range.
Yes, it is indeed, and now PvP David wanting to get to 2 Brave Birds here. This is going to be tricky because the defense drop is going to be problematic afterwards. What will PvP David do? It survives!
He gets to that body slam, forces the ancient power throw from the Galarian Moltres on the priority as well. Gastrodon is such a champ, hangs on there. Gets
भाई कैसे survive किया?
This game Clodsire is being brought in, but it is just not enough damage from those poison stings. Galarian Moltres is hanging on there. Now the Drapion is trying to farm down, gets the farm down, but Azumarill is sitting there. Galarian Moltres
Let's go, well. David wins, baby.
Advances to the grand finals.
Well done to PvP David. He's shaking his head. He knows just how incredibly close that was. Best of 5 going down to the wire. A very, very worthy
well played, baby. Let's go. मजा आ गया.
I cannot believe what
बहुत ही मजा आ गया.
That was 1 HP in a dream for PvP
1 HP
David.
in a dream.
Galarian Moltres.
Yep, had the ancient power loaded for that clutch 1 HP. Gastrodon survived. The Galarian Moltres being the surprise factor for PvP David was incredible.
So alright guys, chalo, I'm ending the stream.
He knew that
I will live again in 15 minutes for the GBS stream. 15 मिनट में आते हैं. आप Twitch पे जाके देख सकते हो, YouTube पे भी live है अगर आपको देखना है. So bye guys, see you all in 15 minutes for the GBS stream. Bye.
If that didn't convince you to get to Galarian Moltres by using your daily incense, nothing